How cool is it we're sitting here watching a finals chat, man? What a crazy few months this has been, like with like esports and co-streams. I'm so honored to be able to like be a part of this and watch this. It's just been like, I'm very grateful. It feels good. Here we go, baby. It's time.
We're going to have Violet
Let's go.
Playing. Will it be the Mizuki? Because we know that she was on the Ana.
Yes, Ratsy. Said I've earned a week off. I'm taking 1 day off doing a record on Tuesday, so.
I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, you haven't enjoyed it since, dude. That's why I love co-streaming too, because I feel like I can bring that. Okay, chat, are you ready? Are you ready? Volumes are good. Are we good? Are we locked in? All right. We have CR over here running the. I'm gonna wait till the comps are done. Sometimes they debate you at the beginning with their comps, so let me like wait to see what they go. All right. Wait for the TP, but it looks like right now we are seeing. We have a okay. So it's gonna be Winston, Ana, Jetpack Cat, Tracer, Cassidy on Zeta's side, and the only difference on the other side is we have a Wrecking Ball and a Lucio. Everything else is the same. Both teams gonna play to their strengths. Obviously, it's kind of nice to see Junbin on the Wrecking Ball. Kind of actually interesting to not see Milgaro on the Wrecking Ball because Milgaro's played a really aggressive Wrecking Ball most of the time. So I wouldn't doubt it if that ends up shifting off a little bit later. So far, they're going to go for the high ground control. Now, I want to point out to you, both of all the Cassidys left in this like tournament have been playing lights out. I mean, outside of Kevster, obviously, who's been playing lights out too. But it's going to really come down to this. You can see a little bit of a dive going right now. Nothing really happening yet. Both teams are kind of staging around the map, waiting to find their position, but nothing they can really do. Wrecking Ball gets slept. Knife gets a huge pick on the Hiimishie, and the first pick does go to Zeta. This is going to kind of complicate the point now because you only have one person who can kind of contest the point, which would be the Wrecking Ball. So you might see the point finally go to Zeta over a little bit of time there. And we have our first capture of the upper bracket finals. It goes to Zeta, and on cue, the Cassidys, showing you why they're popping off. Ultimates are pretty even across the board right now. CR has a little bit of a disadvantage on like the Lucio in comparison to the Jetpack Cat, but I would argue to say that like Jetpack Cat's ultimate's a little bit kind of hit or miss. I mean, literally. So, Kirikana, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate that. Thank you. But it looks like both teams are going to be amping up to get these plays going. Winston's going to jump out right now. You're going to see a little bit of kind of contention over here. You know, in this map on Ilios, well, a lot of it is taking one side of the map, controlling it, and flipping that, and that's why it's not working. But Knife again, starting off strong. I was saying the Cassidys have been playing lights out in this tournament. What a nano! What a huge nano right there to save Cassidy. Now Stalker is finally showing up right now. Wasn't like he wasn't there. It's just obviously there was only one team fight. You know, Obvious gets proper there on a huge sleep there, but again, not enough to really finish this up here. Nano goes out, and Zeta, even after that early kind of pick right there onto the Cassidy, ends up winning the team fight. So Zeta showing you why they're a very strong team. There's going to be a slight reset by CR. No ultimates really to be seen outside of Mines. And again, Zeta's showing off really, really strong. Beck, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. You can watch my stream for OWCS drops. I have them, yes. All right, here we go. We have Violet in spawn, gets a bunch of kills. Good job by Violet there. You love to see that. Good pick, by the way. That's a huge stagger. Basically, CR can't do anything now, so it's going to be last team fight territory. Knife again. Holy crap. Also, I just realized how far away Knife's keyboard is. Did you see that? That's why I always say, go with whatever settings are your best. Next time you look at Knife, look how far away that keyboard is. That's impressive. Right now, it's going to be an ult dump. Both sides, have to win this. Like, obviously, Zeta doesn't have to ult this. Sometimes you want to ult economy it. I can tell you this right now. Zeta is not an ult economy team. They do not play to sit there and say, hey, let's get ult out and lose a team fight. Zeta is always in the mindset of winning the team fight regardless. Chorong's going to have beat here. Get ready for kind of a beat engage. I don't think they can sit here and afford to wait. They're going to have to keep everybody alive, but Vigilante gets a huge pick on a Violet. And that could shift the idea there with the beat. Instead, Shu gets the kill, so there's not going to be any beat. And now we have to see what's going to happen across the board. We get double trades going on both sides. Both Traces get kills on the tanks, respectively. I said say respectfully, but then I don't know where I went with that word. But that is what it is. Vigilante gets a kill, and CR does win the team fight even after losing their Lucio early in that team fight. Joe, thank you for the tier 1. Laura, Marie, thank you for the prime sub. Thank you. All right, chat. We have a Jetpack Cat. Moving the team around here. Knife is going to get that high ground again. Don't be surprised to see a high noon Cat play if it does happen. Nano is going to go on to probably the Cassidy again here. You could put it on the Wrecking Ball if you want to, but I think Cassidy's the safe bet. And with how good Stalker is, I think Nano Cassidy is going to be the play. We'll see how this goes. They are going to try to rotate around, and that is going to be the play. You can kind of tell with the way the Honest play that they're going to Nano Stalker. They're going to wait here. And guess what, chat? When you wait forever, you don't get the Nano off. Both teams trade out right now. Chorong obviously pops the beat. We're going to have a double trade going across the board. Shu getting picked there is actually a really important pick here for CR to the point where Zeta kind of has to play defensively again. We are going to get a bit of a Sky Noon right now. Does get a kill onto Chorong. Chorong is not having a good time right now. Huge pick by Knife that's going to open up the doors now for Zeta to be able to make a play here. But, again, a little bit of survivability here. Jimmy gets the ultimate on there. Just going to give Wrecking Ball a little more time. Knife does go down. That's obviously CR is not going to let this point flip and has kept this going for quite a while. Looks like they're able to survive the initial burst there. And what a great job here. I love seeing Wrecking Ball be played here. Again, this is why I would say Junibin or Jumpman, either way, is known as one of the best Wrecking Balls in the world, is because of this type of play. Obviously, Nilgaru is also really good at ball. I'm very surprised to see the comp that we're seeing right now, but it is time for CR to say, hey, you know what, you do a Sky Noon, well, guess what? Now we're also going to do a Sky Noon. Look for them to look for the Cassidy as an opportunity to get a kill. They know this is going to happen, so they're going to kind of position towards the cage side, is what they call that part of the map. Here's the High Noon. Doesn't really get the kill on the Knife, but enough to get Knife out of the team fight. You're going to see a lot of pressure on the backline right now from Hiimishie. Trying to do the best here to get some things going. So, ultra clear. We're back to the neutral. We're at 99%. The 99%. We're at the neutral. Ultimates to keep looking out for here, though, is going to be Milgaru's Winston ultimate. That is going to be possibly a make or break situation because of how good that ultimate can be in 5v5. But we'll see, though. Obviously, you got to get that ultimate built up first. It's not, it's too early to call. Huge sleep here in the back here by Vigilante. Knife is going to end up taking a nano grenade right there. Chorong gets 2 in the back line, but Knife gets a kill in the trade. Knife gets 2. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. Knife is 1 HP. Knife almost picks up the kill, and it looks like, I'm not going to call it yet because Proper is there, but CR, after being down 99% to 0, clutches it out and takes round 1. Wow, what a well. If that's a sign to come, I'm excited. Rogue, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Told you I was bringing my S game today, chat, with my calls. I told you. Okay, I told you. Just one note, I won't be able to read chat as much when I'm doing this type of commentary. I obviously read in between the, the rounds and the games, but just so you know. Let's keep it going, baby. Are they Oaks? Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, though. Let's go. Take a little bit of a drink here. I got my tea.
Stick them in the same comp. Milgaru back on the Winston, jumped in on ball.
Scrubzilla, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. All right.
TP
out. Both teams are TP, and we're seeing the same exact comp. No swaps here. Zeta has decided to stay the same. CR has done the same also. It's kind of cool seeing not Jetpack at Bastion.
But you can already see Knife getting tethered on up onto the high ground position.
What kind of tea is it? It's called Throat COAT. All right.
It's doing such a good job.
I'm not doing that again, chat. We're not doing that again. So that's what.
Oh, just Shu things, I suppose.
Shu gets a pick on Chorong to start off earlier. A good pick. Not going to be like the end of the team fight pick, but I can tell you this much. Knife doing that is the end of the team fight pick. Nice job there by Zeta starting off strong. Again, it wasn't the problem of them starting strong last time. It was that they didn't finish the rest of that team fight. So there you go.
Crazy Raccoon space, not allowing them any opportunity. That fight goes so one-sided.
How much you just missed? You missed literally 1 round. You were good to go. But I think Cat's going to nerf after this tournament. We'll find out later. I have probably yes. I would assume yes.
Oh yeah. Stalker, look at that, 60%.
Not even Cat, just the interactions of Cat. It's more of an interaction nerf than anything else. Proper with a huge pick there again, and this is kind of similar start to what we saw last time. Zeta starts off kind of like doing a bunch of early damage. CR is kind of figuring it out, but like the thing is, I talked about it where CR is a tournament team, as in like when they get into these type of tournaments, they just turn it on, and like that first map was an indicator of that. Now, of course, Wrecking Ball loses a slight value on this one specifically. It's not that like Wrecking Ball is bad on Ruins, is that like Winston will find that value at times. So it's more setup time than even on Well, even though it's kind of a complicated map for Wrecking Ball, to be honest with you. It's good, but it's like you have some frustrating moments. You have a lot of escape routes, which is nice, but you have a little bit less room to work with, so your movement has to be pristine. So far, again, really good backline pressure. Winston goes down, Stalker gets the kill on the Shu, and it looks like the team fight will turn. Huge stick there, though, by Proper. Never mind, Knife goes in. A little bit too early to call. Can Knife pick up 2? Holy crap, and that is the Zeta that we know. You go, oh, that's looking like it's going to be a team fight swap. Nope. Able to get the Wrecking Ball there. Honestly, it'd be kind of funny if the Hinder also went on the Wrecking Ball and you can't play. This is kind of hard to call, right? Oh, my. What is going on with the Cassidys right now? This has been unbelievable. Zeta, in a team fight that looked lost, is able to turn it around. CR hasn't even been able to beat. Just haven't been able to beat. They don't like beats. Haven't been able to build beat yet with the Lucio. We do have a high noon coming out here. Look for the probably a nano onto Wrecking Ball or Cassidy. That seems to be their go-tos. It is going to be on the Cassidy. Stalker hits a huge hinder right there, gets the kill. Will we see Milgaro use an ultimate? We will not. And I'm not going to call it yet because after last time, but it does look like Zeta will lose the team fight. And now this is kind of where, are they going to be worried that they're going to lose it again? Probably not. But let's pretend just for the sake of the drama of the match, right? The storyline that they are, feeling that pressure after the last team fight or the last round having the same thing happen. Winston Ultimate's going to be happening soon. Now, if the beat timing can be around the same time, this could work out really well. Keep in mind, Stalker could high noon initially to buy a little bit more time. So I expect to see a little bit more there, but something to keep a note of here is that it is about to have a Sky Noon, and it's going to be a good one, I think. We'll see what happens, though. Not a good one, but it's going to create a lot of space. This is going to kind of push CR back. Don't be surprised to see a point flip at one point. There's the beat, and before they can do anything proper, goes down. The high noon's in the air, gets the kill on a Chorong. Chorong, this is just that's it. Violet gets a kill on a Stalker. Things are not looking so good for CR right now. They have to kind of play the lib. Jumin does get a kill on the Ana. So there is an opportunity here, but can anybody touch? I don't know. There's a huge hinder right there from Knife. And unless something crazy happens here, Zeta takes round 2. Going into the third round now. Who was going to win? The Lighthouse one. Sax, thank you for the 13 months with the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Proves to be a problem. I love that we were always talking about the fact of okay, if the Bastion is removed, that just disables Cap fully, because what else will you carry around? Well, at this level, Cassidy.
Going to be a great match? Yes, these teams play each other very close. I want you to take a look at Knife's score right now. Holy crap. Now, I will say, in defense of Stalker, Knife is getting the Jetpack Cat treatment, where not only do you have an Ana keeping you alive, you also have a Jetpack Cat bringing you around the map, and I was just going to say, CR recognized that. I don't know if it was requested by Stalker, but right now it's been really difficult trying to be able to make that work, so we see the swap finally. Yep. Basically, the Lucio just isn't working out. It's too long on team fights, and basically Stalker's always at a disadvantage because of that high ground type of situation. So I'm calling it Sky Noon. I used to call it Meow Noon, and everybody told me it was a bad way to call it, so I started calling it Sky Noon. I called it Meow Noon, and everybody told me it was dumb, so I stopped doing it.
That's insane. Ridiculous. You just landed an anti-nade onto Chorong.
Well, it didn't matter apparently.
Prez, thanks for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we have double trades going here. Shoot does go down. That's the important pick. Once you get the Ana down here, it's a little bit different of a team fight. So CR is going to go to the point, get it, and actually this is the first time we've seen CR win the team fight right away. Not really it wasn't like a clean win. It was a good opportunity.
So close to spawn, they swapped proper onto the Widow to see if they could find a little bit of space. Crazy Raccoon's great, but now they're on point. Flashbang comes through from Knife.
A lot of point happening here. Zeta's going to try to flip it. I do like the idea here. Violet does go down. That's going to give CR a little bit of opportunity. Knife gets booped off the map right now, and I saw some really crazy Wrecking Ball play from Doomman on this map. This is the map, by the way, for Wrecking Ball. This is where you shine. Gets slept, but again, this backline pressure. He's saying having a really good start to the tournament today. Kind of having that pressure. One of the problems CR ran into, at least in my opinion, during the group play, was he's saying would die early. And it's not really because he's saying was playing bad. It's more like I think he's saying felt pressure to go and make more plays happen. And it feels like in recent weeks in their matches, that's been kind of toned down of don't try to do too much. And sometimes players need to be reminded of that. Is you don't have to do too much. Trust as a team that we will win. We will enable your moment. Stalker again gets the kill on the Knife. See what I mean? The difference now when you have a little bit more of that help from the Jetpack Cat. We have a trade over here between the cat scratches. Shu again gets kills, and there it is again. This is what was missing earlier for CR on the previous maps. For the previous round is you're not able to go around the map and maneuver up into high grounds easily, so you always are at a disadvantage. I mean, look at the ultimates from CR right now. Proper's taking a look right there to see if that will be good enough for the Ocean down there. I think it will be. Those are usually good for that. Violet is going to have ultimate here. Knife has ult. We're going to see probably a Meow Noon happening shortly here. There's the Meow Noon. Stalker gets 2. That's going to make things a little bit difficult here. Wow, that was unbelievable. Again, Stalker showing you, oh my, what is going on? The double roll, roly, poly, okay, whatever. We have Knife going on the left-hand side here, going for the same Meow. Noon is able to get probably one on the cat, able to do that. That was sick. Now, obviously, I think this is a weird spot because it's going to, yeah, okay, so Zeta is going to pull the Wrecking Ball down. We get double trades there. I like how I got the kill on the Wrecking Ball, proper cleans up, and now the script is set. 99%. Of course, the other team takes it. Can Zeta hold on? Will CR be able to take this round? We're about to find out. We have double nano coming out here. We have a jetpack at ultimate coming out from Chorong. Proper does have Pulse Bomb coming up, but again, Pulse Bomb's hit or miss, obviously. So I can't really use that as like, oh, this is going to make or break things. Jazz, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. We do have the Cassidy setting up here. Look for the point to be the kind of the focus here. And that's exactly what they're doing. You saw the Wrecking Ball go over to the point. The nano is out. Stalker has an opportunity here to turn this fight. Maybe even win the first map. We don't know. What a huge hit against the kill on the shoe. Violet has to run away. Stalker gets two. Oh no, the Jetpack Cat goes in, gets the ultimate. CR is starting to take control, and I don't think they have an opportunity here. Milgaru has been on the Wrecking Ball for a little bit longer now. Maybe they can tap, but no, CR clutches it and takes map one. Well, Widow's very common on this map to begin with. Like,
Crazy Raccoon.
It's just a very good sniper map, so you see a lot of that happen. Yeah.
On the Sigma, but even without the Mizuki, they're still going to play the Bastion.
All right, here we go, chat. It's almost time. Taking a sip of my tea, and we're good.
We'll be on the Jetpack Cat. So Zeta Division, they might have moved.
Everybody's dreams happening. We have Jetpack Cat Bastion. Although does it seem like Zeta's gonna. So is Zeta going for like the actual double sniper pick here, or are they just doing like a general like?
Going to try and lodge it around that wall.
Like a general, just kind of like headshot play here.
Setting up potentially
one of your favorite. I mean, it is one of the best favorite. I mean, one of the best Widow maps for sure. All right.
Quick Sonic there to get a bit of information.
Nope, proper goes May. Jetpack Cat Bastion. There you go. And they went to May, so we got exactly what everybody was hoping to see. The only difference here is Zeta runs the Ana, and CR runs the Kiriko. Sam, thank you for the 47 months of the Prime sub. I appreciate that.
From both the Nana Boost and the Anti, but the Kiriko aggression, teleport, and Suzu can really keep you in check.
A lot of ability to survive these dive bombs from the Bastion as well. If you're playing the May, you can just
hit the block
real quick.
Both of these teams setting up, getting ready to play. A lot of damage output going in. If you're wondering, by the way, chat, do you see them giving up that corner? I get asked that sometimes in stream too. Like, giving up that corner is like a necessity here because the sight line down main is really confusing. Proper starts off with a huge pick right away, and immediately Zeta just takes over this team fight. There wasn't even a chance right there. Really good job there, you know, by Zeta. I mean, basically, CR gave up the space they were supposed to give up. Things didn't work out, and that's basically first point. I don't see them getting back to the first point at all.
A very quick and clean fight from Zeta Division as they get the point.
Nope. Just set up for second and rinse and repeat. Again, this is where the Jetpack Cat Bastion get a little bit like crazy because you kind of just waiting for these team fights to happen in like this way that's like, you know,
which means that first checkpoint picked up already started to move
in a way that is,
and shoot just quietly, steadily off of the poke coming through against the Bastion.
You're just relying on that to happen. But anyway, we have Nano coming in here for sure. Ultimate's going to pick up, and we do have the Nano onto the Bastion. Good to see here. This is going to make it really difficult for Stalker, but a really good job there by Vigilante to kind of survive that. But the 1 HP right there is a little bit crazy. Not able to get the kill. We're going to see a kill from Renar on the max, so a huge pick by Zeta. That is going to cause some problems here because once you lose your Sigma, you're kind of in a weird spot. On point, the May ultimate gets eat by Banar. Remember when I said earlier, Banar has been playing lights out? Well, we just watched the May ultimate get eat. Knife only gets 4. Are you kidding me? Only 4 Knife? Are you serious? You think on the other team they're going, hey, what do you have over there? And then he goes, a knife! Again, my references are too old right now. I need to watch Bluey tonight to get my references up to par. All right, we have Mayel coming out from Zeta here. This is going to be a really good ultimate to have around this corner. Going to be a bit of a problem because, like, basically you have the double ultimate here. So, like, you're going to have to wide swing out quickly. Yep, there it is. And what I mean by wide swing out quickly is exactly what we just saw. Basically, don't give them any opportunity to kind of, like, get you with the ultimate. But unfortunately, Banar recognized that and only killed 3. So that's a really good job there. Banar is popping off right now. Holy crap. Are they going to give him the kill? No, Knife says no. If you only gave me 4 kills, I'm not giving you a 5th. And there you go. I mean, Zeta dominating thus far going into the third. Now, third is a little bit easier to hold as defenders. You have the close spawns, and you have the sight lines that kind of really, you have the sight lines that really, like, you know, make it easier for you. It's kind of like just kind of a one path, like you're going to aim down this lane. So it makes it a little bit easier. We'll see how it goes, though. But ultimate-wise here, CR has Jetpack Cat ultimate. Both teams are going to be in the ult building phase. That is a little bit ahead on that with the Nano, and whoever gets Nano will also build their ult quickly, which I imagine is going to be the Bastion. You don't see many Nanos outside of a Bastion unless, of course, you're saving somebody. So we'll see how this plays out. But I expect to see a Nano Bastion very soon. I mean, you're just going to go in the air with Jetpack Cat and do that. CR taking map control, but there's really no map control right now in this type of meta where... And what I mean by that is, like, normally when you're playing normal, like, ranked or comp, like, you basically have to fight for the high ground, but with the Jetpack Cat one, it does that. But look at Max over here popping off, getting 2. This is going to allow some opportunity, but Knife gets going to Heesing. But, truthfully, this isn't going to be, like, the end of the team fights at all, in my opinion. Chongrong over here trying to save Max, and Max refuses to...
All of the fights are happening off the point itself, which means it's just there on the
Chat,
finish line.
I don't know what happened there, but, oh, we have a duel. We have a duel, the good old-fashioned Sigma duel. And you know what? Max wins that. I think it's fair game. Violet goes down, and just in time, finally CR shows up and is able to hold, and now things get interesting. So, the Sigma diff...
20-30 meters away from the checkpoint.
I mean, we've seen stranger
the good old-fashioned duel. But if you didn't notice, Chorong was trying to get Sigma out and then wouldn't go, and then finally, when he finally attaches there, Chorong falls over. So, yeah, Max is having a good time there. I mean, in Bernard's defense, I mean, listen, I always equate this to, like, a basketball term. You call it the heat check, where, like, you're hitting all your threes, you got to keep going, right? You know what I mean? Right? You got to keep going on that. Like, you got to see, you got to take that 35-foot three-pointer and see if it goes through. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. But it looks like we're going to have a bit of a trade here. It's a 3v3 in both sides, but it does look like there's a little bit more opportunity for CR to be able to take this, which they do, and things are starting to slow down now for Zeta. Zeta's been struggling a little bit on this third point, which, again, as I predicted, isn't uncommon. If you don't win the snowball, you basically get stuck here for a little bit, and then it comes an alt thump. Look for a Nano to come out here onto the Bastion, and I'm not really sure how they approach this with the wide swing. They might even Nano somebody else. Nope, it goes to Stalker. There's an ultimate from Bernard right now. Going to lift up the Mei now, or the Mei. A little bit of a note, if anybody doesn't know this, a bit of a tip. If they are in their Mei ice block, you can lift the ice block up. So, like, if you start your ultimate and you wait a second or two, like, it will basically, when they land, the ice block will be done, and you can still follow up and kill the Mei. So, that's what you saw right there, was basically the Mei went into the ice block, and then you basically just lift them up into the air. So, good job, though, in general. Zeta's running out of steam here. They have a Diva swap coming in. We have a Nano. Of course, going to go on to the Bastion. Outlier, if they want to, they can Nano the Diva, but honestly, that's not going to get much value to begin with. Not because Diva's bad, because it's hard to get that value with the comp they have, where it's a lot of survivability. Now, we have Jetpack Cat ultimate. Not sure how you use this here. Maybe you wait till one of them goes on the outside of the map and pulls them off the map, but, like, you got to be a little bit careful, because there's a chance that we'll be... You know, yeah, Indiana goes that way and kind of gets rolled. Okay, they're going on the high ground right now, clearing things out. Knife is taking a quick nap. You can tell he's frustrated. He's like, oh, man.
You can see the sigh is, oh, wait. What? Stalker gets dipped on it.
I'm sorry, but what in the what in the Fortnite? What is going on? You know what? I got no analysis for that. I got nothing for you, chat. That was just, I got nothing. There's nothing I can explain there. That was just, yep. All right, Knife gets 2, might make it 3, but Stalker pops the ultimate. Now, you're going to see Bastions pop their ultimate a lot like that, chat, and let me explain. There's a minor perk right now that basically makes Bastion a tank. So what the players do is they do that. We do have a Venture on point. Again, he's saying is here just to delay. Violet will chase that down, knowing Violet. But here comes the Nano from Vigilante. Goes on to that, but a huge Mei ultimate by Proper. What a shield, though. What a shield. Oh my, what a shield that was. And then Chorong over there gets the cat scratch duel, wins that right now. And I think Proper's going to go down too. And again, as I referenced earlier, the shield being here. Not the shield, but oh, what a sleep out of nowhere. The spawn, wait, but Knife? I'm sorry, what, wait, who? What? Okay. Woo! 48 seconds left on the clock. CR holds. Those close spawns really coming into play. Happy. Thank you for the 2 months of that tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. What a hold is right, chat. What a hold. Okay. Now, things are evening out. We have an even team fight in the ultimates. There's none. There's going to be a possibility of a couple support ultimates on both sides coming up. A little bit more leaning into Zeta's support ultimates, and that's what they're doing. So right now, what you're actually seeing, they're not going to really say it yet. They're building Nano. That's why Bernard keeps flying up there and then dropping down. They're trying to build Nano right now, and that's what's happening. Shoes Nano has shot up to 88%. We do see a little bit of aggressive play. I love that by Max. Goes in, gets the kill on Knife. Violet Violet gets the kill on the Max, though, unfortunately, but Stalker gets the kill there. We have a 3v3. There's an Nano on Bernard that they built earlier. Now, the Ice Block by Mei. This is going to buy a little bit of time, but unfortunately, I think you will lose the Mei here. But we go back to what we talked about with the spawns. Never mind, the Fortnite wall is kind of blocking some sight lines. Vigilante hits a cool honor grenade there, but may not be enough. We are seeing a kind of a back-and-forth battle, and all of Zeta has returned to the point. Violet has ultimate, can kind of get him off the point right now if need be. Might save it, and it does look like after all is said and done, Zeta captures the point.
3 points on the board. A 5-minute hold there for Crazy Raccoon.
Well, we said we've seen stranger things here in Overwatch esports, and we were right. Circuit continues to be that 3rd-point defense. Like, the moment you lose one fight, it's so problematic for these teams to attack into because you have to clear
but I'm
up
wide
the
awake
ground.
right now. I'm just losing my voice a little
Like
bit because I talk all
10k
the time.
damage there. You saw the
Yeah, he was
stat line.
He was popping off.
It was
like the shields, the fluxes, the rocks onto the Bastion as well, so that you don't get the opportunity to just walk away with all of that damage, all of the space, and just push that payload that little bit left to get the checkpoint through.
That was a good round, huh? That's what I was saying, 3rd point.
No shot.
Not easy.
Better for Shu here,
But
though,
here's
I
the
must
problem,
say, on the
and this is the
What is
concern I have
shocking
for
is
CR.
that
Like,
Zeta
are you going to be
could
able
have
to
gone for the Alara.
have the same type of
But
attack?
because
Maybe they
the
pace
option
themselves
of the
better.
cat is
But
in
like,
play,
Zeta dominated
Violet
first point. There was no
actually
pushback. There was no.
forgoes it. And
There
we
was
have the
nothing Zeta had to
continuation
do
of
that
the
was
Bastion
super
cat
extravagant for
coming
first
through
and
with
second.
Knife's pairing.
And
She
like,
was
I
gonna
don't
be
think
playing
CR is going to
Diana
be
to have things like
awarded
the
that same
anti-nades
type
as well as
of
that
play.
nano boost
Um,
onto Knife. That Zeta
Are they
Division have
playing
really
close to
been trying
like
use as
play
that
the corner?
default
That'd be kind of
engagement.
interesting.
But Crazy Raccoon, like they
You
could
haven't felt
actually
this hyped
start
and
off here
invested
with
since
Max
OWL. It's
on the
incredible.
Diva
I'm glad
instead,
you're enjoying. It's
having
great. I'm
Defense
telling you.
Matrix shutting down the
Hey, if
Amber's
you
plays.
like this is what we do every time too. So here we go. Both teams opting to, there's going to play the corner. Now, Max is going the Diva. Don't be surprised to see Max maybe make a swap off Diva later. I think the Diva might have been, they saw that earlier. I don't think we're seeing any swaps or anything going back. We do have a Reaper now, so a little bit of a different play here rather than running the Mei, running the Reaper. This will put a little bit more pressure on the tank, but this gives more opportunity for like Knife to find value. But I kind of do like the Reaper swap. Reaper's been really strong in pro play. So far, both teams are kind of in a spot of just kind of, looking for a map control space. That's going to be a weird health back there for Reaper. Don't be surprised to see Hiimishie fall over. Does get the health back, and as I say that, Proper's the one to fall over, though gets debated into the kill. Now, numbers are looking good for CR, but they can't be too aggressive. They are going to try to, take away map control. Shu is getting low in the back line. Bernard goes down, and that pressure alone from Hiimishie, that was a really good, like, I know you didn't see the kill show up there, but the way that Hiimishie went behind them, that was a really good distraction, right? Sometimes you don't need to get the kills. You just need to survive as long as you can and take pressure away. And again, apparently both these teams don't know how to play first point. Max forgot what point they were on and decided to go all the way to 3rd. Bless you, Sully. Sully had to sneeze and try to say bless you,
to open up the space in the next fight. What you will have, though, Shu 7% away from that nano boost. Might as well have it now.
Okay.
Which means that you've got
anyway, Kitsune coming up here from CR. I expect to see a pretty aggressive Kitsune. We're going to see a nano onto the Bastion. The question is, will they nano the Bastion first or will they Kitsune first? Stalker decides HP was getting a little bit too low. Let's pop the Bastion ultimate, and I think they're going to be a bit aggressive after this. There's the rock on from the Sigma. Sigma's getting a little bit low. Not low enough to like the point where now definitely getting low. And here we go. Now we're going to see the nano come into play. Actually goes to Bernard. Kind of a surprise. The Kitsune's out, so this means the team fight still is unpredictable to call. If they can get the kill on the Shu, we're going to get a trade fest. Shu goes down. Max picks up 3. There's the ultimate now. Where's everybody else is the question. He's saying goes to the corner, and it does look like I might have mistracked a kill or two because I thought there was 3 alive, but there doesn't seem to be that. A huge Reaper out there. He's saying goes into the air, gets the kill, and now is Zeta even going to be able to get back in time? I'm not entirely sure. The Bastion's there, and I think this is going to be the second point. Yeah, the snowball has happened, and now CR in the same exact spot, literally the exact same like time and everything. Here we go again. Buckle up. We're on to the 3rd point. Zeta has seen what's going on here, is making the swap to the Diva from Bernard. We're now back in that Diva versus Diva matchup. The mirrors almost there. The only difference between the teams right now. Proper on May, he's saying on Reaper. That is it. Everybody else on the same heroes mirroring. It's down to this. No, I mean, it's on a GG because this is exactly where Zeta was. But can CR get that snowball you're looking for? Everybody's wondering when I reference that. Basically, it means you never stop the cart. You just keep losing the point. So far, that's what it's been.
I mean, the good thing
now we're going to have a bit of a matchup here. It's going to be one of the neutral. Both teams don't have any ultimates. You don't really know where to go. So, like, during this team fight, what you do is you get map control and you get cooldowns out. So when you do get your ultimate, you have opportunity. Okay, so Hiisang is doing a good job of surviving again. Really good adjustment by Hiisang recently of having more survivability and not just dying on, like, early in team fights. That's been a difference. I watch Hiisang go down immediately in a team fight soon. There's a huge jetpack at ultimate, and oh my, what a play right there by CR. One thing I think people don't utilize with Jetpack Cat a lot right now is it basically is like a shatter with a little bit less time on it. And, like, it can really make or break a team fight. But on the flip side, Zeta does have the ultimates to be able to do this. So for the sake of CR, it's going to be about being able to find an individual kill. Hiisang is recognizing this. They are going to be flanked, and now it comes down to these bastions. Who's going to win the duel, right? I don't know. Here we go. They're all top right. Don't be surprised to see Stalker hit that ultimate button. Shortly, we do have a Kitsune out on both sides, but the map control is a little bit more in favor of CR. Hiisang again goes in with the Reaper, able to get one and a little bit of pressure on two of them. Stalker doesn't know what to do. Benar's on the point. Can they get the baby Diva? This is going to be the question. Unfortunately, Max will lose suit. Does know that you can have the Diva ult. Benar gets traded on, says, you're going to get rid of my suit, I'm going to get rid of yours. Vigilante gets a kill there, Stalker gets a kill also, and CR does what Zeta couldn't. Snowballs third, 4:39 on the clock. Wow, what? To put that in perspective, chat, okay? To put that in perspective, that means that CR has more time on their time bank than when you start the game. Did you know that? You have 4 minutes on first point. They have 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
They didn't really stop at all, which is insane.
Wow.
Like first and second,
it is first to three, yes. We're not getting any first to twos.
Not so much on third.
Yep.
That's so rare.
A minute versus 4:39 as history kind of dictates here. Moxie, first and second will be a breeze for both teams.
Yep, grand finals is first to four. Yes. Man, what a series thus far. These teams are giving it their all. Dude, this is, remember when I said tournament mode CR chat? I was not joking.
I mean,
like, they are a different beast. Okay? They are a different beast when they're in this mode.
You're thinking, okay,
they're a very, like, good tournament team, and, like, when they turn it on, like, this is CR. This is the team that you see and you expect from them. It's so good.
Something done, or you go for something like Benar on the Sigma to have that extra defense for the damage reduction, but you're also worrying about Crazy Raccoon playing the Reaper against you, and it looks like they go instead for the Bastion Cat. Knife and Violet going to be trying to open up this fight. Shu playing as safe as possible on the Kiriko in case Crazy Raccoon turn their attention onto the back line.
Can proper get in position though. He gets a teleport onto the high ground or to that mini room. It's going to be
time. CR is going to be running the Sigma. We're going to see very similar comps here, but it's CR is deciding to go with the Sigma again after a successful Diva round. Now, obviously, defensively, I do like the Sigma here. And if you notice, there's been a little bit of adjustment here, and that is that CR is putting a little bit more early pressure on here before they kind of gave up the corner right away. So their strategy has shifted ever so slightly. They're back in square one to where they were, but here's the Bastion. The Jetpack Cat Bastion's going in, but this is a bit of a miss. Now they're going to be able to come back with their own Jetpack Cat Bastion in a second. So look for CR to kind of try to trade the backlines on that, but no, they're going to kill the Vigilante, though. That is not the pick you want to see, but Stalker gets the trade on the Shu. It's going to even out the odds here. Both teams are in a really unique spot. Knife does have the Bastion ultimate. Stalker does go down. If they're able to trade on the Bastion, they're going to be able to do that, but no, chat. Zeta holds on to that team fight, and first point will be captured. You're officially in overtime spawns. This is where it gets scary for CR. If you lose a team fight, you basically lose the point except on third. There's no room for error here. Hiisang does spawn up. Everybody on CR has good spawns. Ultimates are pretty good here for CR. Benar does have Diva ultimate coming up. Violet's going to have that. But right now, the ultimates are in favor of CR. Zeta has to stay point with a couple of them. There's the Yup Rock on the proper. Max hits a sick play. Oh my, Max. Dude, Max just clutched that. That was not a C9 or anything. They were relying on proper to hold the point. Max hits an RKO off the top rope. and basically forces them out of
It
there.
is not
What a play.
often
What
that
a
we
play
see
by... Dude, I don't know if you were looking at that.
C9
Max went off the
like
top
that.
rope, hit a
You
rock,
can tell as
RKO'd
well,
him,
like Crazy Raccoon, they were
RKO'd
so
him,
ready for
and
it.
just
They
sent
saw
him back to
that self-destruct
spawn.
coming through.
With
They put so
overtime
much
spawns, the
pressure
cart timer
onto
goes down a lot
Bernard's mech
quicker.
to try and pop
Nothing that
them
they can do
early.
there.
They forced the
That was
self-destruct.
just a
They
good
did
play by
set that
Max. There was
self-destruct in the
nothing
air.
that Zeta was going to be able to
was
do
lobbed
to
towards
get
the
to that
cart,
point.
and Zeta
What a
Division,
play.
no
That was
one's in
unbelievable.
position to be able
Like
to
it
trade
was
onto
literally
point.
that was the difference.
But at
Wow.
least for them,
Now,
with the 1
I've
minute
seen
that they
crazier
had
holds
available
happen,
in comparison
okay?
to Crazy Raccoon's 4.5, they got a checkpoint. It's still
What does RKO mean? It's a
doable.
reference to a wrestler,
Theoretically,
Randy Orton,
we
who
wouldn't
has his
say
move called the
impossible,
RKO.
but it would be
Is there any reason why I call it that?
improbable
No, but it's
Zeta
just funny,
Division would
so.
walk away with this one.
That is a C9 of all time. Bookmark that one.
It's just
Clip
funny.
it, chat.
Yeah.
No, don't. There's highlights, and then C9s are just lowlights.
Production, clip that one. They already did. I know they did. 4 minutes and 39. The first point defense, the second point defense looked like nothing for both teams on the OG attack.
Crazy Raccoon can take so much time as well. Like
Are
they
you
can have
awake?
Heesang
Even
here,
Sully's
like,
locked
they're
in.
already
Hi,
just, like,
buddy.
onto the high ground doors.
Yeah, you liking the
scouting out
matches?
information. No Sonic required. You saw the players.
Yeah.
Because Zeta Division,
I love
with
that.
the
I
little
love that
time they
I
have
use slow
available, they
points
have
back.
close hold.
Okay. Anyway, so Zeta is basically playing an all-in strategy here. They've decided they can't really sit there and give up the corner. They just don't feel like they're going to have enough time. So they're playing a strategy we've seen before. Basically, what you do is you create an off angle up on the high ground. Proper is getting a little bit of an unlucky here. Goes down. This is a lost team fight for Zeta. But just like with any hold close strategy, their vision's more just to get card time. And like if you look at the clock, that's 30 seconds off the clock. Would they have liked to been there for an extra, I don't know, minute, 2 minutes? Absolutely. But you know, in this situation when the time bank is so large for a team, I mean, look at the cart. It wasn't even being pushed. So like, you just kind of need to give yourself an extra team fight. It didn't go well, but anyway, Proper switches back now. We have an official mirror, except for again the Ana Kiriko. CR running the Kiriko, Zeta running the Ana. Jetpack at Bastion going in the air. Both of them have disengaged it properly, so I don't expect to see any kills here unless something's a mistake. Nard does back up. It's a good amount of overshield. Max is feeling the aggression, has a little bit way more outcharge than Nard at this point. He's rocking the back line, putting the shield up there, doing damage as much as possible. And Heesang does get behind. Violet goes in there, and what a play by Violet. And I talked about this. This is one thing that CR was struggling with in the group stages and everything. Not of like the major, but like Heesang gets picked off early because like the play gets rushed. Now, you know, 3 minutes on the clock. I mean, I've seen this corner held for 4 minutes. So this is far from over. Violet doing a little bit of scouting up on the high ground. Zeta has Nano coming up. Knife has ult coming up, which is the Bastion. CR has pretty much similar ultimates, except a little bit of a slight advantage on the Jetpack Cat and Sigma. And this is the team fight. This is going to really dictate where this goes. Something to keep note of, you can technically give up the point here. You do lose like that long spawn area, but like they can give up the point. There's the Nano, there's the Kitsune. Expect to see a Sigma ultimate now. 2 in the back line, a huge ultimate here from Max. Max goes in, hits the yup rock onto Bernard. Bernard's not going to be able to build the ultimate again here. And there we go. Everybody goes down. Violet gets a kill on a Heesang in the back line, but it just won't be enough in chat. CR, unless the most miraculous tap of all time happens here, CR is going to be going up 2-0 in an epic battle between just absolute powerhouses. And there it is. CR takes the lead. What a game thus far. DHL ones? I don't have any DHL drops. That's not me. I have the DHL thing is like a whole separate thing OWCS does. I have the esports drops. I got those. I got no DHL ones. All right, let's go, baby.
Okay. Potential of the Mauga, like mentioned, potential of the Wrecking Ball, potential of the Rhine. Are we believers? Crowd definitely wants it. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know if it's late, but I thought he asked if we were believers, and I'm like, damn, I didn't like Justin Bieber that much. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Chat, as predicted, Reinhardt versus Reinhardt.
Cast comes through from Proper. Heesang on the Reaper. Wants to play up close.
No!
I'm pissed.
You know what? We're building
you
the
can't tease me like
anticipation.
this.
We
We're about to see the epic Rhine versus Rhine. What happened?
Of OWCS
Oh, the admins are making sure they make. Okay, they're probably going. Are you sure you want to be on Rhine? Do we need to restart?
We have to
They're like, yeah, you sure? I thought you were going to play Mauga. Do you want us to restart the match? Are you good? They're just doing a check right now very quickly. They're making sure it is.
This is a 3-0. This could be quite a fast day of matches.
No, it won't be. Don't say that. Come on, you're cursing us now. He was bad as Johnny.
By the way, I have seen these teams go Rhine before, so.
Jumpin looked a little bit confused there on the cam, so maybe a CR small issue. Hopefully we'll get that sorted.
How can they pause? It's a custom game, so you have custom settings, so you can pause the game.
Chill.
Yep.
Maybe the confusion is he's like telling his team, wait, guys, I swore I saw a Reinhardt before we had to.
I am the Ryan.
I thought I was the one getting to be Ryan. I mean, I feel like Ryan players, they love the mirror match so much.
Audio shoot for Vigi there, so should be able to get that sorted real quick. They've been really quick with pauses and stuff this tournament, so it's all good, but, you know.
Yeah. We've got the Rhine mirror, but it's probably not going to be like a full-blooded Rhine mirror where you're actually like swinging your hammer and trying to chunk damage in. It's much more about being a body, soaking up the damage,
honestly, probably
having
not.
that shield, giving your team the opportunity.
It's a fun idea, but probably not.
To be the true hero maker.
Okay, here we go.
As Knife will be on the Bastion, so Proper can play on the ground.
Yeah, your shield ain't lasting too long against.
All right, Rhine versus Rhine, chat. Let's go, baby. This is going to look good, and that's pretty much what you expect. CR.
Real smooth. Oh, he's out.
Man. Oh, Proper gets the kill, though? Okay, let me reset my mind here. Here we go. CR is battling right now. The Reinhardts are looking at each other, and boom, CR wins the first team fight, I think. Maybe not. They almost captured the... I don't know.
Melt through the Rhine, and then, like, just use that
Am I missing something?
Rhine shielding Stalker, so that
I got 1,500 hours of ejection time.
Out of the way,
okay, there we go.
The first kill onto the Rhine,
CR gets the point. We're good. And now things are a bit even. Okay, teams are back to even levels now. We have a Bastion ultimate coming out here from CR. Again, Bastion ultimate's usually more as a survivability tactic, and they try to save it for the first perk. He's saying does go to the backline, and they get the kill right there. Huge aggression here by CR. Shu does get a pick on the Stalker. That could complicate a couple of things here, but as long as they get the initial pick, they should be okay. Map does almost slip on the point there, but they were ready for that. Proper's going to take a lot of damage. Proper is going to be cleansed right there. Shu goes down, and CR again starting off extremely strong against this Zeta team. If you're wondering why they aren't killing Proper, is because they're trying to delay time. This is just a stagger, and it is an epic stagger at that. That's going to delay things by another 15%, limiting this to one more singular team fight. CR has every single ultimate except for Shatter, honestly, in pro play. Rhines usually build their Shatter by just having it regen over the course of a 25-minute period. We do have a Kitsune coming up here from both sides. I expect to see that Kitsune be used pretty much immediately. And I really think the deciding play here is going to be what happens with that Reaper ultimate or the Reaper play. Stalker with a huge pick on the Proper right away. Here we go. There's a big slam happening, I assume. And by a big slam, they don't even have ultimate yet, but I'm just so excited to call big slam. CR takes first point. Ultimates, Zeta has Jetpack had ultimate, has Bastion ultimate, CR has Bastion ultimate, and a big slam online. Heathcliff, thank you for the prime sub. I appreciate it. All right, both teams just kind of looking around the map right now. Again, if you ask me why they do this comp, I still don't have an idea, but I'm just going to hope for the best. Both teams vying for position, and obviously with CR winning that team fight is able to get map control, but map control on this point, it can be pretty kind of hit or miss in how that goes. Violet's looking for a kill on the Reaper, not able to find it. Proper has officially swapped over to the Reaper from the Cassidy, kind of complicating how they want to play this. We have a double slammy, whammy. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just making up words at this point. Shu does get the ability to get the kill, and that should be a team fight win for Zeta. So as quickly as CR won a team fight, Zeta has now done the same. We have ultimates, not quite built on either side. We're going to see double shatters coming up here very shortly, but I don't really know how to predict shatters nowadays, if I'm going to be honest with you. So we will see.
And Zeta Division don't have good ultimates to be able to hold them off at the pass.
I'm getting pumped for this chat. You get ready. It's been, I haven't been able to call this in a long time. Knife with a huge pick. Both Kirikos go down, but Stalker gets the trade, but Stalker gets the trade there. But Violet gets the trade right there. Both Reinhardt's doing what exactly. Big slam alert! We have a big slam happening. Proper is going to go down. What a huge play. Milgaro misses the charge, looking like my Ryan over there. And now, can Jumin win this kind of a battle here? But I'm not quite sure. They're taking map control. Jumin looking around, trying to debate the shatter by turning the shield. Both Ryans holding shield. Big slam on the other side here. But Milgaro goes down. The bait happens, and CR flips the point Again, not quite won the team fight, but as I say that, they clean up 2 more kills, and CR regains control. Not without Zeta getting 92%. Now we have a Bastion ultimate coming out from Zeta, and officially we are on the Mauga. That means that officially we can say Rhine diff. It has happened. There's no coming back from that. You have swapped off Rhine. This is a game of chicken, and you have lost. We have a Kitsune coming up right now from both sides. Reaper ultimate from Proper. He's saying a little bit there. Reaper ult's kind of hard to predict how it's going to be in these team fights, so kind of just look for a random one at some point.
Oh, he's saying 15 HP. Hits that shift, manages to survive. There's the dash into the backline. It's good stop.
A bunch of ultimates happening, and yes, there's a lot of colors on my screen right now. Who will win this? I don't know. The Rhine shield being held aggressively by Junbin. Nothing else you can really do there. It looks like the Milgar is trying to get the kill right now. Not able to do that. Hits a slam. Not the slam that we're looking for, though. And the Mauga swap does pay off for Zeta. And more than likely, will give them the point. Zeta evens it up. 1-1. Next point is all the way across the map. Unfortunately, there are no... Oh, wait, no, it's not. Okay. I hate they don't show us the flashpoint, like, from the point of view of that, because I was going to make a joke about how they have to go, into Narnia to get there, but now I feel stupid. Now I feel stupid. All right, anyway, we have a Jetpack Cat ultimate here. I don't know how they're going to do this, and they just want to get a little bit more wild in this situation, right? I don't know what's going on. Yep, Proper gets a kill, and then that's that. Proper opening up this for Zeta and really trying to battle back. I mean, you don't want to lose this. I mean, Zeta is very capable of reverse sweeping this whole series. It's not impossible, but you have to start somewhere, and this map right now is where you start that. You said a disgusting swap. I know the Honorable Duel. The Honorable Duel has been ruined, which, I mean, this means CR is going to go Mauga, right? Like, after the Shatter, unless they win this right here, this is probably the last of the Rhine versus Rhine.
Shatter from Junbin.
They have got Shatter. I mean,
all right, here we go. There's the ultimate with the Mauga. Gets the kill on a Stalker. Honestly, I'm just hitting the Shatter button here. Okay. Yep, a little bit of whatever that was. And chat, I want to point out to you, it does seem like there's been a shift in, like, the perk meta. I'm seeing a lot of Reapers take the globe. Not every Reaper takes the globe, but I've seen a lot more of that. And I think, big slam. That is a big slam, an honorable big slam, because he stayed on the Reinhardt. That is going to get the Kiriko too, which is an important pick. It's going to allow for them to kind of get a duel with this Jetpack at Bastion. Stalker trying his best to stay alive on point, as there's a lot of pressure happening there. The Mauga slams in. But speaking of slam, the Reinhardt's on point, holding shield aggressively, menacingly, you could say. Is able to get the kill there, and again, CR will flip the point, but is it a little bit too late? I don't know. We'll have to ask JoJo. Now, we have a Kitsune coming up here from both sides. It looks like CR does have a little bit more of an ult advantage, but not quite by a lot. It's a very small percentage difference. So we're probably going to have even ultimates come up throughout this.
Let Vigilante pop it, disengage, and come back with them, because they're sitting at 92%.
Kitsune coming up here very, very shortly. I expect to see both of them use that Jetpack Cat, or I mean not Jetpack Cat, but Bastion turret form has been used. And now we see what their answer is going to be. Milgaro charges in, try not to fall for that. There's the Kitsune. Milgaro's taking a crap ton of damage. Shield is being held menacingly, and there's the charge in. Stalker gets the kill on the Violet. Here's the Reaper ultimate. It does get one, but we get a couple trades there. Proper picks up a second kill. It is a trade fest, and I'm not sure who's going to win. What a huge glow pickup by Proper, but is it going to be enough? Huge Rhine bash by Rhine. Able to sit there, holding shield up as much as we can. I don't know what just happened right there. But again, is it just enough? The Mauga, the unethical Mauga gameplay is leading to a 2-1 lead here for Zeta. Can CR make the swap over to whatever they need to? Will they stay on Rhine? Honestly, they probably will stay on Rhine. But we're on the other side of the map. Both teams are going to have to get across. They may even have to stop for some, I don't know, charge their car, whatever you may be. But they will get there shortly. Bastion ultimate coming out for Zeta, not a huge deal, not like a game changer, but really the ultimate to look for is the Shatter. Now, with the way Reinhardt has to play in this mode, the Shatter will probably happen in the next 30 minutes. What a debate. Stalker does. They do finally get the kill on the Rhine, but Stalker cleans up, and now CR should be able to get the point.
They saw a vulnerable Rhine, and Zeta got
Does Narnia have card charging? They should. You gotta, come on, it's modern, right? There you go. CR takes the point. Now, will they be able to take this? I don't know. Random right-click in there from a Bastion. Probably missed right there. Fire Strike hits. I don't know where that's going. Honestly, I kick field goals, too, when I use my Fire Strikes. Don't you worry. Shatter is almost online, but Milgaro says, hey, you like playing Rhine? Well, guess what I got for you? I got Cage. All right? It's going to be like a UFC Cage fight here soon. Shatter's on board, holding shield up aggressively. There's the bash. That shield is being menacing. Heesang does this, and now we're going to see the big slam. There's the big slam. There is a kill, though. Milgaro's going to be able to charge out, and now it's going to be a weird team fight. The kill on the proper does complicate things for Zeta, but probably not enough. Knight gets the kill on the Stalker. He's saying over here, checking out the ocean. Pretty beautiful view right there. I can respect that. And it looks like Zeta will win this team fight. But, you know, 75%, 70 whatever percent it's going to be, pretty damn solid for CR. Zeta has Kitsune in chat. As you know, the expected Lifeweaver swap to move 5 feet out of spawn did happen. We have the Kiriko, we have the Jetpack Cat still. Also, Limitless, I think that's what your name is. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. In chat, you can finally get excited. We have Mauga versus Mauga. Kitsune coming up from Zeta. This is going to be a tough ultimate to deal with. If they can win this team fight somehow, CR that is, this will be unbelievable because I do think this Kitsune is going to make this difficult. Although I think that was kind of a debate there from CR. They kind of knew that was going to happen, and the quicker you get that team fight done with. But an important note here, while that's happening, CR goes and flips the point. And that's going to guarantee that if they do win this team fight, there isn't going to be a recontest. So I want to give you a little bit of like, that is a good play. The problem is, though, they don't have the ultimates, right? And obviously CR needs to win this, so Zeta is going to be a little bit more kind of aggressive, I think, because they have a little bit more room to work with, and that's exactly what you see. The Bastions are going in, we see a slam, but CR decides to flip the point again. The air is clean after Proper does that, using the Air Purifier Reaper ultimate. Violet is going to have Jetpack at ultimate, and honestly, like, for CR's sake here, win or lose this team fight, they've given themselves the opportunity to at least kind of, like, tap the point soon. Obviously not able to get trades. As I say that, though, because the game reaches overtime, they're going to be put into overtime spawns, and now things get a little bit more complicated. They need to tap the point. Zeta's going to play aggressively because you want to prevent that. It looks like they're going to get the kill on the Heesang, or at least the possibility of it. They don't get the kill, but who has point, I don't know. They wrecking ball taps. Vigilante goes down. Now it's going to be on Junbin to stay alive as long as possible. This does kind of even up the numbers elsewhere. I mean, Milgaro gets the kill, and chat, Zeta should be able to clean this up, and Zeta will clean this up, and now we are not going to see a 3-0. Zeta is going to win map number 3, setting us up for CR with the first ban, and the next map, we got ourselves a series. Here we go, chat. Almost time to see what these teams are running. After tonight, is there another tournament soon? So I will be covering Overwatch World Cup on Friday and Saturday. There will be more esports loot boxes to get. That will be Friday and Saturday coming up. One is at 2 a.m. Can't wait. And one is at on Saturday at like noon or something. So I'm going to try to cover it to the best of my ability. Might even just like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that will be up this upcoming weekend. So,
and it truly is not just the corner control.
All right, here we go.
Wall of potentials when you go into those chokes, especially if you get to play.
What time zone? I am East Coast, so it's currently 12:22 a.m. Yep.
Crazy Raccoon.
All right, we are seeing the Mizuki, I think, at least. And so, again, for people wondering how this Mizuki strategy works, it's not because they want to chain a Wrecking Ball. It's because there's a strategy currently. Also, look for Stalker or Heesang to swap to Mei. I forgot who plays Mei in this. Okay, no, they're going to run the Hanzo? No, they're going to run Mei. Okay, I was 100% right. They're going to run Pharah. See, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but basically you chain the tank, and that's what you do with the Mizuki here. It's not about... That's pretty much what you do. It's not trying to get like a flanker or anything like that. There's not even a flanker to get except Reaper. It's just to chain the tank and cause problems there. Will there be a rebroadcast? Yes, there will be. I will admit I probably won't watch the rebroadcast tomorrow. I'm going to give my voice some time. Lonnie's parents are here. I haven't seen them in about 7 months since they go to Florida. So I'm going to spend time with Lonnie and her parents tomorrow. So you won't get the rerun out of me. But of course, whenever I'm done today, whenever I decide to hop off today, I will end up. I'm watching all the matches to make that clear. Just I'll raid someone and kind of get you in the right direction to get those tomorrow. Or whatever. Time of the reruns usually at noon. Although they did start them early, so keep an eye out. Okay.
So Zeta Division lost their backline. Vigilante
anyway.
Stays alive, and Crazy Raccoons wraps around, takes the high ground, goes to point, has the Kiriko, wins the frontline brawl, and is able to go for the full cap. As Zeta,
all right, here we go. Zeta running the Echo.
Proper actually goes
CR.
To the Echo. This is a great answer to the Pharah, but much more vulnerable.
Just absolutely dominates the first point. I will admit I was a little bit lackluster there in my comms for that, so I'll make up for it the rest of the way. Anyway, CR gets the first point really easily. Wasn't even like much pushback right there. I mean, obviously their comp is like kind of like this. Expect to see a really quick Kitsune come out here from CR. They know they have a huge advantage, and unfortunately for Zeta, the more map control they give, the more impactful this is going to be. Knife does build up Mei ultimate, so you can kind of Mei ult the Kitsune, hope for the best, maybe delay them as they do this process. It does seem like they are going to get a kill on the Chorog, so that Mei ultimate does do its job. And a really good job by Zeta, because that was getting scary right there. Proper flanking. I'm sure they can't hear the, can't hear that. But a little bit of a kind of an unlucky here. This is why they're going to all in on Max or try to. They lost 2 people during that. And the worst thing you can do in those team fights is trade. Losing 1, okay. Losing 2, that's the loss of map control. So next up, we're going to have a Sigma ultimate coming up behind noon. Possibility of Pharah and Mizuki. Yes, they have every ultimate except for Kitsune. Flip side of that, though, is that Zeta does have a lot of ultimates coming up, too, and one of them is in my opinion, one of the best ultimates in the game, Kitsune. So, I expect to see a Kitsune happen, probably not here, but when it opens up into third, maybe not. No, they're going to do it here because they have the Mei. So, you're going to see a Kitsune happen. No, they're going to wait on the corner. I know I keep going back and forth on that, but I'm just seeing how they're playing it. Really, really good ult here. Stalker gets 2. Wow, what a play here. And it does look like they're going to be able to win this with relative ease again. This goes back to the trades I mentioned. If those trades don't happen, you could have the same result of a team fight, but you don't capture the point. But because you get those 2 kills after that, CR just rolls through. And I don't think they're going to be able to tap. Absolutely not. Already on the 3rd point. And again, though, the point can get a little bit complicated. Do I have a room dedicated to streaming? Yes, I do. Yep.
5 minutes on the clock, and this is looking a little bit like
okay, we have a Sigma ultimate coming in here soon. This one's tough to call because, like, technically you want to use it early if you can, but this corner gets kind of complicated, so you technically just like Sigma Ultimate Banar if you want to, if you don't have an option. Unfortunately, Chorong goes down early, a little bit too aggressive there, you could say. Don't be surprised to see the Mizuki change happen if this doesn't go well for a couple more team fights, because you might lose a little bit of value here, but at the same time, Mizuki's really good at spamming. That's something I kind of underrate about the character, is that he's so good and so fun, but that spam can be super effective. Kitsune coming out here from Vigilante again. They're expecting it. I'm expecting to see it here very shortly. Bernard going in for a flank. A little bit out of position for Bernard. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the front line. That's exactly what happens tonight. Chorong is getting low, though. Max is getting low, and here is the ultimate. Does miss the ult in general, so a little bit of an unlucky right there. Violet going in. Violet popping off in the Yari. Chorong gets the kill onto Knife. And I do think that's going to be the team fight. Yes, Zeta holds on again. So looking a little bit rough here on the 3rd. This is expected, though. 3rd point is a very rough point to push nowadays. It feels like it's getting harder and harder to do that every single season. And we're seeing a little bit of that happen now. Kitsune coming around the corner. Both teams have Kitsunes here. Proper has ultimate. Not sure how the high noons will play out here. They could be very aggressive with it. They might not be. But either way, pressure to be had here. If they can get this corner here, it's going to go really well. Loving the Mei swap here is going to kind of complicate things. Sigma no eat there. They counter with their own one. Max gets the kill on Bernard. Stalker gets the kill on the Knife. And numbers are looking in favor of CR. Proper trying to get that last second trade as mentioned, but no, not able to get the trade. And Zeta is running out of ultimates. I wouldn't be surprised right now if you see Mizuki ultimate on the point as they engage in. I think that's a strategy teams are doing. You sit in the middle of it and you force them there. Get ready for the Mizuki ultimate. It should happen shortly. Here we go. Venture's on the point. Now they have the numbers. There's the Mizuki ultimate on the point. As mentioned, Proper's in the back line there. Almost gets him off the map. Good ultimate here, but it will not be enough. And CR finishes with 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock.
As they claim all 3 points.
Yeah, this is looking in the worst way for Zeta Division, like Circuit, once more, because that was full push with time bank to spare. I mean, having that Sanctuary is like the worst possible ultimate for the defense to have to try and stall the card on. Because you can't do anything. It's locking down point. You've got one player maybe getting onto the cart in time with things like the Venture mobility off of the Burrow, but because of the Sanctuary, that absorbs all of the incoming heal potential, both inside and outside. So you have no way of sustaining that person's presence on point long enough for the rest of your team.
Let's see what can happen here. Keep in mind, this could be the exact opposite, and there you go. Zeta is making the swap. This has been like kind of the third, I guess, not so secret meta anymore, right? Because you always have your fallback character, Lucio. That's very common, right? We see that all the time. But most importantly, what you're seeing here, right, in these situations is exactly what I'm talking about, right? Is basically,
yeah, that ult is just so strong, even used on the corners in street.
Is like one of these situations where you have your Kiriko Lucio comp, you have your Jetpack at Bastion, but this Mizuki comp is kind of like not necessarily taken over, but it's become like a, you know, like a 30% of the time, 25% of the time team comp, and it's been very effective. So Zeta is now doing it. It's kind of funny because I think CR was one of the first teams I've seen run it. I feel like CR is so good at creating new metas or creating new comps. It's kind of crazy if you think about it, right? They're very much like a blueprint on how to be a team and how to adapt. I mean, it's been kind of crazy. Anyway, yeah, so here we go. Both teams amping up. I'm looking forward to seeing how they approach this map proper on the Pharah. A lot of spam here you want to control. This is the horseshoe part of the map I always talk about. Where basically you're just going to try to control that on the defensive side, give up a little bit of point control. But so far, you know, everything's pretty normal for the start. I do expect to see them kind of get funneled here soon. Really good chain there on the Mei. But Nara's going to get a tick, but they're not worried about that tick. They're worried about map control right now. Proper does boop him down. Great play by Proper. It's going to put Max in an awkward spot.
Dodges the rock though, puts the shield up just in
time. They chain Max. Max gets low. Everybody on both sides, but Knife is also getting low. Not surprised that we didn't see a trade there. Bernard gets the kill. Mei is next. And chat. I'm not gonna call it yet. There you go. Zeta takes first point. Not as easily as CR did, but certainly not too far behind. Second point should be happening shortly. Everybody has spawned up thus far. Vigilante is the last one to possibly spawn. And chat. Unfortunately for CR, Vigilante gets bad spawn. He's saying knew this, is going back to get him. So they do lose a little bit of space there, but not the worst.
Crazy Raccoon, something to talk about as well. Like, they're still actually poking Zeta Division. Like, they have to be so careful about the poke that they do. If Max uses those spheres against Zeta Division's team, Shu is only getting rushed faster.
Did after Emery got nerfed? Yep. I mean, I like seeing Cass. All right, a lot of spam happening here. He's saying on the Pharah now. We have a dual, basically mirrored comps, basically challenge each other to play better. Zeta has a little bit of an ult advantage. Get ready for double Kitsune coming up here as soon as possible. I'm not entirely sure who's going to use it, but it's going to happen soon. As I say that, though, they get a kill. There will not be a Kitsune happening. CR on their back foot. A little bit surprised to see the ultimate come out here from Violet. I don't think there was any, I guess, because, never mind. Because of the Kitsune, so my bad on that. The Kitsune, that was a good counter. So, my mistake.
Crazy Raccoon, at least when
that was a good ultimate. Just basically prevents it. I'll truthfully, I would take that trade any day of the week, right? But CR making a swap over to Juno here. Maybe the opportunity to get back to the point for one more team fight. I think that's why they're doing that. I wouldn't be surprised if Zeta pops Kitsune very shortly here to kind of keep the momentum going. We have a High Noon here from High Noon Harry. They've been not able to get a kill though. Yup, Rock comes in from Max, but is it enough to even get to the point? No. And CR, Snowball second. No, they do not. Stalker gets the kill on the Knife, as I call that. Bernard gets the kill on the Chorong. Expect to see this Kitsune go out though. There's the Pharah ultimate from Proper. Gets a kill. Gonna pick up the kill on Heesang. And then there we go. They get the point. Called it like a couple seconds earlier. All right, here we go again. Both teams are just struggling on the first and second point. Will CR have that same pushback, or will we have a Circa Royale moment here? What I mean by that is this is what CR did to Zeta on Circa Royale. Will Zeta do to CR on King's Row? Well, we're about to find out if that will be the case. Either way, I'm excited to see what happens. Both teams setting up for some really good play here. Violet's getting low, but not able to go down yet. Don't be surprised to see an aggressive ultimate from Chorong here in the next few seconds. They need map control. They know it. Here's the ultimate from Chorong. And Yup Rock's there. That's going to push back for Nar. This is the space that they needed, right? You look at that ultimate, you go, why? You needed space. You could not give them any more map control. We do have a Pharah ultimate coming up here soon from Heesang. Not going to be easy to get. You're going to see a little bit of spam here. Kitsune is going to be happening soon if it's needed. Obviously, the kill onto the Ashe kind of complicates that. No eat on the Sigma right now. They're going to look for opportunity to get a kill onto any of them. Now that there's a little bit less defensive pressure, Stalker gets the kill, and CR has slowed down the momentum the same way that CR did. Now, how do you manage this next play? You got Kitsune, right? Will Violet use ultimate again? I do think so. Yes, we are seeing an Ashe, I know. Is it an interesting choice? I think it's just the spam, the pressure, and maybe the Bob can be super effective or force an ultimate out early. It's kind of hard to call. I don't have quite the data on that or why, but there he goes. There's the ultimates. Here's the Mizuki ultimate that we worried about. Here's the Kitsune ultimate. And yes, it is very pretty in there because that's all I can pretty much see because I have no idea what just happened. But CR does win that team fight. They get a kill here. Max gets a kill. Stalker hits the shots. And things are looking good or better for CR. Now, Zeta has a couple ultimates coming up. We have a Bob and we have a Sigma ultimate. CR has Pharah ultimate high noon. I give a little bit of advantage here, at least in my opinion, to Zeta on that one. It's going to come down to a well-timed flank with Hiimishie. In my opinion, if you trade 1-for-1 right now, it's not going to be the worst-case scenario as Pharah. I mean, that's generally what happens. Proper, obviously, on the Pharah too. Here we go. We'll see what their play is. Poking him out, doing as much damage as they can, aggressive play. Hiimishie goes into the air, goes into the back line, is able to get one, might be able to get two, and wow, what a play there, and great teamwork. Stalker hits the shots, dude. Stalker is so good at Cassidy in general. Does go down to Banar. This is a situation, though, where that trade isn't as impactful as it would be on normal points because the spawns are so close. CR has their own Mizuki ultimate. Stalker has a high noon. Look for this Bob to go out, or maybe the Mizuki ultimate to be aggressive, and then you Bob pass. But the ultimate works differently. It's a defense matrix, so it's a little bit different than what we've seen before.
Both of these Sigmas have been absolutely clutch, but if you use it prematurely, Stalker just uses it for a better vantage.
All right, there's the Bob, there's the Mizuki ultimate, there's Chorong trying to survive, there's the Sigma ultimate, and this is probably going to be a lost team fight for CR. Again, it was going to be predicted, though. Eventually, you're going to get ult-dumped on. The best you can do is just try to survive it. They don't quite survive it, but now the time bank is getting scary for Zeta. Because remember, if they finish with no time, they don't have an opportunity. It can only be a draw. This is where that pressure starts to build up. Now, the problem is they're going to have to deal with Max's ultimate and Kitsune. Obviously, Max taking a lot of damage. Not quite there yet. Shu should have it sooner. But I want you to look out for Proper, because I think the difference here could be Proper. Here's the Kitsune. Vigilante's getting ready to use the Kitsune back. There it is. Max is going to try to play to live. Goes in aggressively, pops an ultimate. Chorong gets a kill on a Proper, so that is something to keep note of. But we have a trade on a Chorong. But Bernard's getting low. There's the ultimates. And it looks like, unless something crazy happens, well, I guess CR kind of makes sense. CR gets the kill, and now it's getting scary for Zeta. They don't want to draw. They don't want to give an opportunity here, right? They're going to play aggressive. They're going to poke them out early. They're going to try to build their ultimates. We do have the May swap here from Proper. Sigma's kind of maneuvering around the map. Max, that is. Good job by dodging the wall right there. Violet will pop defense matrix here very soon, a.k.a. Mizuki's ultimate. Nobody gets there. There's the Mizuki ultimate I was talking about. We have a hinder right there. Violet gets the kill on a Stalker. Things are looking a bit crazy. Vigilante gets a kill there. Max gets a kill on the Shu, and there's no supports alive right now, which means that even if they lose this team fight, there's no way they can push that, right? Proper gets the kill. Bernard's getting one shot on point. We have basically a 1v1 there with Proper. Nothing they can really roll. 1v2. And, I mean, this is getting to draw territory, if anything, right? 35 seconds on the clock. The pressure is mounting. I think that Zeta has realized they just have to slow it down now. There's no way they would get this with time. So the way they're going to approach this is a little bit differently. They're not worried about winning the map now. It's just about capping the point to give themselves a chance to extend this series out. Remember, if they lose this map, they're going to be out of this, and we're going to have CR in the upper bracket finals. Max taking a lot of damage right now. There is the ultimate coming with Stalker. Hits a kill on a knife, and that is going to complicate things. I mean, they can't really fall back and wait. Oh, they see that Proper uses Ice Block. May ultimate will come out immediately. And there's the May ultimate. It does get people caught in there. Shu gets the kill. Bernard gets the kill also. Hiimishie gets a kill on the Violet, though. Pulse Bomb on the point does not get the kill. Max trying to survive as long as possible. Get ready for an ultimate for Max. Gonna have to. Yep, you're just using this ultimate to try to, like, buy some time. May will take damage on point. Stalker follows up with that kill. Bernard's getting low. Things are looking scary here for Zeta as they turn the corner. Knife does get a kill on a Stalker, but it's not going to be enough. I'm not sure that Kitsune is out on the field. Chorong has ultimate here very shortly. Chorong gets a nice shot on the Shu. And chat, CR secures their ticket to the grand finals. And Zeta now has to go into a matchup we have not seen yet. Zeta versus Twisted Minds to decide who will fight CR in the upper bracket. But before then, we have a dev panel and a show match. I'm excited. Congrats to CR. Let's go, baby.
From Crazy Raccoon.
And it's been a bit of an adaptation.
Yes, the reruns do have drops. Yes, so you can just look for the channels that have it enabled, or you can watch the esports stream on that.
Let's see how they actually fare head to head here against Zeta.
Okay, here we go, chat.
An opportunity for them to continue their lower bracket run.
They start at noon, so 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, 12 p.m. Eastern is when the reruns will be. So about a little bit under 10 hours from now. Okay. Yep.
The Twisted Minds cheers there as loud as
I've already had.
Zetas.
I'm at the point now where I've had
Zeta in
a
front
bunch
of
of
a
tea,
whole
a bunch of
crowd.
stuff. This is just how it
A lot of
goes.
them may be shocked as well that they're in this situation. We're
You
going
may
on to
be happy with these games.
You be hovering.
Listen, I don't BS that I listen. Don't get me wrong. I'm loving the drops. I'm loving all that, but I also watch it for the love of the game. I mean, I was watching these matches last year when I didn't even have drops last year. Like I wasn't on a partner team as a streamer. Like I just watched them because it was just fun. So
instead
here we go, baby. We got a Roadhog chat on Twisted Minds. They're running Bastion Sim. I would not have predicted this. And Zeta running.
I mean, when was the last
Zen,
time we saw this?
Jetpack Cat.
In the big
What in the
26?
what?
Surely they must have predicted something like this, knowing that the Diva gets banned out.
Okay, did not expect that. Either way, both teams trying to fight for that spot in the grand finals. Knife with a huge pick onto Funny Astro. Violet gets Quartz, and immediately they lose the initial battle, and this is not the start that Twisted Minds needed or wanted. They're trying the sim comp. Obviously, bringing in UB was a part of that. They just needed to try something different, and I get it. Like, Twisted Minds, unfortunately, has been struggling during this meta. It's just not a meta for them right now. Doesn't mean they can't win, but it's been tough. Either way, Milgara gets a huge pick on the Simple, and that is going to, again, slow things down here. Proper gets a kill on the UB. Knife gets a kill on the TVNT, and immediately Zeta division starting off strong, basically winning 2 team fights in a matter of seconds.
Or even like a Swiss step. And
so here we go.
He's so free here.
No ultimates out yet. It's been really quick team fights. Knife does have Bastion ult, but let's be honest, Bastion ultimate is kind of used as that second health until basically Bastion won't even use ultimate until you get your first perk. And the first perk is the one with extra HP, and then you do that. There's a TP on the point. They might be able to flip it. Obviously, Milgaro is going to be looking for as many plays as possible. We have TVNT healing as Roadhog on point. Things are looking a little bit wild, but Knife gets a kill on a UB as I say that. Milgaro goes down. TVNT on. Roadhog. I did not predict this comp chat. I will be honest with you. Quartz has ultimate coming up. Violet now has Jetpack Cat ultimate. Jetpack Cat ultimate. Shu should have Zenyatta ultimate soon too. Very aggressive Zeta team right now that we are seeing. Violet goes in, gets a pull onto absolutely. I think I might have got somebody. Funny Astro does pick up a kill on the knife, so that's going to help a little bit in those team fights. But we have Zeta in their spawn right now. I just want to point out to you, Zeta is in the spawn of Twisted Minds. And that is pretty intense. But ultimates are looking pretty good here for Zeta. Twisted Minds has not quite built too many ults up. Roadhog ultimate's coming up right now in a matter of seconds. You might see the Roadhog ultimate be used. Proper gets a kill on the UB. Trades are going out here. Quartz gets the kill on the Milgaro. We're going to see an aggressive play here. Bastion does have a lot of pressure there, and at this point they're all in. Zeta gets the kill on the Simple. Gonna get the kill on the Bastion. Proper popping off right now. Jetpack Cat's getting low. How low can you go? We don't know. And Proper popping off UB. I mean, UB's gonna try to TP the team back to the point. TVNT trying his best on Road. All right. And I don't know how to react to that map. Or that round. I don't really have much of a reaction. This feels to me like Twisted Minds is just trying something because I'm telling you, they don't love this meta right now. So it's been a lot of trying to figure out what's going on, but holy crap, look at that scoreboard. Again, it's one round. Maybe they just needed a little bit of time to figure out how to play this, but so far, what a weird start, I will say. That was not what I expected, to say the least. But we'll see what happens going here into as hopefully we can see the scoreboard for a little bit longer. I was hoping that we could see it for the total map, if anything. Yep, okay, and there we go. Perfect. Honestly, that was actually good production. The last 0.1 seconds. I like that. I love those clutch timings. Here we go. Now we're seeing Kiriko Lucio, Cassidy, Sim, so a little bit of a different comp here. Not even going to go the Bastion comp, which they struggle with. Zeta didn't change anything up. Why would they when everything's working? Very interesting to see Shu here. There's the TP play. Nothing really happening, though. They just kind of flipped the other side of the map. Things are looking a little bit kind of all over the place. Quartz is getting low. Remember, we saw this earlier where when you don't have high ground there as the Cassidy, it becomes really tough to find a kill. So this TP is going to be that. Shu does get TP'd on, but no one else really follows up on that. So you're going to have TVNT over here by himself, kind of waiting for that. Shu does finally go down. Nice job by Quartz, and Twisted Minds finally kind of on the on the team right now. Quartz gets 2. Quartz about to make it possibly 3, and Quartz popping off. Doesn't get the kill on the knife. Could be a little bit scary there. They will be back on point. Remember, they have a Tracer. They have a Wrecking Ball. Lugaru will probably go down soon. Does go down there, but in the meantime, Funny Astro goes down to knife. Things are looking okay for Twisted Minds, though. Definitely already better than the previous round, which, again, I feel like, you know, that's how it goes, but immediately Zeta flips the point, which makes things complicated now because they can play a little bit safe while they have that point. As predicted, Milgaru's coming back as Reinhardt. I'm not falling for this again. No, I'm not falling for this again, Milgaru. You're not going to debate me again. You're already thinking about going Mauga. I know it. You're already thinking about going Mauga. I already know it. Oh, what a... Dude, I thought that was going in the pit too. Dude, I'm right there with you. Don't worry. I thought Ryan was going right in there. Hey, Milky, look it. See? I knew it. You weren't tricking me. All right, I'm not falling for it again. All right, Milgaru on Mauga. All right, I knew it. Not tricking me again after that Suravasa. Anyway, Violet has ultimate coming up here. We do have a Kitsune coming up from Twisted Minds. They do get the kill on the TVNT. I wouldn't say the team fight's over, though. This is a pretty tough fight to be, but Shu obviously going to be there. Unfortunately, Violet isn't there to save Knife. And again, Twisted Minds starting to get a little bit more pressure. Simwall does come out. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty tough team fight here for Zeta to pop an ultimate. They actually kind of get a beat out there, which I couldn't really see if it was necessary or not. Either way, they're holding the point. Knife is trying to get back to the point here, doing a little bit of scouting, doing absolute best. All right. Anyway, Kitsune coming out here from Shu. It's kind of hard to get full Kitsune value here, so you just got to hope for the best. This has been a pretty interesting strategy thus far, though, by Twisted Minds, kind of making it a little bit more difficult on Zeta to kind of find those picks early on. We do have the Pharah now, so what they're doing now, the strategy is basically to spam them out. I mean, it's basically just saying, hey, we challenge you to kind of sit in your spots while we just kind of do this. Milgaru gets a kill on the Funny Astro when the engagement goes in. Roadhog sends Mauga back to spawn, and Mauga's probably excited about that. Quartz gets the kill on the Milgaru, but we have a Bastion opening coming in. Knife gets the kill on the Quartz. TVNT showing the skill expression of the heel, running the way. Proper, looking for an opportunity. Nice shot by TVNT, but will it be enough? Probably not. Bastion is going to be there. Shu gets the kill. Zeta division, or Zeta, wins the point back. Ultimates are starting to go back in favor of Zeta. Obviously, with the Mauga ultimate, the Jetpack Cat ultimate is going to be pretty important here. Proper has ultimate soon too. Shu and Knife a little bit behind that. Twisted Minds, no ultimates to be seen. Closest is 60% right now for Simple. The rest in the 20% and 130%. Proper with a huge pick on the UB, and that is not the pick they need. TVNT does get the hook, though. And that hook could change things here, but no, Knife gets the kill. And Quartz is going to be out of the team fight a little bit there. TVNT looking for the misses the hook. Shu gets the kill. Things are looking a little bit worse here. Funny Astro in a duel, but Proper gets the shot. One more team fight coming up here for Zeta. For Twisted Minds. Can Twisted Minds bring it back? There's a possibility, but I'm not quite sure. Milgaru has ultimate. I'm expecting to see an aggressive Zeta play here, get a few in the out. Proper's ultimate on the outside of it, and win the team fight. But on paper, that sounds good. We'll see what happens. Still waiting for this team fight to happen. I expect to see Milgaru charge in there very shortly. Here comes the ultimate. There's the combo. And what a play. That was amazing. That was so impressive to be able to TP out of that. What a play. What a decision. That was awesome. That was so good of a rotation out. Now, it's going to be on Proper and the rest of the team to stay alive on the outside of the map. They do get the pick on the UB. That's going to delay a little bit here, right? We have a Roadhog ultimate coming up. Thankfully, it's still overtuned, and that lasts for 35 seconds. Both of the Jetpack Cat Bastions, you might see an opportunity here, though. Quartz is going for the kill on the Proper, but but in the meantime, while this is happening, you know, there could be, you know, map control elsewhere. Great job there by Yubi getting the kill on the Pharaoh. We expected the Symmetra to be the one to get it. Knife does have ultimate, but not a huge deal. TVNT has ultimate to kind of deal with that. And the hook is hit. The save is not there. What a hook. And there's the ultimate to try to keep them away. Shu has Kitsune, but Shu can't even pop a good one there. TVNT gets moved off the map in chat. We have a pause. I shouldn't have said anything. Really good round.
Back in. TVNT just got knocked into the well after that hook. We're right back in this overtime.
All right. Obviously, Milgaro just got that kill. We're going to see if they're going to be able to survive. Milgaro goes down, and it's not over yet. They're trying to stay alive in the point as long as possible. Violet does go down. Nice shot by Yubi, and wow, after a really rough first round, Twisted Minds brings it back on to round 3. I feel like we're going to see how the strategy works, but I'm going to be honest with you, that teleporter play out was amazing. Straight up. That teleporter play was unreal. That was the make or break. If that teleport play doesn't happen, straight up, they're going to, I mean, that was, everything was set for Zeta to win that, and they took it out. That was awesome. It's Baby Universe. Thank you for the 2 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
One of the better pauses, if you will, because like you said, he did.
Well, I was going to say, that one was good for what they were doing. I'm curious on the next one on Ruins, you know?
So I think one big takeaway from that well is you saw how Twisted Minds are flipping the map here with the use
I can't believe Shu did 0 heal in there. What the heck? Yeah, obviously the DC.
In a pretty uncomfortable place as they try to push forward, try to be aggressive.
What is that title? I don't even know.
Twisted Minds
what is
want
that?
to do. They want to flip this map on its head using Yubi Symmetra and put Zeta Division in an unadvantageous position.
Okay.
Shoot back on this
level 1000 on Cassidy? Really? Damn. That's a lot of levels.
Get put up on these little high grounds as well.
Okay.
Oh, it's banned. Well, that'd be the reason why, Johnny. Thanks for pointing out. I mean, there's Zenyatta here as well.
Right, everything's kind of like, you know, even it out here. We have the Zenyatta again, so we're seeing kind of that comp we saw in the first round. Milgaro's, you know, getting slowed a little bit there, not able to get like full value, but you know, the idea is more disruption than anything else. Proper does take a little bit of poke damage, not what you want to see. They might let them get the point initially. This is normal for killing the Milgaro. And we're going to see them kind of back away. Zeta's doing their best. Twisted Minds starting to take momentum back. Quartz with another huge kill under Proper.
So shut up then, shall I? So you can make a play? Come on. He's had Proper's number for the last couple of maps.
And they're going to try to keep making plays here. Where can we put Quartz on the Cassidy?
So right now what they're doing is they're basically stacking as a unit and not giving them any opportunity. If you haven't noticed, they all just hide in the hallway and just sit there, right? Like that's their strat. And it's very interesting because like normally you don't want to do that, but in this meta, like you can't like find those kills like frequently. So it's a really smart strategy. I feel like once they break it, like though, it might be tough for them to retake. But like I mean, right now everything's looking good. Proper gets a kill on the Quartz. Yubi gets a kill on the Knife. Funny Astro a kill on the Violet. And Twisted Minds again might be able to win this team fight. They get the kill on the Shu. It's a 3v2 in favor of Twisted Minds, and they have to reset again on the Zeta side. Proper is able to kind of, you know, stay alive during that though. Oh god, I was going to say it was a dishwasher on again. I was about to lose it. Okay.
Get a proper fight going.
Here we go.
This is already 60% here for Twisted Minds, and a lot of ultimates coming their way.
So many, even with that cage.
Pile drive in.
To win a fight, to be fair.
Everybody's looking for opportunity here. There is an ultimate there, but Violet gets the kill, but team fight is even right now. Both teams are trying to find a way to get the Wrecking Ball Mines on the point, but they're kind of going to just die to the sim wall for the most part. Quartz gets 2, and Zeta, who absolutely dominated the first round, is now on their back foot. It's not over yet, but I mean, like, this is not going to be an easy retake. They're back onto the Mauga. We have Mauga versus Mauga in this situation. We have a huge ult coming up here from Funny Astro in about 8%.
Proper double blinks over the point, but already Quartz has got his eyes on him.
And there we go, Knife gets the pick, and that was an important pick getting Yubi early. Both Maugas run through each other somehow when it's supposed to countercharge. But the team fight isn't even over yet. They're struggling to find any room on the point. They do get there a little bit, but TVNT gets the kill. Quartz gets there. TVNT gets 2 in the back line. And chat, after all of that, after getting absolutely dominated on the first round, Twisted Minds takes map 1 against Zeta. What is going on? You thought they would ban Symmetra. I don't think they're scared to play against Symmetra, to be honest with you. And I think, like, they're not worried about it. It's more like they think they can beat that now, and they're trying to find ways to do so. It's like
enabling this Sigma gameplay. This is a composition we've seen so far a lot this tournament.
Oh yeah,
this is a composition that is new to this meta after recent changes, of course.
Yeah,
okay,
this makes a whole lot of
here we
sense
go.
Too. Getting rid of that Ram, one of the big counters to that Sig, and then
Kirgo, Lucio, Diva.
The Mizuki in the backline too. The Mizuki has been
Cassidy,
honestly,
Symmetra.
I don't know where
Zeta running the Sigma, Cassidy, Symmetra, Mizuki, Kirikos. This is a comp we've also seen, so Zeta's going with the more kind of like newer style meta that we've seen. We'll see if this is going to be enough for them to actually be able to make plays off of that. I'm not entirely sure yet.
On this matchup now, proper on the Symmetra
We'll
as
see.
well. We're all biding our time as the point.
Then why not Bernard if they're playing Sigma? Because I think they want flexibility. Violet with a huge pick right away in the quartz. They are all in the Sigma right away. That's going to be their play, but there is a bit of trade time. But he gets a pull in the Violet. That's going to complicate a couple of things here. The Sim turrets are going there, but both teams just can't find that kill they need and proper. Finally finds that knife, gets a kill on the UB, and Zeta starts off strong, and this is exactly what they needed. Starting off strong.
The sustain is just too much there as you
is that good for the esports loot box?
Instead of division, they win the fight in the long term. Knife over onto the Cassidy here, whereas Quartz prefers the Sojourn. So as much as we talk about Quartz,
all right, Kitsune coming up right now from Zeta. Or Zeta, however you want to go about it. They're going to use this pretty quickly. I think they're going to be really aggro. They're a little bit ahead of Simple on this one. They don't necessarily know if they are, but they are a little bit ahead.
Just want to build this ultimate.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yep.
Castle Bravo, thank you for the 2 months of the Prime, so I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, there's a rock that should have hit. I was confused as Milgaru was. Here's the Kitsune, but Quartz gets the kill on the proper. That's going to slow down their push a little bit. Quartz gets 2. Quartz might even make it 3, but nice trades on the Funny Astro. But Yubi gets the kill on the Milgaru. Knife gets the kill on the Yubi. Things are looking in favor of Twisted Minds for this team fight. And Twisted Minds cleans up that team fight and wins that one. We have Simwall versus Simwall coming up next.
That fight opens up because Proper finds himself in a bit of an awkward position in a 5 versus 4 scenario. Twisted Minds are going to win that almost every single time. And you can't be making those mistakes if you are the Symmetra player. Proper obviously have to prove something here, despite being one of the more decorated players in Overwatch history. You're facing the best Symmetra player in the world. Now you gotta keep up.
They're gonna go up into the high ground right now.
Sim
Simwalls will be happening soon. I think Zeta is going to try to build up some of their ultimates before they pop it, but it's going to have to be soon.
Kind of an awkward
I know they want to try to do it second. They're going to have to, Violet's out. Yep,
simple lands a shot onto Violet.
You can see that happening from a mile away when they're waiting this long for this to happen. This is going to be Twisted Minds' availability to kind of take this point back, which obviously they were able to flip it. Twisted Minds is looking for the kill. We do have a Simul coming out from from Milgaru, but doesn't really get a kill with that. Quartz gets the kill on his shoe, and Twisted Minds is starting to make this a little bit more of an option. In chat, Twisted Minds gets the first point on Flashpoint, putting pressure again onto Zeta in a situation where they expected to be able to get that going. So we'll see.
With a key sound barrier, defend the team, protect them from that gravitic flux, and up 1-0 already. Kitsune are just going to be enhanced for both teams here as they look to claim.
All right.
Look to take
Ooh.
position here onto this point.
A little bit of lore here, by the way. So, Zeta.
A real Doomfist.
There's been a meta that's happened with like Zeta and like T1 has done this too, where basically they just go Doomfist. And it's actually worked. I've seen Doomfist on Suravasa go very, very well. I think we first saw T1 do it, if I'm correct. And I think a couple of the other players who have a good Doomfist are kind of making it more of a thing. Where basically you just go Doomfist. Again, it can be really, really good. It's not like a meme or anything. It's something that we've legitimately seen in matches before. Zeta takes a team fight. Kitsune coming up next, and they will pop this Kitsune. Nogaro kind of hacks a little bit up of that play, but the charge punch is going to be there. Both of the Symmetras doing TPs. Kitsune coming out here shortly from Zeta. Will they be able to use this? I think they will.
So if you're Zeta Division, you can wait this out.
Punch. Straight to the back line.
Proper gets the kill. Nogaro is just chilling here, gets the right click on a Simple. Simple does get out.
She's way more vulnerable.
That TP there might get him killed, but no. It does. Shoe goes down. If they can survive this right now, they might be able to come back. There is still a lot of pressure going here. Nogaro has not stopped. And honestly, correct play. Get out with your ultimate. No reason to sit there and try to force a kill. Very, very smart play.
Milgaru out of nowhere Looks one of the least picked heroes in the entire game, and is making it work there. Twisted Minds, a lot of ultimates on the board, but they need to win this team fight.
Nice short punch.
Sorry, I was just drinking some water.
They end up
okay.
the teleport as 5 players though, and they end up flipping the map.
Knife.
Another punch in,
going for a high noon. Not able to get anybody.
Matrix there from TVNT. Red knife like a book.
But Twisted Minds do flip the point. TVNT gets the kill on the Milgaru. And will Zeta have another point they lose? I don't know. But the pressure is on. Gonna get a kill on the Mizuki for free. Does not get the kill on the Mizuki for free. I was wrong. Now they get it. There was a trade on the Yubi though. So that's gonna give an opportunity for Zeta to come back with their symmetrical wall very, very shortly. So we expect to see that in the near future. TVNT is going to just try to slow down on the point right now. Knife is getting low. Quartz gets the kill on the knife. There's the sim wall. But they can disengage it. I mean, they could re-engage this with beat if they wanted to, so they don't lose full map control. I think that might be the play. There it is. There's the beat. You're going to engage in. You're going to get the TP down. They're going to Doomfist is getting low. Violent's going to have to use ultimate here in a second, but is it going to be enough? It's not. And the ultimates from Zeta end up being wasted. And in the meantime, Twisted Minds doesn't even let them flip the point. Getting this down to one more team fight. They do have an advantage coming up with Shu's Kitsune, but if they can pick up some of these kills on the way out, this could lead to good results. TVNT gets out. Ultimates are going to be coming back here from Zeta. It's very winnable for them. They're going to be able to pop a Kitsune here as they engage in. But a lot of pressure to tap the point. They're going to get there, but it's going to be tough for the Doom to survive this if Doom stays for too long. There's the charge punch. The charge punch does hit Yubi. Wow, Milgaru gets the early kill. The ultimate from Shu comes in. Now it's going to be about can they get anybody to tap the point. No, the backline pressure here from Proper and Milgaru is just too much. And Zeta is going to take this point, make it 1-1. All right, here we go. Next point is close by, so I expect to see them battle out there.
And now Zeta Division coming out in full force here on Surabasa with some interesting hero picks of their own. Equaling the rounds here. One apiece on Surabasa.
Already Zeta in a kind of a priority position.
All right, so Kitsune coming up here from Twisted Minds. Keep in mind they have that advantage because Zeta had to do that. They don't have a sim wall going on right now. Doomfist is having a lot of pressure here. Lucio might go down. Funny Astro goes down early from the pick from Shu. They had to make the decision really quickly. They're going to Kitsune in. Doomfist is going to put a lot of pressure on the back line. Does see opportunity. Drops the ultimate on top of the team. Doesn't get a kill or anything like that. Is able to slam in the back line. Not able to do much here. Yubi goes down. But they do, I guess a consolation here for Twisted Minds. They do get the point a little bit, which is nice. So, 20% can add up. So.
Team that is now thinking, what are we doing? How do we adapt to this aggression of Zeta Division? You're playing very high tempo composition with the Lucio, the Symmetra. You can flip.
Yeah, Milgaru has a really good Doomfist.
But the Doomfist and Tracer is keeping up now, and Twisted Minds are on the back foot. They are the ones who are constantly trying to absorb all of this pressure from Zeta Division.
We're going to see a sim wall come out here from Twisted Minds. They're going to try to do a TP play. They don't have the great eat by TVNT under Proper on the pulse bomb. We're going to see a Soldier ultimate to kind of lead in. Right now, they don't have the sim to deal with anymore because Proper made the swap. I do expect to see a sim wall come here momentarily since they haven't won this team fight with relative ease. That is going to be the only way they're going to be able to win this. If they want to be able to get it, there's the sim wall. Again, their whole idea was to wait as long as possible for the sim wall, but they just couldn't make it happen. If you get a pick there, that's a little bit different. But now it's on an issue of like trading sim walls like it was before with Proper trading going on to Tracer. So losing that ultimate there isn't a huge deal. Now you're going to have to deal with that double support ultimate from Zeta. How are they going to be able to do this? Proper gets a little bit low early. Is out of the team fight. We're at 54% even on both sides right now. Kitsune coming in very shortly from Zeta. But there will be a beat to deal with that. We'll see how this plays out. Obviously, I do like the ultimate Zeta has. It's a decision of can they delay point, how much are they going to delay it. TVNT is doing it. There's the beat. They do use ultimate. You could diva ult the point right now if you wanted to or around it to kind of heck with them. I think that's what's going to happen. This is going to make that ultimate less effective and does stop the high noon from happening. Milgaru there with a huge engagement point there to get the diva. They do flip the point. You might see Milgaru going there, but unfortunately, there isn't anybody to get. Now, it's coming out of one last team fight. Who beat Zeta? CR.
Didn't find any targets. Funny Astro with a sound barrier. Negated by Zeta Division's own Sanctuary. And look at the pressure they're bringing here.
Milgaru is just going straight in. Everybody's grouped up in this corridor. It's a triple punch. The Meteor Strike as well.
Yubi, though, with a huge trade. Quartz gets... And immediately... Is Twisted Minds about to take this point? I honestly thought that Zeta was going to be able to hold that, but no, a huge turnaround. Milgaru goes down, and Twisted Minds are very close to going up 2-1 on this flashpoint. Proper goes down, and now they make Make the journey across the map, 2-1, now in favor of Twisted Minds. Oh no! I mean, obviously it's so far from over, but damn, we'll see. Yep.
Really feels like they're confident in this pick.
All right.
Quartz has this overclock again, proper with a pulse. TVNT's been hot on the heels. It's been managing to eat and deny proper space. To venture now for Knife, so this is the most.
All right, Twisted Minds does have Sojourn Ultimate, and they have been very aggressive. And look for them to be really hyper aggro with this Sojourn Ultimate. He's going to start with TVNT or a TP play going in. They're going to use that opportunity. That's going to create an off angle for Quartz. But I think Milgaro is going to watch this thing because their options just back away. They're going to disengage it, which I think is also the correct play here by Zeta. The point even could be flipped. They're not too worried about that. And there it is proper. It just gets there in time, but has to get off the point, unfortunately. Now they're onto the venture, and I did mention this earlier. I meant to say Knife, by the way. I'm used to seeing proper on the venture. It is Knife on venture. Now it's going to be down to these trades. Quartz looking for a pick, able to get one shot off. Here comes the backline pressure. The venture goes in, but Knife gets traded out on. They're not even trading. And then Milgaro says, hey, you said traded? Okay, how about I trade on 3? Milgaro with a huge play and is able to basically single-handedly win that team fight right there with an amazing right click. You'd love to see it.
But it's still Twisted Minds.
But Twisted Minds have a lot of ults in their arsenal right now, as does Zeta. I expect to see a little bit of an aggressive TP play here with the wall, maybe pop beat as a counteracting play. There's the beat. Milgaro going to use this defensively. Does get charge punch for 20 seconds. There goes the punch. The punch misses. And now they have to make a decision because they're going to pop the wall. UB pops wall. TVNT goes right option. Unfortunately, Quartz dodges that, but still not enough. The backline pressure is too much. Milgaro's getting super low, but the heals are coming in quick. There's the Kitsune from both sides. Shu goes down. Milgaro's going to have to try to navigate this. TVNT gets both. Gets a kill on the Knife. Tracer on the left-hand side. Diva's up on the high ground. Doom is going to try to get out. Knight might not be able to. They are communicating that Milgaro is here. Charge punch doesn't happen. Proper goes into the backline. Misses the pulse bomb. Twisted Minds about to get close to the, about to get another Sojourn Ultimate right now, and that could make or break how this goes. Waiting to see the aggressive play here. Diva's going to be a little bit more all in because of the ultimate. There's the punch from Milgaro, and Milgaro has not been struggling with those punches. Oh no, Shu goes down early, and now they're seeing it. They're seeing the possibility of going up 2-0. It's not quite there yet, but Doomfist is trying to get out. There is one on point. Violet goes down. Quartz gets the kill. Proper goes down, and unless something crazy happens here, Milgaro's going to have to ult, but he doesn't, and Twisted Minds goes up 2-0. Oh, what in the world? Are we in a situation where Zeta could be eliminated? I do not count them out, but what? This was unexpected. We're cheering. Okay. Do you think they can do it, Chad? I don't know, but either way, I'm ready to keep going on this commentary. Yep.
You know how much it means to the crowd as well at this point, playing in front of their home one.
That's the loudest it's been.
Oh yeah.
All 3 days, that's the loudest it's been. The Japanese fan cheering on this Japanese organization, wanting them to win here in their home country, this first major tournament of 2026.
Astro on the Juno, Simple on the Kiri.
It's time.
That's a whole lot of healing coming through Twisted Minds. Defense, TVNT on the Ram.
All right, so Twisted Minds is going to run the Ramatra. Ooh, Ramatra against Sigma. I've seen this. Okay. I was going to say, see, notice how Zeta was trying Sigma, immediately saw the Ramatra and went Ramatra? This is what I wanted from Fuel yesterday against VP, because that's what they did. Anyway, here we go. So Twisted Minds is running the Ramatra symmetric Sojourn comp, Juno and Kiriko, and then Zeta is running the Symmetra, Pharah, Ramatra, Juno, and Kiriko. So very similar comps, only difference really here is the Pharah versus the Sim. Yep. Well, that's what I'm saying, immediate swap. So both teams are going to be looking for position here. Now, keep note of TVNT's position in there, kind of playing the statue. It's going to allow for kind of a weird rotation, but is kind of blocked out. What they're trying to do is maintain this. It's very interesting. Quartz gets the first kill on the proper, and that's going to give some opportunity, but that is not going to be the end of this team fight. Knife is getting low. Really good play right there. Bernard has no HP there. They're going to be playing catch-up mode right there. They know Knife's on the high ground. Quartz does find the opportunity, and Twisted Minds starting off strong. 1 minute off the clock. clock already. We're seeing ultimates kind of even across the board, a little bit of a slight advantage of Twisted Minds, but usually that's how the teams go when they win that. You know what I mean? So, yep.
With the Pharah, trusting the process, but we need to see more from him than we have so far.
We'll see.
Trust the process, trust improper. That has been, honestly, a lot of teams have relied on just that.
It's going to be the support ultimate build here for Division.
All right, both teams are chilling. Quartz does have ult coming up here. Shu does have a really quick Kitsune. It's double Kitsune. We're going to see double Kitsune here very shortly. Watch out for the Kitsunes that happen in about the next 5 seconds, give or take. Kitsunes are out. Now you're going to see Quartz probably pop an ultimate here in the next 2 or 3 seconds. They don't lose anybody immediately. So far, everybody's kind of surviving. Give it a second. Now Quartz is going to ult. This means that they're towards the end of it. Proper needs to find this ultimate if possible, but it may be a bit more difficult. We have a sim wall coming out. Quartz is getting a little bit low. Something to keep note of. Proper is also low, but everything seems to work there. Quartz with the kill on the Violet. And that complicates things now because now they can save the Juno ultimate on both sides. Yes, though, the one caveat to kind of put out here is that Zeta does get 80%. And that makes it so the way they have to hold their position is a little bit different, but Twisted Minds, again, starting off strong here. But there is a lot of ultimates coming up here from Zeta, and this is probably the opportunity for Twisted Minds to win this. But if they, for Zeta to win this, but if Zeta doesn't win this, they're going to have, like, no ultimates the rest of the way. I do expect to see a Juno ultimate happen here from both sides. It's going to be, as soon as they get close to that same spot on the point, it's going to get a little bit wild. Proper is going to have to find an opportunity. Technically, I think Proper will probably solo ult on Ramatra if things happen here, because basically the Ramatra will try to block the whole time. Proper gets to kill on the Simple. That's going to really make things interesting here. Benar gets to kill on a Quartz. And it does look like, unless something changes here, that Twisted Minds will somehow get 2 kills and then lose the team fight. But, like, wow, that was a lot closer than it should have been. Damn. So, yep.
Division finally get to breathe a sigh of relief there.
All right. We'll see what happens next.
And then a nice early pick onto Simple. They get going in a 5 versus 4 scenario. Then Proper still has this barrage. It is so difficult to get value here. TVNT is over to the Diva, and that is going to be the go sign here for Proper.
All right, not a bad take there. Pretty good defense so far.
Going to be the Mei instead here, and now we're kind of playing that Mizuki competition.
Yeah, the much different team fight there. Zeta is now swapping over to that Mizuki comp we've been seeing. Again, this is about just chaining like the tank and using the Mei wall. But honestly, a pretty good start here. They try to flip the point, doesn't go as planned. But keep in mind, with the symmetry, you kind of have more options. Like they're probably going to TP and flip the map again at the corner, or they might just kind of play it slow, take the choke. Not an ideal spot for Twisted Minds right here, to be honest with you. They finally do stop the cart and kind of give up, take some of that space back. But it's kind of like being the attackers in this spot. I guess it isn't the worst case scenario if it was here. So that's not too bad. They are looking for an opportunity. There's a Kitsune coming in for both teams. They're going to be going for the battle right now. Knife is getting a little bit low, but not going to go down there. Yubi is going to be low too, but there's a symmetrical wall. But Nar is going back and forth in that pendulum swing. Does get a kill on the Quartz, but they do get the kill right there. That's going to allow for more opportunities to go for backline pressure. Funny Astro's getting a little bit low on the side of Twisted Minds. Is going to try to hide out here. Teams are even. Proper is out of position right now. Is probably going to fall over. But no, a great ultimate timing by Violet. This is going to complicate things for Twisted Minds. But as I say that, they do lose Yubi. They might try to just die in the cart now. I think it's a little bit too scary to try to commit more ultimates here. I could be wrong. But kind of a weird sequence. If they died in the cart sooner, I think they're going to get TP on Poop. Thanks for the 135 months of the tier 1. So hang goodbye. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Poop, for the 135 months. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Teleporter to get up early. Overclock from Knife. You want to
yep, that's just going to be, they are going to make it. Oh no, the chain. Holy crap, the chain by Violet. That was amazing, because that was a that was a difference between a possibility of a good retake. So not bad at all. So we will see.
They're losing so much ground.
We will see.
Are we already on 3rd point here? But Division, they have the superior ultimates as Shu is getting closer to that Kitsune rush. Twisted Minds, they need one player to pick up things big time here. Quartz.
Oh, Proper's behind him. He's trying to go for an assassination with the Mei. There's 2 big ultimates.
Benar with a huge pick on the Funny Astro.
However, the orbital rate is
wow. And Zeta's starting to get a lot more map control right now. They're going to have to just die on the cart. This is probably the first team fight where I feel like Twisted Minds just gets dominated. We haven't seen this type of team fight since, honestly, Ilios' first map. All right, Zeta has 3 major ultimates coming up. They're going to use the Mizuki ultimate on the point if they get it in time. Bernard's going to be popping this ultimate here with the Ramacho. They do flip the map, but we have a Sim TP to go with it. There is the Kitsune, but unfortunately that May wall is not going to go well, and they do get the ult there with Yubi, but this backline pressure and is just going to be too much, and Zeta, after a really tough start, has a really strong finish. Zeta finally look like the team we were. Bloods, thanks for the prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you, Bloods.
That last push has never looked so good.
Twisted Minds, that map just got away from them from the very first time on second point, where they kind of got walled off in the choke. And Zeta Division were allowed to keep pushing that card. It just made the defense really awkward for Twisted Minds there. Now, that being said, 149 in the time bank here because of Twisted Minds' fantastic defense on first point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is the map they needed, right?
To get back into this map. We know what kind of momentum they can keep rolling with the Symmetra, with the Sojourn. If they get going here on their own offense, this map is not over for them yet.
Okay, chat, let's keep it going.
We want more than 3 maps. The crowd does. Everybody in the chat does as well. I already know.
This is the best Overwatch players in the world. We want to see as many maps as possible. It's Zeta Division. They've been caught lacking so far. Jake loved to point this out yesterday, by the way, that they're optimizing here to hide the composition, of course. Don't want to spoil to the offense just yet, that they're playing the Mizuki May composition.
Yeah, I mean, that's what teams have been doing with the Mizuki ultimate. You kind of use it like that. So,
Denies a little bit of
it's kind of funny.
Every detail matters. Dude, so true. Me playing on low detail for 10 years.
Go, baby.
Every detail
75% render scale. I got 500 FPS, bro.
On my
All right,
250 Hz
here we go. Comp-wise, very similar to what we saw before. Pretty much the same. You know, I'm curious to see how Twisted Minds plays this. You feel like they play so much better with Benar? I mean, Benar is really good. I just feel like they're playing a better comp now against what, like, basically, Twisted Minds kind of went an anti-Wrecking Ball type of comp. It wasn't like fully like hard counter, but it was enough to disrupt a lot, and that's what it was. But so far, things are staying pretty even. No like over the top
onto this point.
Here, so
it's going to force the move. You can see Proper here contesting the point on the May as well. But
yes, I am up late. Yes.
I'm
looking at the HP as Zeta. They're actually getting really low. This pressure here has been pretty good here. I was going to say that I don't even know how they can do that. You don't have to overcommit to that. Really good job by TVNT recognizing while they are low. It's really not worth just sitting there. Corpus is able to kind of do pressure. I think they might try to retake this. Nope, the answer is no. So right away, Twisted Minds already starts off strong. Exactly what they needed to do in this situation. So I'd like to see that. That is very, very good.
Set up their defense accordingly. If Quartz finds
both
a pick
teams
here early to help get through this
choke, try to keep things going here.
Devastating for Zeta Division.
We will see.
This Blizzard really quickly. He's hitting hella right clicks here.
I mean, this is all about the TP play, right? Like, it's hard to predict where the TP is going to go, but, like, ideally they're going to get behind them, right? That's going to be the vision of the play they're going to do here. Ultimates, Violet does have ult coming up, so be surprised. Simple's going to have Kitsune a little bit ahead of Shu, but, like, it takes one cleanse to change that. All right, here we go. They're playing for this. There's the TP. They use it as a debate. Now they're going to Kitsune. This is a giant battle, but I do think the ultimates are in favor of Zeta. If they can trade, I think they trade it out at any point, though, and Bernard gets the kill, and that is the team fight they needed. With the May being there and all that aggressiveness, that is huge to see.
He just couldn't be saved.
I will be streaming all the matches, yes. I'm here for all the matches. I am committed to that, and I will stick to that. All right? I will stick to that.
See what they can cook here. Try to set up Quartz for success with this overclock. Using very narrow sightlines here, but it doesn't need much.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, here comes the rush.
They do pop the ultimate with Quartz, and then there's the Juno ultimate Quartz. That's a huge pick on the Shu. Knife is going to go down right now, and just like that, after losing an important team fight, they win an important team fight. Twisted Minds able to get through here. Now, keep in mind, this isn't as like... No, it is not a 24-hour stream. You don't have to worry about that. I am basically doing the matches. All right.
UB as well.
Sim wall going to be happening. I mean, this is going to be a tough retake for Zeta. Even though they have like a couple of good ultimates coming up with Ramatra and Sojourn, usually Symmetra Wall is actually kind of like a third support ultimate, which is why it's going to be really cool like that. So, yep, we'll see. Either way, I expect to see the Sim Wall come out after this Ramatra shield. This gives a little bit more opportunity. Get ready. There's the TP into the back line. They don't get that on the TVNT. Gets ready for the Sim Wall. There's the Sim Wall to kind of counteract the Sojourn ultimate. Now Bernard has to worry about all the damage. TVNT is seeing that in the back line. Pops the Ramatra ultimate. Bernard will pop ultimate, but it might be a lot of, maybe too much damage. We'll see. Both Ramatras showing their skill expression by holding right click aggressively on the point. Exactly what we love to see in Overwatch with lots of mechanics. UB gets the kill of Bernard. Again, TVNT with a huge vortex in the back left there. Proper's trying so hard to do something, but I do believe that Twisted Minds will capture this point, going into the third point with a little bit under 4.5 minutes, about to be about 4:18 on the clock. And here we go. 4:18 remaining. Third point is still difficult. Again, that's why it was such an important thing there. Zeta is trying their best here. They do have both support ultimates coming up. Twisted Minds has one coming up here right now. Their ideal situation is to get the cart to the corner near to where that entrance of where Bernard is, but that's why Bernard is denying that space. May ultimate is here. Don't be surprised to see an aggressive May ultimate off whatever play Twisted Minds makes. They try to, do this, but they pop Mizuki ultimate, and then the May ultimate should be happening to the TP's right there. TVNT does miss the TP, it's going to be fine. Both ultimates go to waste there on each side, but now this is where it's going to be interesting. There's no ultimates left on Zeta. They have nothing left except for May. If this May ult gets no value, or sometimes can happen, this will allow for much better opportunity. TVNT is the one to watch. Quartz gets a kill machine. TVNT gets the kill on Proper. Oh no, Quartz gets another one. Bernard goes down on point, and so does Violet. Quartz popping off. And now they're going to be able to stuff the doors. There still is a May ultimate, but this is going to allow them to be able to do this. Here we go. Get ready. That was crazy by Quartz.
Against Proper's Blizzard. Quartz is waiting on
Remember, there is a May ultimate. Juno ultimate will be out soon. They might slow it down for a second here with the Sim Wall, by the way, chat. They're at 95%, so they might slow it down. Funny Astro pops the ultimate. The May ultimate will come out shortly, probably in the next 2 seconds. There it is, but Quartz gets the kill. That might have canceled the May ult. I think it did. Yeah, the May ult gets canceled by Quartz right there. And now they're going to be able to use this Sim Wall to be aggressive. Bernard is getting a little bit closer to Violet. Does go there. Knife gets a huge pick on the Quartz. Exactly what they need. Knife is able to get 2. Could Knife be the saving grace here? We'll find out in a second. Knife gets another kill. It's going to be on TVNT, but now as the longer this team fight goes, the quicker they get back to point. TVNT gets 3. Maybe he's going to get 4 on Proper. There are heals there. Juno's on the point. Proper's getting low. Goes down. Oh my, did TVNT just get 5 on point? Holy crap, there was no damn way that just happened. Twisted Minds with a better time bank after a 5 kill. What? That was, I cannot believe that. Obviously, there's still a lot of time on the clock, but TVNT clutches it up, and Twisted Minds back in the driver's seat of this match. Holy, unbelievable play right there. Individual play after individual play. So good. Wow.
That was the ult to stop the Ray push, the Blizzard.
That was unbelievable. I mean, that was looking like it was going to be lost, straight up. It was looking, I mean, for, like that was looking like, okay, Twisted Minds regroup, but no, it's not.
Receiving a little bit of healing there, but, and he's in the Annihilation, sure, but he's killing 4 people on his own.
Twisted Minds, they do such a great job sustaining throughout.
All right, here we go.
The healing is
just Twisted Minds like hold. Keep in mind, it could be a little bit scary for Zeta here. Or Zeta, I'm gonna go with Zeta for now.
Stand up to TVNT,
and the reason being, I mean, they had a really bad first point. It was their second and third where they picked it up on. I guess the good news is that they do have a good first point. They could be good. I think they're gonna do a teleporter up there. I think that was the point on the situation.
They're showing that they got some teeth here on Kings Row themselves.
Minute 49 to 2:23. Proper Farah again here.
I mean, I would rather watch some Ramatra over Cat Bastion right now. We've been seeing a lot less of it this series. We've done it a couple times. Here we go. Really, oh my, dude, what a play. Dude, that was amazing. Proper? But I love the aggression there. Like, just basically saying, just send it. Don't sit back and play scared, just send it. I love that.
5 people going. They have the Symmetra teleporter, so they could flip the map here. But this is going to be a very tough contest.
Pocket, thanks for the 9 months with the Prime Super. Thank you. Okay, they're gonna go for the retake now. TVNT's taking a lot of early damage. Violet is getting low, so I'm gonna keep an eye on here. But I think TVNT's gonna go down. Funny Astro goes down. And honestly, Zeta starts off really strong. This is way better. Proper is looking good on the Pharah. This will be a team fight win. Quartz gets a trade, but this trade won't matter as much. The rest of the team's going to spawn up, and wow, what a great play. Look for Proper to possibly swap off to May when they notice that TVNT went Diva, but it may not happen. It's really hard to do that. Wow, that was amazing. All right, they're going to try to get back as quickly as they can. Proper swaps the Tracer. There you go. Wasn't May, but definitely wasn't going to stay on the Pharah. All right. They're almost there. TVNT taking a little bit of damage. They flipped them out. They know this is happening, though. They saw it happen in real time. But this is something they really love to do. Now, they chain TVNT. The cleanse comes out. They know there's no cleanse right now. Zeta has no ultimates. They are giving up a lot of map space. They're waiting on the TP cooldown. If you're wondering why they're waiting so long, Proper's trying to disrupt that TP. Get ready for the TP play on top of the team in about 2 seconds. Here we go. They decide not to TP it. Now they do. They go up onto the high ground. A lot of card space given them. I actually feel like I might be... This has been a pretty rough second point. I'm not quite sure what their plan is here. I know what they want to do. It feels like they're just a step behind on making that play. This has been the weirdest point I think I've seen in a while. Wow, okay. Huh.
They thought they could make a play here in overtime.
Yeah, that was weird.
Massive ultimate, but they get nothing for it. And the crowd responds to Zeta Division, picking up the pace.
What a weird team fight. Yeah, that was just weird. I don't. It felt like they had an idea, but then like it never happened. And they gave up like too much.
Right time to clean up. And Zeta Division now with
so Rich, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I love the stream. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was weird. That was like I understand trying to flip the map. They did it last time, but then they just kind of stood there waiting for the cooldown. I would have liked to see them kind of posture up more. But again, they know way better than I do. They're one of the best teams in the world. Here we go. TVNT gets the kill on the shoot. Probably the best limb you can get there in that situation, considering you don't have your own Kitsune. There's going to be a bit of a battle on point here. You're going to get Ramatra ultimate. It's not quite over yet. There's a Ramatra ultimate, but the Centaur is in a really good spot from Yubi. That's going to get a stick right there. Does survive that due to the cleanse. Things are going to settle down now, and Twisted Minds should be able to hold here. Not the worst spot. Not the worst spot for this, I'm going to say. They can do it, but they got to have a really good attack.
Unbelievable from Zeta Division. To get to the third point in overtime rounds with the small time bank they had as well, that should give them the upper hand here. That should be enough to claim their first map win in this very series. We saw what Twisted Minds were capable of on the attack themselves, but to get to the third point, to finish the series like this,
let's go, baby.
Highly unlikely from Twisted Minds.
Yep. Quartz about 1,000 more damage, or about 700 or so above Knife right now. Similar-ish limbs. Now, do they change anything up for their defense? It doesn't feel like they really need to.
I mean, Proper on the Tracer is interesting. He has so many different heroes he can play here on this defense, but he trusts his own individual skill to achieve great things on this Tracer. Proper, of course, Overwatch League MVP himself back in the day. Hailed as such a great young prospect, and he's made one hell of a career for himself.
All right, it's time.
In the world, undoubtedly the best player in the world at times.
It is time.
And he believes on this Tracer, he can have big enough of an impact.
The Ramatra is just to show that he's blocking. I think that's
as they look to advance in the lower bracket. Now facing an 0-2 deficit.
I mean, Tracer's been one of, if not the biggest impact hero of all time. Like,
all right, here we go.
10 years ago.
They do take the high ground TP, but, you know, not that initial pick we saw last time. They are playing the statue. Look for them to kind of like play this Proper is top right. Looking for that pick. Nothing really happened yet. Yubi gets a little bit low right there. Quartz is going to look for an opportunity. Knife goes down immediately to Simple. Yubi gets a kill on the shoe. And that is probably close to the defense there. Good heals there. And there we go. So, I mean, Quartz hits a nice shot on Proper right there. A good team cap. The good news for Zeta here is that they will be able to.
The rest of the team capitalize, and Knife goes down in that
what's it called?
Quartz taking some great angles.
They will be able to have a full retake. So it's going to be multiple team fights here.
Instead, is TVNT going to stick to this Ramatra?
I gotta go.
It's going to be a tough time to actually change here. Quartz takes a body shot rail from Knife.
just a battle to build these ultimates.
Here we go.
Simple.
Quartz is about to go down. Knife gets low.
And this is Zeta Division trying to come back in the series as well, Johnny. There's a minute left on the clock here as they try and make their
UB goes down. Knife gets a huge pick, and that's going to slow down their push. They're going to have to back this the way they do. You can see Zeta seeing the opportunity to push in and be aggressive, but they're not able to do anything right now. They're going to be able to kind of just like slow play this. Really good disengage here, because even though UB went down, you can come back really quickly now. And now, here comes the Kitsune. Remember, Shu went down immediately, so they know they have this Kitsune advantage, but they might wait a second. Here we go. Get ready for the Kitsune in about 2 seconds. There it is. There's the aggression. Simple's ready. They're waiting to see what's going to happen on the flank. They're not going to use it yet. I think they may be trying to save it for a second for something. And there we go. Now they're going to start being more aggressive. Violet gets low, but they're losing their time in. It feels like now they're going to, I was going to say, very kind of like not the correct way that I've seen them play this. That maybe they just want to stack ultimates. Maybe that's their vision, like double stack ultimates and then win on second and third. Or maybe like let it, I don't know. This one's a hard call for me. This one's a hard call for me.
Proper barrage could be a big difference maker though.
Okay, there's the Kitsune. This is looking like, I was going to say Quartz gets the kill. So there you go. So something to keep note of here. That's overtime spawns. And they kept their Kitsune as well as Simwall. So this is, I hate to say it, but I think it's, not hate to say it, but I think it's going to come down to Proper. I think Proper needs to make a really good outplay, but where do you find that? Can you do it between a Simwall? I don't know the answer to that, but we have, Banar has Ramatra ultimate, we have Farah ultimate, and Mizuki ultimate on Zeta's side, and on Twisted Mind, it's Ramatra, Kitsune, Simwall. Truthfully, I actually like Twisted Mind's ultimates a little bit better, but there's Proper. This is the play I'm talking about. Proper sneaks up on high ground. I don't see him. So this could be the make or break right here. There's the Simwall, and this is going to give Proper an idea of where to look from. There's the ultimate from Proper. Is able to get the kill with the Mizuki ultimate combo, and that is going to turn how this goes. The Kitsune goes out, and it looks like unless something crazy happens again, which I don't count TVNT out after last time. Chat, Zeta holds it, and we have ourselves a series, and momentum may swing back. I just saw Violet take a deep breath.
They won the rematch in the Zeta Division not a moment ago. Now it's Twist Minds. Maybe it's their turn.
Hey, sir, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for making your morning entertaining. Groups from Germany. Oh, yeah. What time is it there? Like 10 o'clock or something?
That time, Johnny, I must
don't even know. What if it's 6 hours ahead of me or 7 hours?
Twisted Mind fans in the building still.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much spamming of the shoes, buddy. I can see you're very passionate about that. But you got to be careful, okay?
So look at this defense. No big shock. I would say Shu on the Ana, no surprise. Kiriko banned, and man, it's such a good point for this as well. As Banar doesn't go for the Sigma, is actually just gonna face TVNT in this Ram duel.
And I can't wait to see how
HNT, you can get drops pretty much on any of the streams, even after the matches for OWCS.
They brought out the Symmetra
The ones that
themselves,
haven't been
thinking that perhaps the Symmetra was a key for success here. Quartz, looking for an early hook shot there, but not going to be it as he swaps over to the Sojourn. And I just want to see now how UB with the Symmetra teleporters could flip against this fairly immobile composition.
I mean, Proper goes May here. Anyway, Zeta's running the Ramatra comp again with the May, the Sojourn. Pretty much the same comps. The only difference here is Simple's on a Yari because of the Kiriko ban. So a little bit of a different comp, but this should be an interesting map.
Which Quartz can also then follow up with a body shot.
I gotta do a big stretch.
No, all good. Looks like it's resolved though.
Here we go.
Let's get back in. There we go. Okay,
right,
perfect.
let's go.
No more pauses. Straight back into the action here.
Dude, I love when my favorite part of pauses is when everybody starts blasting and everybody misses every shot after a pause.
I'm gonna catch out Proper, but
like everybody just turns into Danny DeVito whenever the pause happens. So they all just missing, just hitting the walls. But Banar's getting really low, by the way. Like really low. Holy crap, Quartz with a huge pick right there. On the knife, that's going to cause some issues there. TVNT looking to put a lot of pressure. They do a TP behind. There is a bit of a flank happening. I don't know how they're going to handle that. UB gets the kill on the Proper right now. Ramadra's going to be holding the block on the point. Getting really, really low, and UB pops off, and Twisted Minds dominates the first point. See, the thing now about losing so quickly there is you can set up a little bit. These sim comps have a lot of some like setup time you can do, and it can be really crazy how it plays out. So something to watch out for. Hero Showcase should be after this series.
Twisted
right.
Minds, they have such fantastic
Ravage,
layering
you
of
got
ultimates
this.
that Celebration, they need something a little bit extra.
Look how much healing Shoot and Violet have already done. They've got ults coming up. Like, this Nano is so early
And
for
here we
Shoot.
go.
Twisted Minds have pushed up fairly
Quartz
far. They use that
has an
teleport to
ultimate coming
escape.
up.
Oh,
There's the ultimate.
overclock
Knife is
range
low.
through
They're able to get away. Double
An
ultimates coming out
instant
here
deploy
from
of the
Twisted
Sanctuary.
Minds. If they could disengage this properly, it would be nice. They do get the kill. Quartz gets 2 right there. Holy crap. Quartz popping off. They do see Knife flank. Quartz gets the kill right there. And again, I think that's going to be a team fight win here for... Yep, it is going to be a team fight win here. They're going to have a little bit of, like, you know, point contention, but wow, again. And now Twisted Minds is able to set up on a really, like, Zeta committed a lot of ultimates here. We do have a Juno swap here onto Violet. Banar and Proper do have ultimates. I do want to point out, though, these ultimates they have are going to be good. You're going to have a Ramacha ultimate coming up. You're going to have Simwall. You can pop all of these. They're going to go for it. They can kind of set up their positioning. There we go. So, Simple's going to pop ultimate. I don't know who's going to pop it on. We'll see. Juno ultimate coming in from Funny Astro. They're going to all in because they just want to get through this point if they can. There's the sim wall. Now it's going to be up to Bernard to be able to try to hold this. Bernard has no ultimate. TVNT's probably going to get aggressive here with the ultimate. Too. Left Juno ultimate takes precedent. May ultimate on, or not May ultimate, May ice block on point. There's the play. Bernard goes down. Violet's trying to go through and flank, cannot get the kill. Knife is trying to get it also. And another clean team fight here for Twisted Minds. 5 minutes going into third.
Hold on to the orbital ray.
Yeah.
Juno ultimate on Twisted Minds side. Also Ramacha ultimate. Knife does have Sojourn ultimate, but that probably won't be enough here to... I guess it could be Nano Sojourn, Nano Ramacha. A couple of ultimates coming up, so we'll see.
And are now giving Twisted Minds an amazing opportunity.
I expect to see a pretty quick engagement up on the high ground here. They may just kind of fall back and just like teleport up there, kind of posture up here, and then just like go up there with a TP, but that's a little bit of a riskier play. No, for Zeta, they just want to hold the high ground, and Knife immediately hits a shot on the Quartz, and that's exactly what they needed in that situation. If Knife can find one more, but Yubi gets a huge right click. It now becomes a 4v4 there. TVNT is getting low, but remember TVNT has ultimate. Nano's going to go out here soon. Probably on to Banar if it's needed. We don't really know yet. They might also decide to save it if there's not enough ultimates. There's the Nano, but again, the backline pressure is there. Violet goes down, and again, off of the Ramacha ultimate, they just don't get that. The Nano went out from Shu. The ultimates are there. Proper does build out, so we're kind of in that same ult rotation. Quartz now has ultimate. This is going to give them some setup time. If the symmetric charge can get a little bit of viability, that would be huge. Rebroadcast will be tomorrow, or today, I guess you could say at noon. Sojourn's going to be going for a play here very shortly. There's the ultimates. Nothing necessarily happening just yet. Both of the symmetric there, and it looks like Twisted Minds get a little bit low. So I'm going to keep note of it. They are getting pretty low, so this isn't like a guarantee. Proper has ultimate, so Zeta is going to slow this down a little bit. They have a lot of ultimates coming up, so this isn't a huge issue, but as I say, that Simple pops the ultimate and gets the kill on the Violet, but Knife gets a trade on the Yubi. We'll see if they're able to do this. We're going to see a bit of a flank tune. Get ready for Proper to possibly nail this. Not entirely sure. Really good Vortex right there. Really good just play in general. Simple is getting low in the high ground. Things are slowing down basically because they have to. And Zeta does hold. 3 minutes remaining, and now things are finally even. It feels like this has happened twice today. New hero will be revealed after this series, which could be up to 2 more maps, including this one. So this one and the next one, possibly. Yep.
The very last team fight before the capture from Twisted Minds.
So we'll see.
Twisted Minds are still comfortable here. They have the Symmetra wall, but because of the high ground available here for Zeta Division, maybe
Sim wall will happen here. They might TP behind. Yep. There's the sim wall. They're cutting off the right side, trying to control the left. Proper is stuck on point. So Proper is in a very unique spot right now where they're going to need a lot of help from the team. Proper goes down. Shu is getting close out. Bernard is going to have to clutch this. Knife gets low. Not enough to get the kill. Violet is there, and there's the ultimate from Bernard. Bernard's running in, gets one. Able to get a second one. The cart is having a little bit of problem. Quartz gets the kill on the Violet. Not able to hit the Vortex there. Bernard is doing his best to survive that. Will we see another TVNT clutch? The answer is no. But the cart is in a very good spot, even if they don't cap it. Here's the problem. Twisted Minds has an all-in situation. So one thing to look up here, or one thing to pay attention to here is the Mantra will probably take a little bit of damage to get Funny Astro Ultimate, and then they're going to go in with Juno Ultimate, and this is exactly what they're doing. Yep, they're going to try to get the Juno Ultimate, take the high ground control, force them to either flip the point or not, and then see if they can get a quick kill. Obviously, there's a chance that Quartz goes down here, vice versa to Knife, which changes up decision-making, and there we go. They go down there, they have the ultimates, they get the kill on the Violet, now they're going to all in all their ultimates, get ready. This is the team fight. Quartz gets one, obviously gets two, and this is not even close. There's nothing they can do. There was just no way. That's what I was saying, they're going to use an ult dump. All they had to do was not die early pre-fight, and they won that. So, minute 14 on the clock, Zeta's going to have to really bounce back if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive, because it is looking rough. So we'll
they lose a team fight.
It is looking rough.
On the back of some great plays by Zeta Division.
This is crazy, man.
But they keep coming back with coordination, with team play, and it's just too overwhelming for Zeta Division.
22-3 for Quartz, 9k damage, 9.6. Astro not even dying too.
0 deaths.
Yeah.
He do be chilling in the back line.
Chilling and living.
Twisted Minds. But again, I mean, that's Zeta Division. They're playing the slower approach. They don't have that same level of pressure onto the backline of Twisted Minds. And meanwhile, you're seeing Violet, you're seeing Shu. Those were the members who often died first for Zeta Division. Obviously, they have to peek around the corner. They have to try to keep Bernard up. But Quartz and
here
Yubi,
we go, chat.
On that
things are getting wild. Can Twisted Minds make it to the grand finals? Or will Zeta be able to find their footing here on the map? Keep in mind, if I'm correct, earlier Zeta did finish the map. The unfortunate part is that CR dominated the map. So, this isn't impossible. It's going to be an uphill battle, of course, but it takes one team fight like that. So, yeah.
See if
the drops, of course, Reed. I'm glad you're able to get them.
Probably not.
You had the stream on while you slept and you got all your drops. Hey, like I said, listen, you know, if you ever need drops, I'm usually live during them. So, next set of drops for people, by the way, if you do complete these ones, will be on Friday. I will have access to the World Cup drops, which do include an esports loot box. Okay? So, just so you know, that will be on Friday and Saturday of this upcoming week. Here we go.
Knife is getting shot from 3 different angles right now. It's going so low as Yubi, but
Zeta's trying to go there. Good start. I mean, Bernard gets a kill on Yubi. Obviously, they're playing that up-close strategy we saw earlier. And pretty much went the exact same way. Not really, actually. Bernard's getting pretty low right now. A Nemesis form. Ooh, nice vortex there by Bernard. Yep, and there you go. So pretty easy. I mean, this was just the same situation that we saw that actually Zeta tried to do, is just buy yourself an extra minute there.
Make some reactionary switches if need be, and TVNT is over onto the Diva. So now come the real defensive stalwart point for Twisted Minds here. They have the more optimal composition to deal what Zeta Division was rolling out with.
Here we go.
Yeah, close ult here for Shu, kinda 60% or so. They had to re-engage really quick as well. They got the teleport to bring
everybody taking a little bit of damage. They do fly away. They're going to run that Diva like teleport comp. Yeah, they're going to TP back line. When you run this comp, they're going to go to the corner. They're going to take a little bit of damage, and they're going to TP. Basically to, you know, as a distraction possibly. I love that. That's a play they can do when they're such an aggressive TP play. What they do is sometimes they'll do like a fake-o, where they basically just like put the TP behind them, see what they're going to do, but then just run in and go for that good DM usage here on the jetpack at Bastion. Quartz does go down, unfortunately. TVNT gets the kill on the Violet, so that's going to kind of heck up the Bastion's positioning. Funny Astro is in a unique spot. Could go down right there. Wow, what a grenade there by Knife. Gets the kill. TVNT does get the kill on the Funny Astro, but it's not enough right now. And it's funny because that kill right there on the Funny Astro might have changed how this team fight would have went. And Zeta caps the point. About 30 seconds behind right now, I would say, on the timings of Twisted Minds. But a lot of these teams have been making up time for the third point in general. So that's been kind of where
these aggressive swings with the Bastion, and especially with the nano boost in hand as well, it's just too much damage. You can only matrix for so long, and you see right there why so many teams opt for that composition. Twisted Minds here, though. 5 ultimates at their disposal.
That's how they play. I mean, it's good. We got a High Noon coming out here. This is more of a buy time type of High Noon. They know where the Bastion is, so they kind of have an idea of the positioning. And the Sim wall alone is just too much of a combo to be able to deal with. They get the kills, and Twisted Minds regains map control. And this is where it's going to get a bit difficult.
that is going to be something
like
they
4.
keep doing here, Jaws, as
It's
well.
not going to be like
Because
super
Shu
difficult,
is such an
but like
important
basically
character for
the
Division
TP
here,
rotation is going to cause problems here for Zeta. So Zeta has to be very much in the ready for this. That's why TVNT is playing up so far. Is like they're just going to deny space. I do like the idea of going for the jetpack cat.
Oh, see ya, take that one instead. That was
I mean,
really cheeky.
That was a good play by both of them. I mean, that was just an even matchup. Yeah, TVNT, I will admit, was probably feeling a little bit too aggressive right there. I've been there as Diva many times. I understand it.
TVNT is going to get back quick, though.
Is what it is. TVNT swaps back to Ramattra to Diva. It was a roller coaster of emotions for me there. I'm sure it was the same. There's going to be a Juno ultimate on retake, an Angari ultimate. Look for Simple to wide swing out to the top right over where like that spot is, and then go for an ultimate with that. Simple does exactly that. Wide swings out. Doesn't use the ult just yet. But that's the position you want to be in. Bernard recognizes this, and they're going to go up into the air. Now, Simple goes up into the air, the exact spot I was talking about. Starstruck in there, or wherever it's Starstruck. I don't even know that's what it says. Gets the kill. Funny Astro gets that, and it goes exactly how I thought it would. Boom. Good job there by Twisted Minds. 2:38 on the clock. And again, the aggression. The sleep goes in, the sleep dart, and we see an aggressive approach here again from Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds.
The shield is in the way.
Is really putting the pressure on here on Zeta. Zeta's making a couple of swaps. We have a May swap and a Sojourn swap. Quartz has high noon. Look for a kind of a high noon. Relatively soon. Not fully soon, but relatively soon.
Straight on top of knife. They knew the player they wanted to kill, and they got their man.
Here we go.
Another fight win for Twisted Minds.
A couple of them get low. Bernard gets the kill. And again, that aggressive play I'm talking about, they're just basically trying to buy as much time as they can. They're creating extra team fights. They're basically going to play the way they want to play. UB is going to fall back here with a sim wall proper with a huge pick on a Simple. That's what they needed. This could be a full disengage out, and one of the beautiful parts of the symmetric teleport is being able to get out like that. Okay, sim wall going to be happening here soon with a Ramattra ultimate. Violet will pop that ultimate at one point. Not going to happen yet. They are back as a full squad. Simple is there. There's the May wall. Don't be surprised if you see maybe a Ramattra ult. Yeah, Ramattra ult is definitely going to happen. There's a sim wall. Lots going to happen. There's going to be a lot of colors on your screen. Just enjoy the ride. It's going to be a good one. Nothing's happening just yet on both sides. The HP of Zeta is looking a little bit different. Proper does pop a May ultimate. They can get the kill on Bernard, though. There would be a trade on the Ramattras. But Simple also goes down there. There's double trades happening. It's a 3v3 happening on the points. Going to come down to some clutch moments. Quartz gets the kill. Now a 2v2, if I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is a 2v2. They're trying so hard to get the trades. Violet. Oh, they trade, but I think UB's run out of steam. UB does, but the time bank is getting low here for Zeta. Again, this is their whole tournament on the line. They cannot lose this map. No ultimates on both sides, except Twisted Minds will have double support ultimates coming here soon. So,
one versus one in Zeta Division. They stay alive in this tournament. 2 minutes remaining. They need to win this map if they want to stay alive in the tournament.
Yeah,
symmetric turrets on the high ground.
Third. Aggressive push onto TVNT.
Overclock.
Oh, overclock from Knife.
I really said
teleport is going to return the favor to him. Orbital Ray from Funny Astro.
UB gets 2 kills in the back line there, and this is going to be a team fight win for Twisted Minds unless something crazy happens. Twisted Minds again holds, but there is a couple of trades. That's important to keep note of. TVNT gets the kill. Proper probably will go down here. There won't be a May ult or anything like that. But Proper survives there. Simple gets the kill. Things will slow down here in a second. You said, I said hours ago to be careful with TM. They may show up to play. I know. I mean, believe it or not, I even though you know me, I play a lot of ranked and that. I have been watching all of these matches, so I have a very good idea of how these teams play. I think if I'm correct, I watched about 90% of all the regions. Like I didn't miss many matches, whether it was Japan, Pacific, NA, EMEA, all while maintaining my normal stream schedule. So it's been awesome. Quartz with a huge pick right there. 2 kills. Again, this isn't the end of the world here, but Quartz does get 3. Might make it 4. Quartz gets the 4th, kind of. And they're gonna delay the Ramattra. You're gonna see Bernard go off the map here very shortly.
keeps
There it
racking
is.
up the multi-kills.
Last team fight coming up here for
And time
Zeta.
is running
They have
out
to
now
win
for
this
Zeta
one
Division.
and one more to be able to keep their
40 seconds
playoffs hopes
remaining.
alive. Can
Have to
Twisted Minds
capture
do
this
it? Can they
payload
upset Zeta? I
to
know that
stay
sounds weird saying
competitive.
Twisted
They
Minds
have a couple
upset,
ultimates
but a
available,
lot of
but
people
Twisted
predicted it to go the other
Minds
way
surely will
because
stay
Twisted Minds has
proactive
had a
once
bit
more
of a
with this
struggle
metro.
Knife
in
needs
this
no big
tournament with
man
the
to get
meta.
this
They've
going.
lost many maps to
It's gonna be
teams
an
they
OT
shouldn't have. I
push.
mean, they even lost a
Annihilation
round
for TVNT
of control to all
standing in the
gamers.
choke
Not a
point.
clean round. Here we
UB
go.
in now.
Simwall might go out here in a
All
second.
about that
They don't really know what
teleport.
to do yet. They're looking for the map. Control from Matra does have ultimate on the side of Twisted Minds. Benar is one shot, but they do survive temporarily. There's the sim wall. I mean, Zeta's in a weird spot. It's just a very patient play to live, but Violet is getting low. Proper's on the point. Proper goes down. Benar's getting low on the point, but Knife gets a kill on the UB Quartz, the kill on the Violet. Oh my chat. I cannot believe it, but the team predicted to win the whole thing has gotten third place, and we are set up for another Twisted Minds versus CR Grand Finals. And the question here, has Twisted Minds figured it out? Because they got destroyed by CR on day one. So, have they made the adjustments? We'll find out in about 8 hours when they finish all this downtime. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pee, and I'll see y'all shortly. All right, here we go. Yeah, it seemed like that was what I mean. Everybody was asking about it. So, yeah.
You don't want to worry about, especially with Diva.
Let's go, baby. Here we go. Ilios, Grand Finals. It's time.
Them up with the Matrix, but if you do run the Roadhog, you know you're.
Did ask instead of two?
basically a
Yeah, that's what I'm
walking
saying.
sleep
Like it
and
was.
nade target. Often the
We all
nano
thought
can
that.
just
Yeah. Anyway,
overwhelm
here we
the
go.
pool.
It's time, chat.
Crowd
Are you
here.
ready?
Absolutely
locking in.
energized. This is the match people have been waiting all.
I'm
weekend
locking in.
for.
I mean, really, since OWCS kicked back off this year, it's really
What happened to my voice? This is called I've been having a good stream. I'm giving it my all. I'm giving every bit last of voice we got left today.
I do notice a slight
Here we
favorite.
go. Now earlier in this tournament, CR dominated Twisted Minds. There's one close match. That was it. One close match.
Switched on as your playing days, but you still got it.
It takes a real.
Wait,
massive,
it was on a
I wanna give
control.
lot of love to the
Here
crowd
we
in
go.
Tokyo. It's been
CR is going to be
incredible.
running
The fire,
the Wrecking Ball,
even for
the
foreign
Jetpack
teams,
Cat,
right?
the
Yeah, they come
Kiriko,
out to support.
the
Even
Bastion,
has been
and I
fantastic
assume either
in
a
the
Tracer
arena as this
or a
one gets
Reaper.
underway.
Or, okay, Farah.
Alright,
I
so
wasn't even
CR
close.
is
Well,
gonna
I guess
pound the
Farah's a
ball
bit like
like you
Reaper right
said.
now.
It's
Twisted
not
Minds
going
running
to
that
be
Mauga,
the
that
Roadhog
Sim,
here from
that
Twisted Minds.
Cassidy,
It'll be TVNT
Kiriko,
playing the
Lucio.
Mauga.
Who will
Mauga's
take it?
pretty good here,
The
especially on
finals
this point,
is
right?
started. We are here
Before
finally
Mauga's
after
so
all
difficult
these
to move
days,
out
all
of the way.
these hours.
Ports on
The grand
Cassidy
final
here
starts.
as
Stalker's going
well.
up into the air
Stalker
here
up
with
in
a
the sky.
Jetpack Cat.
Already used
Do
the
go for the
turrets,
kills. They
gonna
kill
be
the
the
TP
TP
right
here.
away.
Nice
Seems
job
their
getting rid of
strategy is
that
do a lot of
TP
spam
though.
against them with the Pharaoh. It's kind of a smart strategy if you think
His
about
own
it.
here, TP deep
Quartz
into the
gets
back
low
line.
and Stalker gets the kill.
Bastion comes in for the cleanup. Great move from
Still not over yet.
Churro.
I mean, this is a team fight where they play that sim comms with a lot of TP play, obviously. Might be a boop there. Not yet. The Bastion goes in there. TVNT goes down. Lucio's trying to get the boop, but the grapple saves. There's going to be a little early percentage here, but that's just because they went to the point. And CR wins the first team fight. All drops, absolutely.
So now it's going to be Quartz going over to the Bastion. Do they decide to play the Cat with it? They do. You know, Virtus Pro, their EU counterpart, decided to just kind of play it on the ground. But
Let's go, baby.
this time you're going to get Quartz up in the sky here. Takes
All right,
some pressure here
it's
from the
official.
ball
I
already.
mean,
Jumping
Twisted
so
Minds has
hard.
decided like,
He's
hey, we
so
should just
deep
do
in the back
Jetpack
line. I mean,
Cat.
he's doing whatever he
Like they
wants
just
with his
immediately.
confidence.
It's funny because like
Only
this is
suppresses
a map we would
squad.
want to do that because it's a little bit high ground based. So I think Ilios kind of leads with that a lot of the time. But it looks like the map is going to be.
From Twisted Minds would be great.
Stalker was trying to go in with the ultimate and got stuck on the high ground. Been there, done that. Huge play by Junbin here, just kind of going around. Charon gets the kill. And again, Twisted Minds just is not able to get anything going. They do get a kill from TVNT on Vigilante, which is actually a pretty good pick. But Stalker cleans that up, and that won't be much of an issue now because they can go back and get the Kiriko. Twisted Minds is going to do their best here. Obviously, they didn't have a great series earlier against CR, so that might be in the back of their mind. I assume it's not, but you never know. Ultimate-wise here, we have Hisang with Farah Ultimate, Chorong with Jetpack Cat Ultimate, Kiriko with Kitsune. Things are looking pretty good here for both teams.
So, CR, if you try and like TP to the point right away, they're going to have this barrage. That looks like a TP straight across here from Twisted Minds as they're trying to set up a play for the point.
Got to be careful of this barrage. Junbin pulling attention to himself. He's saying waiting for that moment to strike. A rush from Simple now forced out the cleanse.
Kiriko goes down there for the Pharah ultimate. It looks like they're going to be able to go with the Consumer right now. Simple gets the Consumer off as I was going there, but like just nothing they can really do. Bastion is getting a little bit low, but a good job by Quartz to kind of keep that going. It's going to be down to TVNT right here in the middle of the open to maybe get something going. Now keep in mind, I don't think Twisted Minds is too good at this point. We watched them get annihilated by Zeta on this map earlier. It didn't go well, and then they won the next two with relative ease. So we will see how this goes. You're going to get a Wrecking Ball Mines on the point. After this, I guess you can drop them there. They get the kill on Stalker. TP does happen. Jimmy gets the kill on the UB on the TP, and it's just pretty much a clean first point. Now keep in mind, Zeta was in their spawn during this part. So it's not this map that is their strength. It's nothing's. To give you an idea, in the last 2 times I watched them play Ilios on Lighthouse, they have 8% total, and they had 8% on that part right there. Doc.
For Twisted Minds.
Thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it, Jester.
Look,
the 19 months. Thank you, all of you.
Oh
no, this is just me talking a lot. I've been talking all weekend. My voice has hit its limit, and we're there.
Especially against a team
I'm doing this. I got this.
As well versed in the comp as Crazy Raccoon as we take a look at some of the first round stats. Nothing too surprising with Stalker and Junbei with 0 deaths. I mean, we were kind of calling that out, right? They were deep in the spawn.
Will be rebroadcasting at noon today. So
Chorong has been
about
the
a little bit less than 7 hours.
How will they respond, though, to the TVNT Hog? A well-placed hook could be disastrous.
All right, the Roadhog again. This is exactly the same comp that we saw. And honestly, this really threw them for a loop when they were on Zeta too. So I mean, we'll see what happens. There's a huge pick there by Stalker already on the Quartz. They're going to be trying to go around the map now. Obviously, they've had the luxury of seeing them play prior. And he's saying it's a huge pick. He's saying really popping off on the Pharah. And again, a really easy team fight here for CR. Nothing really extravagant happens. Twisted Minds goes back here. Do we see the possibility of a swap here? Twisted Minds makes a swap everywhere outside of the Roadhog.
To engage in this comp, right, with the Pharah and the Bastion, and so much verticality from some of these heroes. You're going to have UV switch over to the Tracer, which is another hero he can play. But if you were going to have to get into a Tracer battle, you would love JWoo out there right now.
That's the weakness. I mean, if you're going to commit to the UB Sim, you've got to go all in.
Nothing really going on. It's just kind of like going at TVNT does end up doing a lot of damage, but they're recognizing, and this is something that we didn't really see Zeta do, is recognizing that against the Roadhog that you can do a lot of damage to the Hog. It's not that he's unkillable, but like if you just stay together as a unit, that's what can happen. Judeman's just trying to stay alive here. Vigilante is going to be taking a little bit of damage. I'm not entirely sure why he was shooting at the Kiriko, but honestly, I respect it. Ultimate-wise, still no ultimates. I mean, CR is winning these team fights so quickly. Like, they're winning these team fights so quickly, they don't even have a chance. As in, like, you don't even have a chance to build up your ultimates because you're basically going to pick off of your initial, like, ammo. They do see the rotation. This would not be caught off guard. There is a high noon coming in, but they do escape. Force not able to get lined up on that. Great job by the Cat Bash and high noon, and now there's their opportunity against Simple taking a little bit of damage right there. Juman's going to try and stay alive right now. We have Hisang coming in with the Pharah ultimate as soon as possible. Probably going to wait a little bit for the rotation to happen. Maybe get down the last team fight. Quartz goes down to Stalker. Stalker showing you why he's been popping off this tournament. Tracer's getting a little bit low right there. Lucio's looking for opportunity for possibly a poop, but Stalker again hitting shots left and right. There's the spinning out, but it's in a 3v5 situation. Stalker does go down to the Roadhog, but is it going to be enough to be able to win this? It still is an opportunity with Hog having the 35-second overtuned ultimate for a matter of 2 years now, but nothing really goes on there. There's the Hog ultimate, only has 15 seconds remaining. Kitsune is out. Hog ult still going. It is finally complete now. Nope, now it just finished. Okay, there it is. Hisang gets the kill. Quartz goes down. TVNT can't tap. Funny Astro's going to be the next one to touch. Funny Astro can't touch in time, and that was a stomp on the first map. Holy crap.
We could be in from Worlds last year, right? Dusting those off, see if any of those straps.
Why didn't play Yari once today? It might just be like what they find. It might be from scrims. Like, we don't know how their scrims went. Maybe the scrims were kind of in that boat. Then drops the game. You should be able to get them, but sometimes it takes a while. But again, I'm sorry, I don't like that. All right, here we go. So, CR looks like they're going to be running their Mizuki Mei comp, very classic. Twisted Minds is going to be running their Ramatra comp here. So a little bit of a difference. The Mizuki comp is basically get the tank down as much as you possibly can, and that's what happens. So, yep.
That was for you, man.
There you go.
That was for you.
Yeah. That's what Zoe told me, just for making myself feel better. But it'll be CR here on D. Twisted Minds. I actually kind of like the idea to come out with a Ramattra straight away. I think you
Let's
probably
go,
had
baby.
a good idea of what you're going to see on the other side. Let's not waste any time playing that Diva.
Absolutely agree. A little bit better at brawling out with the Sigma, enduring some of the frontline pressure. Crazy Raccoon
Man,
with
I'm
the
feeling
Farah
fine.
May.
Okay.
Trying to deal with the Symmetra, but that
Here we go. So, the way this comp works is Sierra's going to basically eventually back up to the corner. They're going to do a little bit of early time here, but they're going to back up to that corner. Now, during this, what they want to do is they want to be able to get the tank chained or survive. So, yep.
Just the one-shot capabilities of the Sojourn. It's a decent amount of cart progress here already gained by
Honey Badger, thanks for the prime stuff.
Yeah, they're
Appreciate it.
working things
Appreciate
up
it.
little by little. These micro touches from Chorong adding to the stall.
Stalker gets the kill right away into Yubi, and that's going to slow things down. Keep in mind they're running the Farah comp to kind of deal with this. Like, they're really going with a strategy that can work there.
With the player
But yeah, really good start by Twisted Minds. I mean, the problem is that once you lose your Symmetra, you don't have a TP play anymore, so you lose a lot of that like value close range. Since the Sigma technically doesn't have to sit up there in front of you, so that's what happens here. But really good start for CR, looking to just try to dominate these maps as quick as possible. We'll see though.
Literally pick a hero on DPS. I think this guy's one of the best.
And it was a sick Maywall, right? Kind of splits off Yubi from the rest of the team. Yubi gets dangerously low.
You went to the bathroom, got food, and you only just went to the game? Yeah, they're taking a short break. Okay, here we go. Sigma's getting close to ultimate. Vigilante's getting close to ultimate. Simple's kind of on the same pace, so we might see double Kiriko come out here soon. I'm not entirely sure where it's going to happen, but it should happen eventually. We'll see.
This might be faster than they expect. Here comes the rush. Simple responds in kind.
There is a lot of the ultimates going. Max does get a good ultimate off, and that's going to buy some time. TVNT gets D-Max and look for a little bit more spam here. Now, obviously, the Diva swap is because they're going the Farah spam here, but the problem is when they run the sim here, it can be really difficult. So it's going to be waiting on the ult. Now, of course, the sim comp works very well. Twisted Minds is great at it, but CR has strategies that seem to be, prepared for that at the very least. Ultimates are about to be stacked up on CR with 3 DPS ones. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess this is DPS. Twisted Minds has Soldier ultimate and Juno ultimate. Both teams are getting aggressive. They're going to start taking the corner. Now you're going to see them go for this. But will there be ultimates there? Yes. And there is the defense matrix onto the field. It only lasts about, what, 6 seconds? So that'll be gone in a second. There it is. Now you're going to see probably a Symmetra wall, but I think a Mayo will follow.
Looking to beat that corner. This time, no value from
Oh, Mayo's right there. Never mind. They ended up rocking him. Oh, what a Mayo. Holy crap. They got way more than I expected. Wow. What an unbelievable ult. Yubi's trying to get a kill on the point, might be able to get it, not able to get it, and they get the kill. An amazing job here. Twisted Minds ult pool still is building up, but they have kind of wasted a lot. I mean, there's a sim wall, which is obviously great, but is it going to be enough to be able to win this team fight? Could happen, maybe we'll see.
I mean, this would be a pick we have not seen.
Could happen, but I'm not entirely sure if it will.
Grasping at straws, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, now you're just searching deep in the bag for answers. So, you do have this.
Well, that was an amazing nail. I know.
But you already have
getting to see some Freya now from Quartz.
I mean,
we're going to see. I'm still waiting for this sim wall. It's got to be very soon. Like, they have to make a play here, but Max has already built up another ultimate, so they're on the other side of the wall. There it is, but then Hiimishie goes with a clutch flank. There is a trade there. It is a good trade, but when you lose Simple there, I guess with Juno alive with Funny Astro, they'll have to back away. Normally, if it was like a Lucio comment, so it would happen, but we have a huge ultimate coming up here. Going to be able to get damage in the corner. They're not able to get any kills, and I think we're going to finally see that sim wall I was talking about. They do TP out. Half the team doesn't get out there. Well, okay.
Finally, with a bit of a chance in the ultimate economy, but supports from CR.
Now they have another Kitsune. They have Chorong's ultimate. There's going to be a lot on the field here from CR.
You're going to be at 15 seconds on the clock. Nice chain there. Oh, TVNT is going to get D-Maxed.
Self-destruct, though. Hold on. If he can get back into the suit, it changes everything.
And there it is again, and what a huge eat by the defense matrix. CR holding as strong as they can, but it's getting a little bit wilder in the team fight here. He's going to get the early pick, obviously, but there is a lot in the field here. Stalker does go down, but Simple is going to be really low. TVNT's getting low. Yubi goes down as a 3v2. They have to try to survive this. Yubi's trying to push the card as far as possible. Yubi does, TVNT does not have ultimate. Diva's going to go get D-Mac here in a moment. There's the kills on a TVNT. And chat, CR is about to hold at the corner. Now, I have seen crazy holds here, but with the way that CR is playing and the way what we're seeing from Twisted Minds thus far, I don't really know what to think. This has been crazy thus far. Like, extremely crazy. So, I'm hoping to see some more and more plays, kind of go in their favor and work out. But damn, this has been wild, to say the least.
I mean, when you're going to the Freya and you're going to everything, I mean, you were just...
This has been wild.
I mean, you were just trying to get lucky there at that point, trying to get something that can work against that comp. I mean, nasty stuff.
And Crazy Raccoon, just icy.
All right.
Like, not getting overexcited on those cams. I mean, as the opposing coach, that's not what I want to see. I'm sort of hoping they get overconfident, hoping they overextend, but these fights are dire.
Keep trying,
they are giving nothing up. There are no windows.
Now, Twisted Minds on defense. I mean, this feels almost like an impossible.
I know. I'm not.
task
I just. So basically, if you ever join my stream and my voice is like this, it really just means that I've gone really hard on the casting that I do during these type of tournaments, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I will make sure Monday and all of Sunday will be a vocal rest day for me. I'll take care of my voice, and we'll be back at it in no time. So this just screams to me that I've done it the way they want to do it. I'm proud of it. So. Zenyatta, yeah, I mean, we actually saw Zenyatta earlier too from I think it was Zeta. It was like they did a classic Brig Zen or something like that. So
just we have not seen them pull it out. This feels like another
all right, here we go.
Sign of desperation.
Teams are amping up looking for kills. It is getting a bit wild. All right, now, I mean, for Twisted Minds, they have to play close. TVNT's on the sleeve, a very rare sight. They're obviously running, oh, wait, what is this? Chorong's going back to spawn, going to go Zen also? Or?
It looked like
nope, Juno,
okay. Okay, so they're going to play the Kiri with a Juno.
So just making a quick swap, realizing it's not going to be that effective there.
Like a, you're playing it with this Sim in the main. Oh, another
Stock with a huge pick on the courts. I mean, Twisted Minds cannot afford early picks like that. They're going to have a little bit of opportunity to get him back in time. But, I mean, this corner, the map control is getting wild right now for CR. So.
Terrifying fashion, Crazy Raccoon setting up for the final fight.
I don't know how you fight this effectively here if you're Twisted Minds. I mean, it's going to be
okay. It's still possible. They're back in numbers. Chorong with a nice shot. Quartz gets a kill on the Chorong, but both the supports are down for CR. Twisted Minds is on their back foot right now, not able to find the kills. And in some, like the quickest matches I've seen, I think there's been more downtime between the matches than there's been actual match time. So probably a quick break coming up after that. But holy crap, I'm going to go pee because I had a bunch of water today. I'm also going to grab one more water for myself just to kind of help my voice. I'll be right back. If you haven't hit that follow button yet, you want to hit the follow button, and I'll be right back. Appreciate y'all. And we're on to map 3, but holy crap, this is crazy.
We've had to tell you something, Matt. I've been talking about this in the green room. Yeah. Have I not?
All right, so we're seeing no, there's no way we're seeing a Reinhardt. Nope.
We need the Rhine.
No.
I don't know if I'm going to be your first
not happening
here on the Rhine.
TVNT is.
I know it. No.
He's got to believe.
Nope.
Somewhere Hottie is smiling.
Yeah, I think Hottie knows it too. He sees the vision.
A Sim Rhine.
An iconic classic here in OWCS. Against the Bastion, though, the damage is going to be overwhelming.
There you go, Bandar.
Margin for error, non-existent. A beautiful Maywall from Hiimishie.
Okay, we're seeing it. I mean, Twisted Minds has decided that.
Play from Hiimishie. He's played these games before.
No, OWCS drops are live. I've decided that, you know what, TVNT on Reinhardt, honestly, it could work. I mean, basically, why not try something if everything else isn't working? But we'll see how this goes. They're running the Bastion comp, and now, right now, it's going to be kind of a methodical approach from Twisted Minds. It looks like TVNT is running in here. They're taking a lot of damage on their team. I mean a lot. The Mei is caught out, but, like, the Rhine is going to take a bunch of damage. It actually is working thus far. I mean, they do lose their Mei. Obviously, there's a lot of damage output happening, and Stalker's not able to survive during that as much. And honestly, like, thus far, this has been a really good job by Twisted Minds. You know, they already have window that quickly, so they're going to have a window pop up in the corner here. They do go for the TP play. They get a kill on Chorong, and honestly, this is the most we've seen out of them so far. Stalker does get a kill, but wow, what a dominant first point by Twisted Minds with the Reinhardt. That's pretty sick. Yep. That's pretty sick. Let's go.
There's no way this Rhine is going to look that good, right? I mean, Crazy Raccoon. They ditch the Mei. He's saying over to the Echo here. Just putting even more pressure on Yubi.
No Pharah available in this one. See if the Echo can have the same level of impact.
You're going to have Sound Barrier here as well. You get quite aggressive with this Reinhardt and be the Suzu.
Alrighty, here's the beat coming in. I got to refocus back up. Sorry, my apologies, chat. Right now, I mean, Twisted Minds does have a bit of an advantage here. They're popping a bunch of volume. They're going to bash ultimate out. Probably won't get anybody. They can trade on the Rhine. This could get a little bit more interesting. They do look for Chorong to possibly pop an ultimate here. I don't think they feel like they are going to lose this necessarily. They're kind of split. It's kind of a weird battle. Stalker does get the kill there. 4v3 in favor of CR now. They might try to slow them down a little bit, and they do, and they finally stop them here. Now, I would be...
The sound barrier obviously kept them alive for an extended period. But
I would be a little bit,
the amount of damage that comes out
wary of them playing super close. So we'll see.
With that focusing being finished players off. The one thing Sanctuary won't save you from, though, is Reinhardt.
All right,
that hammer inside
the
of
teams are amping up right now. Reinhardt's going to turn the corner for a big slam. No big slam waiting to happen. There's the window. They are going to try to disengage us. You might see a shatter reaction. Nope. No eat on the Sigma. There is going to be a bit of like a sim wall play here. There it is. So far, it looks like they do pop the ultimate behind. It's been a weird second point King's Row today for just about everybody. We're not even seeing. Obviously, he's saying is going to probably go and, like, get one of the heroes. Unfortunately for Yubi, does go down. The chain does hit. Ryan hits a big slam. I still got a big slam in me, chat. Let's go. But after all of that, I mean, first of all, these second points that have been so weird. He's saying decides to go to spawn and see if he can get a kill. And that is that. So, not bad.
Even being delayed, a brutal stagger on this Batiste.
They are just torturing Simple. As I think TBNT just uses that shatter just to
teams are getting aggressive
for a little bit longer.
How much time remains till the match is over? That I'm not entirely sure on.
He's able to stay alive a little bit longer, but not enough to make a real difference. You are very close to the second checkpoint, though. You'll have an Amp Matrix here. You can maybe like TP quartz in an odd spot.
Sometimes the staggers are very, very strong. I'm expecting to see a Kitsune Rush come on here. They might actually use a max ultimate on the rotation. Not really sure where they're going just yet. It's kind of hard to predict. They're kind of just taking their time. They're waiting. They're kind of trying to like go back and forth, making them think they're doing something else, and there it is. There's the flip of the map. But I think the ultimates that CR does have can cause a problem. You just go immediately in the air with that. That's a huge ultimate. It's not necessarily going to get kills. It actually will because they combo with the Bastion ultimate. And now Twisted Minds is struggling to find some opportunity here. Yubi does get a kill on Turfing, though. Maybe there's a world where they can make that work. Nope. They get the kill there. Soccer gets low. Yup, Rock. And CR wins another team fight. 2 minutes off the clock already. 2:10 remaining. They have Funny Astro's ultimate. Nothing else besides. Well, they have Quartz ultimate. But they're going to have to deal with this Kitsune.
You do have 2 minutes
might play aggressive.
Right?
Max is very good, I know. Dude, CR has been crazy. No pun intended, of course. There's the TP. They might pop beat here. I know they want to pop Kitsune. Quartz gets the kill on Stockman. That right there is what they needed. A huge play. There is the Kitsune still, though, but can they benefit from this? Are they going to be able to do that? I don't really know. TVNT's trying to run into their spawn. They're kind of split. Nothing's happened yet. And Quartz gets the kill on Vigilante, so that's going to be another opening here. CR is looking like they might actually lose this point very shortly, which is kind of interesting considering. And they do. So Twisted Minds with 3 minutes on the clock. They're going to do that. Pancake farts. Thanks for the 5 months for the Prime sub. Appreciate that.
Not pretty.
Thanks, everybody.
That is, though. Gets right up in Chorong space. Fire strike there from TBNT. Stalker will go back to the Bastion. Just was hovering the Reaper there for a second, but you may be able to get some good progress off of this, right? Because you have the Sim Wall here, Shatter. You have Amp Matrix to use.
Nearly the full stack for TM.
Why they're not going Ramatra into Sigma? Well, because Reinhardt, they're just trying to run a Reinhardt comp with this. There's the ultimate again from Simple. I mean, this has actually been a really solid push here from Twisted Minds. Not like one of those 8-minute pushes you want to see, but like it's a very solid one. They are going to pop Defense Matrix here in the middle of the open very shortly. There it is. They pop a Sim Wall to go with it. Kind of a decision they have to make. Good chain. Again, slowing down the aggression from the Ryan. Sigma's going to sit on the point. It's taking damage. We have a Shatter coming up. Could happen. Max goes down there to Funny Astro. TVNT has ultimate. TVNT is about to go down. Does not go down, though. And honestly, I think there's a world here where, yeah, I mean, I think Twisted Minds is going to cap. But who would have thought a Ryan comp would be the one to get them back into this? But it sure is. Damn.
TVNT turns the corner. Stalker in the Bastion artillery. He's dropping it right on his own head. He says, I don't care. Just charges him out of that. Loses his life in the progress, but what a way to bounce back if you are Twisted Minds. The Reinhardt cooking a little bit. Why the Reinhardt? Why the Reinhardt?
The price is up now.
Let's go, baby.
Price is high.
Hey, stocks go up and down.
Is it going to be the start of a comeback? Could be. It's funny because, like, they didn't even get many kills, but they won, like, 3 team fights.
The Sanctuary,
see?
Right?
Like, even the scoreboard shows that. But, like, yeah, it just happens.
Rufus 5 in the Sanctuary or inside the Kitsune Rush.
This happens.
That you just cannot be contested. No one can challenge you. Reinhardt is one of the highest DPS heroes in the game when he can connect on you and swing those hammers.
Okay.
It is when he's cleaving multiple targets, he's the highest DPS in the game easily. And so you got to remember that raw power behind the Rhine.
I guess the ability of the threat of getting into the Sanctuary and then also shattering as well would force you back, if you're Crazy Raccoon, almost back out of it in a way.
You just season here.
Potentially as a threat.
He's like, sir, why are you in bed?
While you're inside of it, right?
Big Slam in 2026, I know. What a classic. 10 years of Big Slam. You know?
Don't care whatsoever.
10 years of Big Slam. May not have the same...
From Sigma, they essentially ignore it, run him over. And so for Max, it's very
I mean, there is a chance they could win this King's Row. It's not impossible, right?
Obscene healing. I mean, I'm excited to see the stats for Simple because he is going to have bonkers stats.
TBNT, it felt like he was permanently at like 10% HP the entire time. As Crazy Raccoon, they'll end up playing the Mei here with the Sig. Twisted Minds decides to play the 6.
There's a TP play. They're bringing the fight to them now. That seems to be what's going on. It's funny because now CR just goes Sim. And this is kind of what Twisted Minds wants. They want you to play into the same strategy that they do, which is kind of funny. You know what I mean? It's like they're... And like, this is where Twisted Minds might be like, okay, now you're playing the way that we want you to play. This is exactly what we were hoping for. So plenty of time here.
Game here, dancing around one another. Stalker, though, could be able to grab this first tick. Twisted Minds will give that up, but they won't yet give any more. TBNT now steps to the point. That creates an opportunity for Max on the flank to find something with a Sigma of his own.
Yeah,
he's saying with a huge pick on the UB right there. There is a trade, though. That is really good there. It's kind of back and forth, but again, Quartz gets the kill. Things are starting to look okay. Stalker gets the kill in front of Astro, though, so trades are kind of all over the place. Vigilante might go down here. Nice wall to keep him alive. Chorong's going to come back as Wuyong. But again, their attack is a little bit slow right now. Not anything extravagant happening. Quartz is getting low. You do get a little bit of map control, which is what you want here. Simple's been banning Windows like on cooldown.
But Max forcing into a big blizzard.
Good May out by Stalker. It's going to force them into a spot, but
one has, but Quartz is not so lucky.
Now they flip the point on them. Vigilante with another pick on the UB. That's huge, and they were going to win this point with not relative ease, but that's a pretty good tie bank if you think about it. That's a pretty good time bank if you think about it.
There from Stalker. The TP comes in to get Quartz back up to the high ground. Funny Astro there as well. And then he just drops the blizzard right on top of them. Astro able to make it out.
All right, here we go.
Quartz tried to actually
they have Kitsune coming up.
On Bastion to try to get maybe a little bit more
Quartz
speed
has
to get
Bastion
back
out.
over towards that TP. Does not make it out. So a huge loss there for Twisted Minds. Now Crazy Raccoon going to try and make their way around this first corner.
Okay, I mean, CR is going to want to be aggressive with this. They know the window already gets popped. You have basically a free Kitsune. Now, I mean, they're going to take as much space as they give them. So, like, obviously, they win the team fight pre-ultimate, but they're going to Kitsune. There's a Kitsune. Yep, exactly that. Funny Astro goes with a high off-the-ground beat. They do counter with nothing else at that point. I mean, they do counter, but you know what I mean. There's the ultimates across the board. I don't think Max... Okay, Max does get Sim. Make sure to follow up with the kill. The Sigma's starting to take a lot of damage right now. Might die between the walls there. Does die between the walls. Bastion's pushing in. Yup, rock onto Quartz. Quartz is going to go down. Doesn't kill on the Heesang. Couple of good trades here. By Twisted Minds, it is in a weird spot where both teams are going to be pretty aggressive in general, so that's pretty nice. So we'll see.
The Sigma head-to-head is not something you would favor them in the moment, as Quartz going to go over to the Sojourn as well. So you did get a good flux from TBNT. Stalker inside of it uses the ice block to stay alive. It'll be another fight here for Twisted
Window
Minds
coming out again from Simple. Window has cooldown like all the time, it feels like. It's crazy.
Man, some long spawns for CR, but you would not know it.
Okay, they're back on the Rhine again.
This choke.
There's no ultimates here. They might wait for Stalker's ultimate, but I don't even know if it's going to be worth the wait for the ult.
You're going to play for the blizzard here.
Play now, but we'll see.
And then gonna just drop it right on top of TM.
TP high ground. Oh, Simple just barely gets out with the TP. Quartz finds Vigilante. A signature.
Oh, Quartz is a huge kill on the Vigilante though.
In these moments of chaos, and maybe that's all they'll need. Crazy Raccoon routed. Split to the 4 wins here. Will they be able to somehow make their way out alive?
Quartz trying his best and gets the kill. So, I mean, I got to give credit to Twisted Minds. They decided to try something crazy, and it's working. Not really crazy, like you can run Ryan here, but definitely was something I didn't expect out of them, right? So that's kind of cool to see. You know, it's kind of cool to see.
That opens things up there early as Disruptor shot around the corner, putting down some really nice damage. Charong has to be so careful.
James, thank you for the 6 months of the tier 1. I appreciate that. We're going to see a huge Sigma ultimate here come out from Max. Does find opportunity here against 2 in the air. They do use beat. That does get low, but is it going to be enough though? No, they pop beat over there. They're going to have to trade out ASAP. The Sim is getting aggressive. Quartz gets another kill. And again, it feels like CR is starting to lose like control of this game. It feels like so. That is something to look.
So generous, stalling for every last second against this May.
Oh, I mean, he is getting hit by the turrets as well. Now you finally finish him
Mercy,
off.
thanks for the 4 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mercy.
They're really bothered by
you.
this Reinhardt. You're going to go over to the Ramatra here. I mean, what
a change in tenor.
I don't know what you can do. You're going to pop. Oh, they do go Ramatra.
I think this one's
maybe a Kitsune Ramatra here. We'll see what happens. Yep.
Yeah. We're not even through with it yet.
That 100%.
Stalker to the Venture. A tried and true response to the Symmetra, but one the Twisted Minds will have absolutely experienced before.
Yeah, playstyle that they're used to playing against. We'll see though, right? You can put that Tidal Blast onto the Venture or the Ramatra. Could be quite devastating.
I mean, nothing's really happening here, so I'm still just kind of, okay, there we go. There's the Wu-Yang ult. They do get the kill on the Simple. That's a huge thing. They do get traded on though. The Stalker was able to get, you know, that one kill that opens it up, and there should be a team fight victory for CR. Now, the problem is their time bank going to allow them to cap this. You know, that is going to be the problem.
Crazy Raccoon
yes,
refused to give up anything for free. But with 1:52 on the opposing clock, you've got to cap with time.
Yeah, no support ults available here for Crazy Raccoon.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
On the Stalker, it was pretty nice.
Window going to be coming out though. We'll see.
Comes out of the burrow, erupts at the perfect time, stuns Simple, and then being able to finish him off when he had the M Matrix. But you need to win at least, what, 2 more fights here?
Just really trying to battle here. The line's getting low again, though. They do use like the sim walls as a Venn diagram of walls happening, nothing extravagant. Again, Quartz is keeping them in this series. Pick after pick by Quartz. Every single time. Great disengagements. It's been really good.
Twisted Minds look eager to continue this fight. They know that running the clock plays to their advantage. They can secure at worst a draw if they can just run this
there's a world where they can at least guarantee a draw here, which isn't a map loss.
Where he has been money, it feels like.
That's good at least.
It's attack visor in his hands. So you also have the shatter here for TVNT. The Annihilation up for Max. You don't have like
Reinhardt does have shatter. Look for an aggressive play here. Okay, now
rolling.
They are trying to get into Quartz again. I mean, Quartz is basically keeping them in this series, right? They could have easily folded after the first 2 maps, and they're doing the opposite. Quartz is stepping it up, making sure plays are going well. This has been really, really nice.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait for Stalker to get back in the fight, though. There'll be the overclock here. A lot of pressure on Max.
I mean, look at all the ultimates. They don't have to use anything. This is the play. Stalker's popping the Venture ultimate. Nothing's really going on in the meantime.
Good enough. Max out of gas, just cleaned up. UB finds another. The beat just overwhelming from Astro.
Dude, I think Twisted Minds is going to at least guarantee a draw here, and that's a victory in itself, right? I mean, obviously they hold. That's it too, which is nice, right?
Twisted Minds
pull up the
line and change everything.
I mean, especially with the way the first 2 maps looked. It looked like we were going to get a speed run here, but Twisted Minds, they have pulled out all the stops. The Reinhardt here.
37 seconds. Ramatra has ult. Kitsune on CRS. I'm just speaking
quite
words
fast,
now.
Right? Both of them got deployed at the same time. But the amount of damage he's farming up here.
This is crazy.
Able to get another one as we are below 30 seconds on the clock.
Simple again. Gets the kill. Man, this Reinhardt AFK strat's working extremely well.
The pressure of this Ryan beginning to overwhelm, but Stalker strikes back against Astro.
Simple does pick up a kill. Probably all the way far back.
Looking for the chance to pop this Tidal Blast. And he's staying, starting to grill
I mean,
down this front
you're going to be aggressive here with the Ramatra ultimate soon. They do Wu-Yang out. Okay, I see.
All attackers forced to respect
the Wu-Yang out. Stalker gets the kill, but it might be just a little bit too late. Yep. Now it's going to be overtime spawns.
So you still have Quartz alive in the back line. You're probably going to get another fight here, though, if you're Twisted Minds. Simple does have an M Matrix. Let's see. TVNT will get a touch. Knock players off
Ramatra ultimate coming in. Here we go.
So aggressive is Max, holding one of the spawn doors. Simple.
Oh, but TVNT with a huge pick on a Stalker. Charon gets the kill on a Simple. Things are starting to even up a little bit. Heisang gets the kill. Max gets the kill. Lucio's about to go down. And CR has given themselves an opportunity to draw. They've given themselves an opportunity to draw. Is it going to be perfect? I don't know, but it could happen.
But it feels, Matt, that it's do or die.
It's guaranteed it won't be a third map win. It's either going to be a 2-1 or a 2-0.
A draw could be devastating.
To play this well, you know, with how the first 2 maps went and then walk away with a draw.
Yeah, that was a good recovery by Twisted Minds. I'm going to be honest with you. That was a very good recovery.
Brutal here. This is the first time that Twisted Minds in this tournament have really made Crazy Raccoon bleed as we take a look.
Look at Simple's healing.
At some of the stats. That is
27.6K.
That is...
After this, I'm going to get up and just walk around for a minute, chat, to keep things rolling.
Meat shield for the rest of the team, just soaking up so much damage onto the Rhine. I like to potentially see Twisted Minds come out here with the Rhine on offense. Like, I think you know that they're going to play Sig on D, right?
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't think there's anything. I mean, I guess you can consider the Ramatra. I will say that one fight they did cap on first, it was a little tenuous, right? They got down low. It took a deathmatch scrap to clean up.
I mean, they played Sig versus Sig, right? On
Monday's the day off.
No, they're off. They were Rhine.
Yeah.
I would take it Monday. And Sunday, I'm taking the rest of the day off after these matches are done.
Showing the Sigma. I mean,
all right, here we go. Minute 52 on the clock. Can Twisted Minds, get their first map win here, gain a little bit of momentum? Or will CR be able to hold? Let's find out. Here we go. They're starting off with the Ramatra. So that's a good pick already.
Probably. I mean, they go Cassidy with the May here.
That's a good pick already.
Not exactly the go-to against Cat Bastion, so it'll be simple here on the Baptiste.
Quartz going in with the Bastion. Doesn't find a kill just yet. Max is getting a little bit low. He's saying gets the lamp, although it looks like TVNT is also getting extremely low. Does have the shield, Sims in the right side room. Put a lot of pressure on the team. No offense to be seen yet. UB has to go on the Max. That's going to give them a lot of pressure. They now have to push in, and there it is, chat. Quartz gets the kill. Map choice, and hero ban goes to CR 2-1 in this first 2-4 matchup.
You wouldn't feel great about UB trying to take like the Tracer head-to-head. Maybe there's something else that they've kind of got cooked up for him to kind of pivot over to.
Nando, thanks for the tier 1 pizza. Thank you. They just mentioned that bans are done after they lock in subs. That makes sense. Okay. All right, it's almost time.
More important, right?
2-1.
The Mizuki provides the defense, but
We'll see how this goes without the sim. I'm very curious.
And Max is still in, so we talk about some of those kind of comp changes in terms of the tank back and forth. He'll stay in for another game. Twisted Minds. I mean, you could, didn't think of it at the moment, right? But we saw Simple play the map on the last map, extremely strong.
Run it
now,
back.
Yeah, UB is going to play.
All right, here we go,
May,
chat.
right?
It's time.
Talking about, like, you kind of think May, Tracer, Sim, obviously in the hero pool for him.
It is time. Let's go, baby.
So now you're going to also just play the Ram. And just
let's find out when they cannot play that comp. They have UB on the May. Both sides running a May. One side running Sojourn. One side running Bastion. Juno Brig. Bap Lucio. Let's see if Twisted Minds can keep that momentum going after their previous stuff. They're kind of all in them right now with the May wall. Max almost goes down right away, but there's a lot of damage output happening. CR doing their best to win as quick as they can. Instead, there's the ice block. I mean, Twisted Minds kind of has map control again, it feels like, doesn't it?
He's saying as some railgun shots connect from Quartz is he wants to go try and fight Heesang here. No.
Quartz gets a kill on Heesang. I mean, feels like we're seeing a way different team after those first two stops. It's, like, it's been crazy.
Close quarters against a May.
They grab the point flip, but CR still fighting, trying to punish TVNT.
Vigilante gets the lamp down. They are going to all in on the BAP, so there is a chance they're able to trade with that. It was a great reaction there. Now with the kills there, it looks like CR finally turns things around. Feels like it's been a bit since the last match when they did that, and now they're going to go in. UB's getting low. Quartz does pick up a kill last second, though, and he's saying not the worst pick to get from CR, but Quartz, Quartz is playing lights out.
Look, if you can
honestly, on King's Row, I feel like Quartz is the one that kept him in it.
Don't have enough, obviously, HPS going to keep everybody alive, right? It's just he's done a great job of doing it thus far.
There's going to be a Bastion ultimate coming from Stalker here. Juno ultimate. Don't be surprised. It seems like CR is just being really aggressive now. So get ready to see this. Here we go. Yeah, they're going to end up Juno ulting through here in a second. There it is. Yep. And the reason why you do that is because you just got the May. You just got May's stuff done. Oh, Max is a little bit overcommitted though. Might go down. Does go down right there due to the lack of being able to help with that. I do see a Bastion ultimate coming in. I love the idea of this to kind of buy some time. They do pop a window, but UB does go down. Brig is getting low. You might see a trade on Brig here shortly. Simple's getting really, really low also. There is a trade. The Stalker eventually does go down. The lamp is out, and CR is able to clean that up, and I think that will be the first point for CR.
But they battle back. They get aggressive behind the orbital array, but it's a really nice May wall there from UB in combination with the Blizzard. That splits Max off from the rest of the team. Ant Matrix used there as well. But not enough there for TM to battle back. They get early point control, but lose it. Be the first flashpoint on the board here for Crazy Raccoon.
Astro has the sound barrier, but this Brig Juno comp can be so difficult to aggress into. So many powerful defensive tools.
All right. This is the grand finals. Yes, coming 2-1 for CR.
Provides Quartz with a base from which to put that
Well,
fire
I mean, I'm not entirely sure for playing. It depends how the results go. Maybe if it ends up being 3-1, we'll see. Beat gonna come out from Funny Astro. I do think CR is playing a much more aggressive approach now, if you haven't noticed that. Basically, the way to play against a BAP is to play aggro, and they weren't doing that initially. They do get a kill right there. There's enough trades here to kind of like figure out where this is going. Lucio's trying to go down to get the trade, doesn't get the trade. TBNT gets the kill, but Max is a little bit ahead on the HP there, including the May being low. And CR quickly turns that fight and captures the point with relative ease after a few ultimates being committed there. So Twisted Minds is now kind of chilling. Simple again is the BAP, and this is where the problem comes.
And I wonder if you're thinking about
the reason why BAP struggles against fast comps is going to be really aggressive on them, and that's why you see that. So, yep.
Or you would love the Kiri to maybe even play with a Diva in this type of scenario, right? At this moment in time. The nade
all right, Chad, here we go.
Stalker puts down some damage.
Vigilante has Juno ultimate.
Well,
things should heat up here momentarily.
To kick this fight off. Another nade from Stalker. That's going to earn him the artillery strike.
In this position, so cloistered, so close range, it's hard.
Ooh, what a pick by Quartz. Again, Quartz has been the opener for this team. They are still going to be aggressive, though. They're going to wait, and they're going to look where the BAP is, and they're going to Juno ult in. Yep, there it is. And basically, this is their strat. It's basically just keep Juno ulting in or using your ultimates aggressively. BAP cannot properly disengage that. And then, how many monitors do I use? I have 2 monitors. Is CR winning? CR is currently up 2-1. Oh, a huge pick here again from CR, and this should almost solidify the point. CR picking up the point right now. This is going to make it 2-0 on this map. And Twisted Minds reverse sweep this to bring it to 2-2, where will CR take a 3-1 lead and get into match point. We'll find out as soon as we can.
Gets Funny Astro. No way
Twisted Minds has Window, Mayo, Sojourn ultimate. CR has Brig ult, Pulse Bomb. Almost there, and they get aggressive. They're being aggressive again. They're bringing the team fight to them. Win or lose here. Oh, I love this aggression. This is exactly how you game plan against a BAP. I wouldn't doubt it if you see Simple switch in. They're kind of it's kind of in a weird spot of being stuck. Simple's in a really weird spot right now of being kind of stuck in this like I have a window, but like honestly, I think like a Kiriko, or not a Kiriko swap, but like a actually maybe Juno. I don't know. It's hard to call. Oh, Moira. Okay, there you go. Yep.
Simple. The Moira.
See. So I didn't guess the hero, but that's exactly what I expected to see. It's just they want to go full brawl. They're trying to play survivability because they realize that CR is bringing up the pressure. Yubi gets low on the Tracer. Stalker is in the air as Bastion. We'll see how this plays out. Not many kills to be seen. They could lose their Ramatra. Moira uses Fade. They could try to take advantage of that. Obviously, Yubi's on the point trying to cap that way. Yubi's going to get cooldowns faded out here. Max does need to be careful. Does have ultimate, though, so not a huge thing. Quartz gets a kill on the Heesing, but we do get a trade. Quartz is getting low. TBNT gets a kill on Vigilante. And unless something changes here, I do think there's a chance that Twisted Minds does win this team fight, and that they do. And they managed to flip the point during that, so they got an extra 20% that could have went to the other team. Okay, they're going to hold close now. What are the adjustments that CR makes? They swapped out the BAP, so you don't have that free kill anymore, that free pressure that you did before. Moira has Fade. I did see the 1 HP. That was crazy, wasn't it?
Wilder, the Moira coming out here.
Beat will be happening soon.
On the cards.
Ramatra ultimate from Twisted Minds. Stalker is just going to be keeping aggressive. They want to keep getting into their team. They want to keep causing havoc on their backline. They just felt like their pacing was really slow on King's Row, and they want to change that. There's the ultimate from Funny Astro. Max is going to play as safe as he can for a little bit. Vigilante is taking a lot of damage. He's saying he's going to be forced out here with the cooldown. Funny Astro's getting low. Yubi's also getting low, but does probably have recall. There's the Bastion ultimate in general. They're going to look for a kill. Stalker gets the kill right there. There's the Moira ultimate. I haven't seen one of those in pro play in a long time. A stick does miss. Not happening a lot. I do think that Twisted Minds might be able to take this. Stalker does get a kill on the Quartz though, so it's not over yet. But I mean, once you have your tank there, that's going to be it. Stalker goes down, and Twisted Minds takes the point. Goes up to 2-1.
On the Moira. This Twisted Mind stays alive. The coalescence early there allows them just kind of beam people down.
Things are heating up, chat.
I mean, so the Moira, right?
Things are heating up.
These fights, as Max
we will
goes
see.
Over to the Maga here. Just the amount of healing that Moira can just get, right? And like a little bit of, some damage at times, survivability.
Yeah, I mean, so the reason why they went more was because basically the whole time they were running into them. That's why they're going Mauga now, because they can do the exact same thing, but with a little bit more damage pressure onto the Ramattra. It takes away a little bit of the value there. There is going to be a possibility of a Pulse Bomb and a Soldier Ultimate here coming from Quartz. So they're going to go for a pretty quick flank here with the Bastion. Loving this aggression. So the reason why they're doing this with Quartz does pop Ultimate was because they want to basically just be super aggro, as I was saying. Stalker is going a little bit more of this one. The Funny Astro was getting low, not going to get the kill. And Twisted Minds capping the point. Raccoon has ultimate coming up here. Don't be surprised to see a stun soon. Stalker is going to go down. And it's starting to get a little bit crazier now. You know, initially it was looking like CR might just 3-0 this map and bring it to a 3-1 series. Instead, kind of flipped the momentum. They have a more ultimate coming up too. Doc, thank you for the gift this up. I appreciate it. Thank you, Doc.
They're going to go away from Cat Bastion here. They're going to go with Stalker here on the Soj. Chorong going to go back and play the Brig. I mean, these are comps that Twisted Minds is pulling out, and nobody, I mean, they didn't scrim them, right?
Yeah, is that a loss thing?
This is on the fly.
All right. I mean, Sierra has nothing, honestly. This could go 2-2.
Both teams now throwing
their strategy of going in.
Willing to risk.
Their strategy of going in isn't working anymore, right? I mean, Max just falls over in a matter of seconds. I mean, that mortar swap is complicated so much for them. I mean, this might be the point. I don't even think they can do that. UB gets a kill. It might be 2-2 right now. We'll see how this goes.
Twisted Minds down 2-0 on this map. Go over to a Moira comp.
Next point. They know where the point is. They don't have to guess. They're there. They're moving over. 2-2. Can Twisted Minds complete the comeback on this map to bring the series to a 2-2? Or will CR figure something out? We'll find out.
We would end up in a tie game scenario after 4. TM trying to do what felt like the impossible. Quartz is going to have OC for this as well, by the way.
Pulse bomb goes out, misses. They do have beat. They've been tempoing their beats more often now. Don't be surprised to see that happen.
On the Sojourn mirror.
Moira fades out. Mauga has ult in 8%. Juno has ult in 15%.
Feels like so much is riding on this opening fight of the checkpoint.
And here we go. Here's Quartz ultimate. They're going to try to back away. Quartz always does seem to find a kill, though, during this. And as I say that, the shot gets the kill on a Chorong. Vigilante goes down, and Twisted Minds wins the first team fight. They're going to get the kill on Stalker here in a second.
And the rest of Crazy Raccoon soon to follow. The 15th
Minds dominates that team fight. It's CR. CR does have a lot of ultimates, though. CR does have a lot of ults. We'll see how that plays out.
We have the two best teams in the world in our final here at the moment.
Yeah, basically, CR thought they had a strategy and a plan. It was just to go all in the backline, so they just went Moira, which makes it a lot harder to go into the backline, and that's why we're here now and doing what we're seeing.
Everything available here for Crazy Raccoon. It'll be
that's why we're seeing
Max
that.
who gets onto the point here, trying to drag them down from the high ground. Ray used as well.
He's called upon in his team's moment of need.
Okay.
It's purely defensive. Vigilante with the Ray now.
They are popping the Juno ultimate. They disengage it properly. TVNT's going to go into an ultimate soon. If we can't get a kill right here, it's going to be really tough. There's the ult. Don't be surprised to see TVNT ult this. It's just because, like, it's such a defensive ability and like survivability. With Funny Astro goes down, it looks like there's going to be a bit of a trade here. TVNT's getting low in the backline right now. They're getting aggressive on TVNT. The more ultimate sustaining them, though, might be able to pick up another kill. TVNT's trying so hard to get to the team. The slam does come in. Cardiac Overdrive's about to be up, and that's going to be huge for the team. This is going to create damage reduction. He's saying gets a kill. Moira's going to get stunned out. Ramattra is still alive after all is said and done. And Twisted Minds exerts their outpool, and so does CR. And CR hold on to get the map win, or will Twisted Minds win this team fight and win the map? We'll find out soon.
It is just one
we'll
fight,
find
though,
out
that
soon.
Twisted Minds needs to get.
Really being a good boy.
To tie this series up at 2 apiece.
I mean, the reason why you go more is because their strategy from CR was just to all in their backline, but they can't do that anymore. No one's an easy dive target. Look at it that way. No one's an easy dive target. They do go Reaper. This guy allows for a little more opportunity. Max does need to get out soon, though. If Max stays here for too long, there's going to be a little bit too much pressure. Max does that, gets stuck in a wall, but Simple gets a kill on Vigilante. There's a dude. What a stick by UB. Reaper's about to go down. And oh my, Twisted Minds reverse sweeps the flashpoint, and the series is now about to be 2-2. And that was on the Symmetra band. What is going on? Do we have a series right now? Wow, what a play. What a play. 2-2, and now they're going to say it's going to be a short break or something. I'm going to go eat some more of my chips over here. I'll be like 2 minutes, okay?
The loser will continue to search for answers in the set. It'll be Twisted Minds here.
He's like a tired bucket boy.
I think they'll end up playing this
okay,
Diva. This is
here we
like
go.
really
Twisted Minds has won the last 2 maps. CR won the first 2. Who will take the momentum back? Will Twisted Minds take a 3-2 lead? Or will CR finally find their footing? One thing's for sure, they're playing a more normal comp, so maybe they'll have a better time. So we'll see. Either way, keep in the middle is happening.
Gonna have to be defensive.
Jetpack at Bastion, they're going for the flanks. Pretty classic here. Twisted Minds running that Diva Jericho Lucio comp that they usually like to run with the Bastion. So they're going to move around the map. A little bit of a backup moment here from CR. Kind of random.
Yeah, they actually see the form used there by Stalker as well. So
there they go. They go in. They don't really get the kills with the Bastion. Keep in mind, for Quartz, this is a tough matchup when they have a Jetpack Cat with you there, but they're going in. Max is getting low again. They're going to all in on Max, and they're in Reaper. Both sides are trying to get these kills. Max is about to fall over, and Twisted Minds might start off with a yeah. I mean, I don't see where this would change. Yep, Twisted Minds starts off with a win. Damn, it's crazy. What happened? What happened to CR in the past couple of maps? They can't figure out what they want to do. I know it's the first team fight, and they can still destroy the rest of the map, but it's just very surprising to see this. You know what I mean?
And simple on the Kiriko really unleashed now in the series.
So this is where, though, they've had trouble with Hiimishie now going over to the far, and no way that the Sim can engage with really either of the damage dealers on the other team.
Yep.
You can't really dodge both for long. Now you see some damage here from Stalker on the flank.
Okay, Twisted Minds is Kitsune. Yep, there it is. So they're going to be really aggressive with this. They have a really slight time in here. They don't even realize they probably have. If they can pick up a kill or 2 during this, we'll see. The Bastion ultimate is going there. Quartz gets a kill on the Hiimishie. The Bastion isn't really getting any value over on the top up there. Stalker's trying. They might even get the checkpoint early. That's what it seems like. It looks like Chorog's trying to see if he can drop the Bastion. The Bastion gets dropped in the back line. Is absolutely just... Dude, Chorog just ditched Stalker. Like, see ya!
And CR uses the rush here.
I mean, if they can just get through this right now, they might pop the ultimate now. Quartz, that is, which is the correct play. And now you just kind of, you know, slowly put your ultimate in the way of that. We do see Quartz get another kill on the Hiimishie. Chorog tries to get him off the map, but goes down. Max picks up 2 kills, though. And it does leave the map. We'll be flipping here very soon. Venture is usually against these like type of TP comps is why you see that. As I say that, Quartz somehow clutches this or like evens out the odds. And now, like, instead of it being a CR team fight, it ends up being even, and they can go back and probably get the checkpoint. Which would again would be crazy considering how the kills went, you know?
Here on the Lucio. Stalker gonna
go and there it is. They have the checkpoint, they have the block going, they're moving things around as quick as they can.
I think when you get in this like mystery hero type of game, this is like
7 minutes remaining still, so plenty of time. Don't be surprised to see a beat engage. They know they just swapped. Yep, there it is. And the reason why they went with a beat engage is because they just swapped. They're gonna all in Max. They actually think they can kill Max during this, and they do. I mean, like, that's crazy how that goes there. But he's saying is trying there. Funny Astro, trying to keep the team alive with the beat. They obviously are gonna get the kill here in the back line. Twisted Minds again taking early map control here. Wow. There we go. Venture goes into the air, and now they're going to start pushing the lead. Oh, man, dude, what is happening right now? CR is trying to figure it out. They don't have their own Bastion. They're on their own Kiriko Lucio. Speaking of Kiriko Lucio, there's another Kitsune for Simple coming up right now that can really take over these team fights. Get ready for that when it happens here soon.
Max taking a lot of damage as he's going to back up. You probably farm rush
here. There's a Kitsune disengage out. I mean, they are, you know, it's not impossible to come back from the lead like this, don't get me wrong, but they are making it not easy on them. Look for the Diva to look for the Pharah, and trying to find those kills. Max again taking a crap ton of damage, but, you know, they back it up the corner. This is a smart play. This is the smart play.
100-meter gap already opened up, but TM, if I know anything, is that they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about the finish here on Runasapi.
All right. They're just going to kind of hold here for a while. The Bastion comes in. Ultimate's on CR side. Here's the Kitsune that they were waiting for, and they're already trying to disengage out. The Mei is getting low. They're just sending it in there. Simple gets the trade on Hiimishie, but that is a really important trade. There's the D.Va ultimate near the point. Doesn't really get any kills, but enough to kind of get back into the point. As I say that, Funny Astro picks up the kill on Max. Stalker's trying to push the bot, but they recognize his ice block is inevitable here in a second. Stalker actually decides to reset, which is the correct play, not to stagger out any longer. You know, if you maybe could have gotten 5% from AL, but that shouldn't like make or break that. Just Minds flips the point back, wins the team fight. They have Beat coming up again. Don't be surprised to see Beat versus Beat right now. That's basically how you would traditionally play that here. And here they go. They're moving up. Here's the Pharah. We're at 5 minutes now.
Available here for Stalker as well. Some big damage there going down on the TVNT. It's going to allow them. You're going to have an advantage here for Twisted Minds in terms of support ultimates.
The mail from Stalker goes in. The Beat goes out. Funny Astro uses Beat, but I think only gets himself in it, unless I'm missing something here. Maybe missing a couple of people. Kitsune coming out right now from Simple. It's going to be in like 3 seconds. Oh, they know this too. They know they have an opportunity. They just got to like reset. Maybe it's going to be a little bit longer. The Kitsune, there it is. The Kitsune's out. And now they're going to have to back up. They're going to be on their back foot again. There's no ultimates right now on CR side. There is a Ramatra ultimate coming soon. They're probably tracking the Ramatra ultimate, thinking it's going to be here soon, but nothing's going to happen in the meantime. He's saying it's a kill on the Yubi. That's going to cause a lot of problems here for Twisted Minds. They're going to have to fall back and try to disengage out, but instead it seems like they've actually decided to stay close, which I guess is totally fine. The time bank is definitely in their favor, and so is the lead, but I think people can come back from this still. Max trying to decide between ultimate and not, but like they've been struggling to win team fights, so I'm trying to see what can happen. He's saying it's a kill on the TVNT, and finally, I think finally CR, it's almost 6 minutes into the game, they're able to get the point. Next up here, we're going to see what's going to happen here with the ultimates that they have. CR has Ramatra ultimate, Zune, pretty much everything except Beat. I'm not going to name all of the heroes. Twisted Minds, Bastion ultimate, Simwall. So I do like what CR has alt-wise. I think they can actually take this next team fight, and if they do, that's where this map gets interesting, because then you get the checkpoint. But they cannot afford to lose this next team fight, because then the time bank becomes an issue. We're doing the reverse the map on them, not a bad idea. UB should pop wall here momentarily if they're trying to win the team fight. If not, they might save it a little bit, and we'll see what happens there. But Quartz gets a kill immediately on the Cho run. That's going to stop their momentum right away. They are going to try to commit the rest of their ultimates, so they know it's possible. They do a really good Kitsune here. Yubi flanking behind, trying to put some pressure on them, but they do catch Yubi off guard. I do like the play because of the off-angle flank. He's saying goes down to TVNT immediately. It's now a 4v3 favor there in favor of Twisted Minds. The May is going up on the high ground. Max gets a kill on Funny Astro. Vigilante gets a kill there, and what was again seeming like a team fight with Twisted Minds now goes to CR. This is getting crazy, right? You should not, I'm not going to say it will secure the checkpoint, but I think it should. And then that's going to give them a really good opportunity here, so we'll see.
At the start of that fight, Quartz is going to go over to the Sojourn. I think this is like just to be a little bit more of a threat to that
checkpoint
constantly. The railgun shots
captured, so they have the checkpoint now. And this is where things start to get better.
Them at times throughout the series. This Hiimishie Pharah.
Get some sleep, Falcon. Hey, get some sleep.
So it's going to be Twisted Minds.
Quartz with the pick on the Vigilante, so right when CR started to have some hope there, that pick happens. They do pop Pete with Pharah ultimate, not able to get a kill. Quartz goes down. CR's making the right moves now. 3v3 though. Are they going to be able to win this? They get the TP out. They're going to have to be able to save their May. That's going to be the problem. I don't think they can. It looks like they're just going to say, hey, see you later, and that's that. So 62 meters. Sorry about the little lag that's happening right now. It's not me or anything like that, but there you go.
On the way back to spawn, Twisted Minds staunch the bleeding, but Crazy Raccoon with a meaningful push into enemy territory.
What a back and forth battle. One of these teams is going to go up 3-2. I don't know who it's going to be. D.Va, I see a symmetric D.Va play. It is possible.
With like a minute 30 on the clock, you feel pretty good about your chances. It'll be Hiimishie going over to the sim here.
Max is getting low there. Funny Astro pops the beat. They're going to try to flip the bot turn this too, but there's a May in the back line on the beat.
Funny Astro, a blizzard out now from Stalker. TVNT frozen. The self-destruct gets him alive and out of the fight, but Hiimishie runs him through.
Kitsune coming up here in a moment. Nope. CR wins the team fight. Is so back and forth. These teams do not want to lose.
You still have a few players alive here for
this is not a rerun. This is live right now. This is the grand finals.
Towards TM territory as TVNT going to ditch the
D.Va.
and go over to the
grand finals right now.
Going to try and brawl this out a little bit more. Huge rush here available for Vigilante and Crazy Raccoon. You can just not lose somebody at the hands of Quartz early on with this overclock.
Right.
You need everybody
this
to make it through
is important here. Kitsune coming out from Vigilante. They have the Sim want to go with it. Now they're going to try to isolate one of the people out of position, but it's not working yet. And it really isn't working because Twisted Minds gets the kill. Twisted Minds is able to win that team fight with only one, I think, pick. Might be able to pick up one more. They stagger the Kiriko as long as they can. 55 seconds remaining in order for CR to be able to win this. They're going to have to win 3 team fights in a row.
Crazy Raccoon now.
And that's the rush for Crazy Raccoon, right? You're going to have this rush here for Simple with the Ramatra inside of it. You don't have the Annihilation, but with the Annihilation from Max, you imagine Quartz with that OC is going to farm
through. Here we go. This is a huge play for both teams right now. Simwar will come out from Hiimishie with TBNT always gets the kill and show wrong. 30 seconds left on the clock. Damage output's looking pretty wild. Max does have ultimate as a fallback moment here if need be, but is trying so desperately not to use it because they have a numbers advantage. But like, you know, it's tough to do that. Of course, picks up a kill on the Stalker. Max is forced to pop that ultimate, which exactly is what they're looking for. Simple gets a kill on the Hiimishie. Max falls over in what was looking like an unwinnable team fight. They're not going to touch the card. They're going to get off the bot. Yep.
Desperation for Stalker.
I think Stalker might be able to tap it.
I don't think so.
And there you go. Oh my Twisted Minds. Twisted Minds? I almost said Minds, but Twisted Minds down 2-0 in the series is now up 3-2. What is going on? And in case you're wondering, for anybody like new to the game, when you have a lead, you don't want to push the bot anymore like that if it's really far away from the spawn, because they can technically contest it the closer it gets to their spawn. So when there's like 10 to 5 seconds left, you just leave the bot in place. At the very least, you kill them when they get to it, which is usually tough for them to do. And if not, you just win the game. So. Oh, looks like the players are leaving. Hopefully we have another quick break. I'm loving the breaks. It really makes the momentum of these matches continue on after that. So hopefully we get a nice quick break.
Quartz has just been dominant man there for Twisted Minds. So they've used the Pharah, they've used the Bastion. It's just the cat.
Do you have work tomorrow? Oh God, do you, OWCS? Oh no.
If you can even get there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the forced downtime that does it. They just there's just too much downtime between matches. It's just they need to if they were to analyze this, they need to like there needs to be like 4 minutes less each than the downtime they have. It's just so long. Like it's forced downtime too. It's not even like there's a reason. It's just like they like I think they want to give everybody like 10 minutes or something. It's something ridiculous, and that adds up over like a period of like 6 matches. So.
Junbin comes on back.
Oh no, I understand player breaks, but like there's a difference between like the player break they do and then like the breaks they do between each map. Does that make sense? Usually they do the player breaks at like map 5 is what it's supposed to be.
Max played really well. It just seems like Twisted Minds kind of has those.
It just makes it it's honestly like a minor issue on this one. Just more of like something that if they wanted to clean that up. Holy crap! What the heck, chat? Can we get some blankies in the chat for Lifted with the 20 gifted? And speaking of Lifted, Jetpack Cat's back on the table here, getting lifted up with the Bastion, or the Bastion's lifting him up. But thank you so much, Lifted. It's very kind of you. Sorry my voice isn't matching the excitement, but I really do appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Here we go, chat. Can CR win this? Can they do it? Can they bring this to a map 7, or will Twisted Minds be able to just win 4 in a row after being down 2? We'll find out. Here we go. Both teams are popping off. They're looking for opportunities to see if they can get the play, but nothing's happening. Both teams are playing slightly hesitant. They know what's on the line right now. Huge shot by Quartz.
But Stalker with a big angle on the Bastion. TVNT
everybody's there. The HP of Twisted Minds is a little bit low. You might see a little bit of a point percentage here. Things are getting crazy.
Forces himself into a difficult decision. Still, neither team finding first
Things are getting
advantage.
wild.
No one wants to make the first mistake on OWCS.
Yeah, it's going to be Quartz with a Deadeye here.
Man, that's an early Deadeye.
High noon already available for Quartz. Quartz gets the kill into a run. Yubi gets a nice shot on the Stalker. And it looks like right away, it looks like Twisted Minds has won this first team fight. They're going to be able to get the first percentage of the point. Now, of course, it's not over by any means, but that is the start that they need. Okay. The Pharah on the outside of the map getting pretty low. He's saying, oh, Quartz hitting shot after shot right now. Not giving them any breathing room right now to do anything. Is getting low. They see the isolation here. They're going to go into the back of the shots. DM in the heels. And again, the team fight is going in favor of Twisted Minds. Their ultimates are building up really quickly. They see the Jetpack Cat Bastion going on the outside of the map. Say they won, Quartz would 100% be the MVP. It wouldn't even be a question. And not because anybody in Twisted Minds is also playing bad. Quartz has just made so many big plays. Joe, thanks for the 12 months with the Prime Sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
from the hit scan.
Juno ultimate is going to be coming out here, so we're going to see a jetpack at ultimate. Everybody has ults. I'm not going to be able to call this. Basically, going to slam that. The only thing that they don't have is a major ultimate like the same one. But honestly, again, another High Noon here with Cassidy. Gets the kill on Hiimishie. Oh no, High Noon gets the value there. Now Twisted Minds is seeing that pressure again. Here comes the ultimates. They're able to counter. Remember, they are down one right now with the Pharaoh, who switches the Reaper. They're off of that comp now. Junbin is in the middle of the point. Quartz might fall over, unfortunately, but there should be a trade coming in from there should be a trade. Unfortunately, the block mechanic of TNT gets that. It's going to be even. Simple is able to get out. 71%. They get the heals back up. Everything's looking solid here out-wise. UB has Simwall. This could be crazy.
The VAR has been so good for them now.
UB has Simwall. There's Diva ult. Chorong has. There's no other ultimates outside of Chorong's on CR side, and not even close. I mean, this is crazy. Simwall will be up in about 4 seconds, I think, probably around the 95% mark. Might be later than that. Obviously, there's no like clear-cut way, but it will be very soon. They're looking for kills. There's the wall. Now you're probably going to Simwall onto the point now to take the map control. There it is. They're going to look for their first target. I'm looking at Hiimishie's HP. Hiimishie is getting low in that room, but there is a Diva ult there. The Diva ult is stuck in that room. Gets a kill on a Chorong. Oh my. They're trying so hard. Hiimishie's low in the room. They shouldn't panic these shots. I know it's like close. Hiimishie is in there. TVNT gets the kill on the Stalker. Junbin's going to be like on the middle of the point, and oh my. Twisted Minds wins the first round of OWCS, and they are officially at round and match point. In order for CR to bring this back, they have to win the next 2. Now, I will say University was going to be their worst draw for CR, so they're probably not panicking too much. They were getting the elims, as you can see right there. CR, that is. They just weren't able to win a team fight.
Really, I mean, dude, that is dominant. Everybody perfect there.
What is Quartz stats?
Why is the game audio so low? I have it turned down a little bit for my voice, that's why. I get a lot of complaints if I have it too loud, and then the casters and I mesh with my voice and stuff. So I have the volume adjusted to where like it's a little bit lower than normal, but I can kind of do my commentary that I normally do.
It's a stupid conversation, and at this point, there's no more room for debate.
All right, here we go.
I mean, with the way he has played, now let's get Junbin on the ball.
Now keep in mind that this is a better map for CR. They want to run their like wrecking ball, so they have a lot more room to work with.
Over to the Tracer as well.
Could be the final test. Aggression now for CR. They look
to what I mean, they're getting elims. What do you mean? You mean that when I said that they had 0 elims and I said they were getting the elims, I was being serious? It's a meme I do sometimes whenever I don't get any kills in my ranked games. I say, oh, we're getting the elims, we're not winning the team fight. Like, we all have like 0 elims.
Twist the screws now.
That's the point. All right, here we go. The wrecking ball, the bread and butter of CR with this comp, maybe able to get a kill there on the Kiriko. Simple is going to go down, and that's the start that CR needs. If they don't trade out, that would be huge. And that is a really, really good job there across the board.
TM is surprised. You know, they thought that when Junbin comes in, you're going to see this. Is Junbin trying to stay alive, taking damage from all angles here.
I don't think it's enough to be able to take this point. I do think you'll get team back. This team fight, but even the chance they could bring this back is kind of crazy if you think about it. But it does seem like they're running out of steam here on this point.
I don't know what they're feeding
there. Quartz with 1. The point.
It's all good at active. It's my tone. I always have tone issues sometimes. So sometimes if I do have that, it can be a little bit different. It's no worries at all. Even more so with my voice being gone right now.
Refuses to lose.
TMNT's back. I mean, you have a full fight yet again.
Still the point in contest.
Ooh, they're TPing in. They're looking for the opportunity. There's the High Noon again, but doesn't get anybody. And Hiimishie hits the pulse bomb. Quartz was feeling it there, you could tell. But CR finally captures the point, by the way. It took that long. I didn't notice. They're going around here. They're trying to disengage out. Things are getting crazy, and CR is starting to get control of this round. They get the kill in front of Astro, and the ults are broken up. They tease a new character. They just showed a logo and said new soon or something like that. So we all thought that was going to be revealed. So apologies if I even said, oh yeah, it should be around then. Everybody thought it. I mean, literally. So they decided not to, I think.
Quartz puts a shot into
Jules, by the way, I appreciate it. Thank you.
TP straight to the point. They want to have the fight taken to them.
The audience is loud. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Again, Quartz goes down right there. This is going to allow basically for them to win the team fight. There's not much they can do with all the ultimates going out from Twisted Minds. They don't get any value from that.
Waiting out the rush. Quartz is a long way away from this fight, and Twisted Minds choose to regroup rather than fighting without the Cassidy. Hard to disagree with given his performance.
This is a brutal point.
Looking at the ultimate, they have a free Kitsune here for CR. They're probably going to use that. It's going to force out the Juno ultimate.
Maybe you could keep Quartz alive.
Simple makes a swap to Brig. So they're swapping off. Swapping off of the Kiriko to go Juno Brig. There's the play from the Cassidy. Nothing really happens. They're delaying the point as long as possible. They let the point flip. Could that be a mistake? Probably not. But I mean, that could be a make or break later on. Huge shots here from Quartz. Not able to finish with the kill. Yubi goes down again right there, and with ultimate. Now they're going to go into kind of like stagger mode on the point. There's the Wrecking Ball going in, gets the kill in the back line. Remember, this was a huge deal. They flipped that point because now they have an extra team fight. Right? They might actually stagger Simple.
Dude, it's wild they gave that up.
Oh, they're staggering D.Va. Oh my, what a massive stagger. This is going to be massive, by the way. Maybe D.Va's out of this team fight for a bit.
Brutal.
That almost backfired, imagine. I mean, literally.
Junbin has the timing down to perfection. TVNT going to get back. They're going to go deep.
They're going in with the ult, trying to disengage that. Good, really good, TP to get out of there. Stalker gets the kill under Quartz. The sim wall is on point. They do have opportunity. Huge aim here. Both of them are getting low. And like I said, chat, these other rounds are much more beneficial for CR. And CR is able to more than likely even the odds here, unless this Brig ultimate's the best ultimate ever. And it isn't. And Twisted Minds loses that round. It's 1-1. This round is so important. If Twisted Minds wins, right? They win the tournament. If CR wins, we're going to a map 7. What is going to happen? I don't know. I do think it's a little bit more even now for these teams on this next map, and I just don't know what to expect.
Some of the stats, the tables have definitely flipped a little bit. Crazy Raccoon still into this one, doing a much better job collapsing on Quartz. Right, 5 deaths there after a nearly perfect round 1.
Incredible energy here in the venue. Twisted Minds consider their options. Gonna stick with the tried and true. The Brig Juno and Junbin. Feels like the Wrecking Ball is the answer, and I like this play. It is a Brig cast against him. It won't be easy.
All right, nothing's really changed except they did keep the Juno Brig. Here we go. A nice shot right away. Quartz goes down, and Quartz has been carrying hard. Not carrying, but like really taking over team fights. So immediately, like, I mean, CR gets the most important pick in the meantime. Yeah, they just, I think they're just all in a course now. They're like, we'll just send it and see. Oh, what a pile, dude. Holy crap. Dude, they are not letting Quartz play now. What a play. And CR captures the point. TVNT doesn't get the kill on the Stalker, though. That does alleviate some of the pressure of the damage. Even more so than before. Twisted Minds is going to try to isolate half the team. They do find someone bottom right. Not able to get the kill. There's the ball on point. Going to be able to delay for a while. They're all in right now on the damage, but it doesn't do anything. The point is not being flipped yet.
Player still contesting this for Crazy Raccoon as they're in control.
Huge pressure on.
In the air they go.
Junbin takes some big damage. He's gonna have to back off, grab a health pack to come back into the fight. But in the chaos, Crazy Raccoon finding comfort. Quartz drops low.
Twisted Minds is starting to build up their ultimates now, but it's a little bit too late. The High Noon is out. The High Noon is out. They do flip the point, though. That is an important flip. If they can now win this team fight, they give themselves basically an extra like 30%. Pile drives in from Junbin, though. Not able to get the kills just yet. TVNT's getting out soon. UB's going to probably go down in a second. There you go. These follow-ups have been huge. He's saying with a huge pulse bomb and TVNT, it might be enough just to do this. Or stay alive. Remember, there are mines on points. It's a little bit harder to deal with that. D.Va ults. D.Va might go down. D.Va does go down. Quartz does pick up a kill on the Stalker, though, and everything is just going in favor of CR right now. Even with the picks, they're always just one step ahead.
Junbin.
Good pile drive in during that L church. That was pretty sweet. D.Va is back. The movement to go through the small hallway. Pristine.
To deal with. T-Sang over to the Tracer here as well. Putting just immense pressure on Twisted Minds. It's going to be Orbital Rain.
Kitsune versus Juno ultimate. I obviously like Kitsune a little bit better there. He gets the kill on the T-Sang. Jetpack Cat's going to trade out. There it is, half HP. Stalker gets the kill on the funny Astro.
Just Quartz now, the standard bearer for TM. TVNT and Simple trying to flip this point, but Junbin undeniable. Refuses to back down from this Cassidy.
Quartz gets the kill, but they get traded on. They get traded on. Here goes up on the high ground. Choron gets a kill.
Nice use of the artillery for the
all
HB
going
to stay
in.
alive. TVNT in so deep.
Oh, he's going to be delayed here, Matt.
Yeah, this is miserable for TVNT.
Clean up from Choron. There will be no
Chat, this
taking
is very
fight.
much
He can get
looking
a massive stall.
good for
Yubi
CR
with the
here, but
sim
it's
wall to
not
walk up,
over
but
yet. The
Junbin
sim
is
wall is out on the
free to play
table.
now in the
They're
back
looking to
line.
make a play. They have to delay time, just a little bit of time.
Quartz holding the point.
The high
TP
noon is
broken.
out.
Holding that
They
high
are going to
noon,
maybe
holding
let the
his
point
nerve.
flip for a second. They
But
don't even let the
CR,
point flip.
patience now.
Oh, but Stalker goes
Walker is
down.
caught.
The
Doesn't
Quartz
expect
high
the
noon
fast
gets the
through.
kill.
The
He's
speed
saying he
break
has a
from Funny
cooldown out
Astro.
on the point.
Gets Quartz into
Again, it's still
position.
not over yet for either
Choron
team.
caught
Quartz
as
again
well.
picks up the kill. That's
And
why they've been
TVNT
diving
the
Quartz
fight.
so much.
Still fighting
And they
into this
flip
one.
the
that is
point,
unreal.
and Twisted Minds now has a
Moments
chance
there
to be able to win
from
this.
forcing a game
Kitsune
7 from
coming
Crazy
up,
Raccoon.
Diva all
Stalker
coming
just
up.
get his head
Everybody else
peeled
is building
there
that. I mean, this is
by
getting
Quartz
wild.
with the Deadeye.
CR's been getting a lot of open picks, and
Now
they
you're
have
gonna
been
be
they've
playing
kept
into the
constant
rush
pressure
here.
on them, so something
This
to
is
look out
not
for.
free for Crazy Raccoon.
Stalker has been devastating over the top. Junbin, another
There it is.
massive
Wrecking Ball
slam.
goes for
Hold
the
on,
power
maybe they
drive.
hindered, and
You might
nice
see a
and
Kitsune out in
beautiful
about
by
3
Quartz.
seconds. They're going to probably do it from the high ground
TM
because
with
it's
the
a
rush,
bad
holding their
sight line
nerve.
there.
TVNT with the self-destruct to keep this extended as well.
Running this clock
They're
down,
slow
but
playing
TVNT
it.
now has to risk his
There's
life.
the
Keep the
Kitsune.
point in control. A rush
There's
comes
the slow
down.
play they see. Remember,
Matched by
Diva has
simple
ultimates. You're going to see that going. So they
Keeps
got the
TVNT
kill on the
alive.
Diva from
It takes
Hiimishie.
survive
He's
for
saying
the
does get
reset.
low in the back line.
Choron is low, but
Stalker gets the
Stalker
kill on the
finds his
UB.
mark. Junbin looking for more. Everybody low across
Both
the
supports are
board.
going down in chat unless Quartz has the best high noon ever.
It's not
I
enough.
cannot believe it, but we have
Raccoon
gone the
brings us
distance.
to
It is
game
going to
7.
map 7, and now the players will have another player break after playing a singular map. No, I'm just kidding. We're here. It is map 7. After all is said and done in this tournament, we got ourselves a map 7. My voice is loving me right now. I cannot wait. The players are actually going for a break. Wonderful after that one map. We'll be right back just to go and sit down for a second. Chat. We are going to a map 7 grand finals. Winner takes all. Who would have thought? I can't wait. I'll be right back.
He's not playing the same game mirror.
Map 4, baby.
That would be too crazy.
This is
for
it.
me.
This is it. I mean, 3-3. You could not.
Personally, I would
You
throw
could not
conventional
ask for
ball
a
dive.
better. I
would
mean,
say
technically,
bring
the
out
only way this
tracer.
would be better.
Bring out the ball.
3-2.
We'll get it done the old-fashioned way. We don't
As in,
need
like,
these modern
it goes
tricks
2 to
with the
2.
the
Winner
bar
takes it on the
tracer
last
with
point.
the ball. That second DPS
All right.
pick is
Move
really
this chair
vexing
away.
right now. It's like, it doesn't feel great. I don't love the Pharah. But what else do you really go to? Maybe just a hit scan of your own. I do maybe. Soldier 76.
There's no like
Thoughts on
ad
that?
time or anything like that. I'm trying to make sure of it, but okay.
I
It's
would
not
like
1
an
4.
Emmerich would be
I'm
interesting.
going to the game in a second, chat. Just so you know, the next ad would play in 17
much,
minutes from now. All right, so there should be no ads for you. All right. So the next one, it says it was in 17 minutes. All right? Unless this map goes 17 minutes, which it probably won't.
Since this
We're
series
good.
kicked off, really the entire weekend at Champions Clash.
Go, baby. It's time. The
fans
teams are
never
ready.
Quieted down. We were down 2-0.
Let's go, baby.
It looked over for TM.
Bro, it was
But those
looking-
fans,
Here we go.
they kept
CR
believing. The
running
cheers
the
got
Ramatra,
It was
the
chalk.
As
Mizuki,
things got more
the
desperate,
Kiriko,
incredible
the
energy here
Sim,
in Tokyo
and the
from
Cassidy,
Japanese
Twisted
fans.
Minds,
The
the
Mizuki
Diva, the
with the Kiri
Kiriko
here at the
Lucio,
end, and they're going to play the
the
Cassidy
Cassidy,
mirror, a
and the
Cassidy
Symmetra.
Sim
They're
mirror
ready.
here.
Here
I don't know
we
the TM
go.
expected this. Ramatra should be
Teams are
comfortable
battling.
here for Junbin.
You know, looking for that
control,
position, and they
taken
really,
by
really
Stalker.
want. No one knows which way to
Throwing
go. They're
shots
looking
down range, but
everywhere.
Quartz giving it back.
This is in
The
Japan,
amount
yes.
of confidence they have in Stalker to take this Cassidy head-to-head with the way that Quartz has played throughout this tournament is immense.
Big shot on Quartz, forces him to the low ground, earns first cap here for CR. Choron
CR gets the point
really
percentage
brought
first, but this
Mizuki
is
to the
normal.
fore.
Usually
And
this
supporting
happens a lot
Stalker.
on Surabasa
You've
where
got
like you
to
just
believe
like
in the
one
hit scan
point,
at this
one
moment.
team just gets the point.
I think
It
for Twisted
sucks though if you're the
Minds,
team that loses
you
it. You
probably
basically
think
lose
about
2
ditching
team
this
fights
Diva,
worth.
right?
So everyone's
Mizuki
getting
is
really
in so
low
much
from that
trouble.
spam, but they do back away.
To
TVNT's at
this
half
hero,
HP.
as
Junbin's
you
at
are
about half
farming up
HP
towards
also.
your rush here if you're Twisted Minds. You're also getting pretty
Yep.
close towards a beat. And Quartz feels like he's always got a dead eye.
I mean, they've slowed it down a lot on that side. Like this is, has there been a kill yet? I don't even think so. Kitsune time. Double Kitsune, get ready. Here we go. Here's the high noon from Quartz trying to find any opportunity. And again, what's up with these high noons killing all the players on their team? What the heck? Stalker gets killed at Vigilante. Obviously, I popped the Kitsune during that too. But I don't think it's enough. I think Twisted Minds is going to... I don't know. If Choron gets ultimate in time, you might see something different. There's the sim wall from Heesang, so they seem to be committed to this. But That's the last ultimate they can use. They're going to delay the point, and Twisted Minds flips the point.
90% here for Crazy Raccoon on the first fight.
Yeah, I mean,
They flipped the point. It's looking good.
Twisted Minds, they play for the Deadeye. They play for a rush off the rip. They get both, and they are able to take the point back. Is Twisted Minds, you're going to have this sound barrier. Bunny Astros had some odd ones throughout the series, but it'll be the Sanctuary available here for Chorong.
All right, so Twisted Minds has beat Simwall. CR has that high noon and that Mizuki ultimate. They're going to be pretty aggressive here. Get ready. It's going to be pretty crazy.
Gets onto the point.
Here we go. There's the Defense Matrix ultimate on the point. Stalker gets over there. They're trying to use the Diva ult to see if they can get a kill. Doesn't work out. High noon from Stalker here very shortly to kind of buy some time. They're going to do this, yep, and they're going to have to figure out what side of the wall should they go on. But I love that TP play. It's not that he even gets kills, it just buys time. Great beat by Funny Astro. Junmin is going to go down right now. I think does not end up going down yet, but it is so close to going down. Quartz gets the kill on the Hiimishie.
As Quartz on and off angle.
Quartz again gets the kills, and Twisted Minds flips the point, which means this next team fight in the middle wins the point. This is just, we couldn't ask for better games. Holy crap.
And no support ults to respond to this rush.
Yeah.
It's up to Quartz with a high noon. They're looking to push the pace, catch Crazy Raccoon off guard in the spawn.
They try and push up, see if they can get maybe somebody out. Junbin over to the ball here. Try and get a touch.
All right, here we go. We have the Wrecking Ball now. No more of the Ramatra. High noon for Quartz. Kitsune coming out for Vigilante. If they can survive this high noon and tap the point while they build this up. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Kitsune's out. High noon's going to happen. This is just going to be what happens in this situation. Quartz is looking for a kill. Can't find it, but they also have to tap the point. They do tap the point. Demon goes in, trying to find that kill. No one goes down on both sides. We're kind of back to square one. But the HP on CR is a little bit low, but Quartz is also getting low there. Both teams are just trying to vie for this position, and both of them just trying their best. There's the beat from Funny Astro, was able to get that last second, and Twisted Minds wins the first point.
Oh, they weren't on the point, and they are not able to keep it going.
Oh, the C9 at this moment
wins the first point.
But if this is any portent map, we're in for a fantastic final map of this series.
And we'll see if Junbin decides to stay on the ball.
All right, ultimates are looking good for CR right now. They're gonna have Simwall, High Noon, Mizuki ultimate. Twisted Minds is gonna have their own Simwall to go with this.
It feels like
things are getting extremely crazy here.
Every single fight, he has this Cassidy ultimate available.
There's no way they rotated off. It's because it's so tough, and the longer the point goes, the easier it is. There's the High Noon, doesn't get anybody, but again, it does take the pressure away. There's a sim wall from both teams in a second here. Yubi's going to pop it probably in about 2 seconds after. Basically, just let that wall finish up and then retake with your own one right after, or you lead off with the High Noon. It depends what you're feeling. Here we go. Trying to go onto the point. There's the High Noon from Quartz. Again, almost gets the kill.
But the support is good to heal him up. TVNT now isolated on the
Stalker
point.
gets that. Chorong gets the kill on the back line. They do commit to the ultimates, though, so this isn't over yet, and it honestly looks like it could be a good opportunity. There's the sim wall. The rest of the team needs to get out while this happens. 48% almost here. They might finally let the point be given up. It's not worth fighting it because of the sim wall. 52% on this point to CR.
For Twisted Minds, early kills go in favor of CR. But TM able
no ultimates on. Oh wait, no Kitsune coming up here by CR in about 3 seconds. You're just waiting for the team to get there. Huge play. Vigilante gets the kill. Stalker gets the kill too. This is going to be pretty much a clean team fight here outside of maybe 1 kill. But that, nope, absolute team kill. Back to CR. This is going to get it to 1 team fight for CR. If they win this next one coming up, they will get this point, and it will be 1-1.
And I think they get Chorong quite weak there, and maybe they feel like they can capitalize on top of it, decide to TP on Ian, knowing that they're at a disadvantage there. It was the Kitsune rush used by Vigilante in the fight. It's going to be both support ults available for Twisted Minds in this one.
From
Another
Hiimishie
here
shortly. Maybe when they go to the point, it happens. We'll see. Huge pile drive. When I say a huge pile drive, I mean a huge pile drive. That was awesome.
Pressure applied.
There it is. There's a sim wall. And try to Diva, High Noon this. And chat, CR, in the same fashion, gets the point. It was tied. 1-1.
They just get bullied off there, Jake.
This is crazy.
1-1 here in Game 7. Twisted Minds, you will be able to open up this next flashpoint.
Okay. Kitsune and Beat are available for Twisted Minds. All right. Quartz has High Noon coming up.
So you're in a pretty good
Chorong
spot,
has
right? This point
Mizuki
being able to
Ultimate, but
fight
that's
over
about
with
it.
that Kitsune
Mines
Rush.
will be
Sanctuary
online
available though for
eventually.
CR. The Kitsune Rush so strong here in this part of the map specifically.
There's the pile drive again. Maybe he's gonna get mine. Stalker gets the kill on the funny Astro.
Simple commits with the rush though.
Things are looking wild.
But a
They're gonna be able to pop their defense maybe at some point, and that's it. They're gonna reset. Twisted Minds making the correct decision. Even though you give up your Kitsune, you just had to. There wasn't enough there to be able to deal with that. There's the beat, and now you're gonna see trades happen here. TVNT finds the kill on the Hiimishie, being a little bit too aggressive.
He was basically dead as well. Junbin will mine over the
Mines on point to buy time. They're committed. They're trying to hold this point for a little bit, although they might get off and give them that. Quartz gets kills, TVNT gets kills, and that's the matter of time before they let that point flip. But you get the Lucio kill, and that's okay.
But it won't mean much. Funny Astro back to the fight quickly. And the Mines even eaten up by TVNT to charge up that rush just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, they know they're going to be at a disadvantage coming into this next fight. Vigilante with a Kitsune Rush of his own. Junbin going to go over to the ramp.
Twisted Minds coming back with their own ultimates right now. They have,
obviously great for Junbin.
well, they have that. Kitsune is going to be happening here from CR. They have their wall on the other side with Twisted Minds. Here we go. They are going to try to go for that Junbin gets the kill on the UB.
Can he find the connection? Back and forth.
Quartz with a huge High Noon. Quartz gets 3. Quartz gets 4. Are you kidding me? I'm telling you right now, if Twisted Minds was to win this whole thing, Quartz has been the MVP. I mean, what else can I say at that point? I would sound louder, but I've lost my voice. I have I can't show the excitement, but that was sick. I'm sorry. Here we go. Kitsune's coming out from both sides now. Wrecking Ball to tap the point, but the ultimates of CR are looking a little bit rough.
It's going to be an overtime fight.
Oh, Quartz has been playing
Still
lights
something
out.
to play for. Twisted Minds.
They do have another tap here, though. Sim wall will happen if need be. Once the Kitsune comes out, they're waiting on that. There's the Kitsune on both sides. Sim wall goes out because why not stack them? Because at that point, if you can get the kills, that's what matters. Bunch of Cassidys just around the map here. He's saying gets the kill on the funny Astro. Stalker gets the kill on the UV. It is flipped. CR flips the point. They flip the damn point. It is now 99% to 50%. They're both the teams are just, they're giving it their all. No one wants to lose. No one wants to lose. It's coming down to last team fight on this point.
For Twisted Minds, this one not over yet. This flashpoint so important.
And here we go.
To game point.
By the way, chat, if they when the other points rotate across, if it's across the map, I'm going to quickly just turn to my thing to pause the timer again just to make sure no ads play. Just in case this map goes the distance, because sometimes it can be like 18 minutes or something. I just want to make sure, okay? I'll do for like 2 seconds. I know, that was a huge, sorry, I was just pointing that out. What a huge play. Dude, this is crazy. There's no way CR is going to take this 2-1 right now. It's going to be 2-1. I mean, that was such a sick defense matrix. Okay, check. You need. What point is it? Okay, never mind. I can't do that yet. We're good.
For CR. Be able to take Champions Clash, and TVNT will go over to the Maga. Trying to deal with this pressure from the Wrecking Ball of Junbin.
Chat, whatever team loses the team fight, I'm making. I just don't want an ad to play. I would feel bad if I did that right now. So once this team fight's lost, I'm just gonna quickly check.
Just trying to find some damage at range.
Dude, this is crazy. If CR wins this point, they win the tournament. If Twisted Minds wins it, it goes down to 1 point.
TP to the high ground.
Yeah, that's an aggressive TP there. Yeah.
Here we go. The pile drive is in. The Mizuki chain's there. The Sim wall to go with it. The Kitsune is also there to follow up if need be. They don't need it. They don't need the wall yet.
Proving to be enough, a counter rush from Vigilante.
And here we go. The Kitsune is going to come back. From CR, they push in. They get 1. CR is probably going to win this first team fight. They do. They win that. They're going to
Simple has to take a long walk off the short pier.
A dominant first fight there from Crazy Raccoon. Potentially this final flash.
We're back.
TVNT now.
I paused it. It says 10 minutes now, chat. We're guaranteed no ads during this. I just wanted to make sure. That was me.
Searching for answers.
I was making sure there was no ads.
This series.
That's why I did that. I quickly switched scenes, paused them, and then did that. Okay, here we go. You missed nothing during that. Nothing happened.
His ball has been the difference, Jake.
Okay, CR is still winning this team fight. It's now at 60%.
Blood in the water now. Crazy Raccoon peeking the spawn, looking for more. Now even the overtime touch in question.
I mean, this could be it. It's not over yet because look at the ultimates they have. They have a wall, they have high noon, they have beat. They're going to be able to all in them. There's a chance they get it. Quartz gets the pick on the Chorong right away. As I say that, the mines are in there, but they can kind of delay it a little bit. Junbin's looking for a play here right now, but the mines are on point. They have to slowly go in here. They're slowly taking it back with the beat. The point is going to be flipped in a second. I think it does get flipped. Okay, Twisted Minds takes control of the point, but there's a defense major coming up. Stalker has a high noon going up there. Yubi's going to have to pop walk. Oh, but Quartz gets the kill on the Stalker. Stops the high noon. Now they're going to slow play it on point, and oh, they win the team fight.
Twisted Minds still have some
They win the team fight.
Chorong does not make it
It's
out
not
with his
over
life.
yet. They get the kills, they get the cleanup. The longer these team fights go for it, the easier it gets. That's why they're putting so much pressure. Quartz again with the pick. I mean, this is getting it down to last. This is now last team fight territory on the point. They might have to deal with an extra kind of thing, but this could be the 62%. They have 4 ultimates on their team. CR has 3 coming up. It is going to be last team fight for this point. If CR wins, they win this map. If Twisted Minds gets it, it goes to the 5th and final point. Here we go. Here we go. Double Kitsune is going to come out right now, guaranteed. Junbin goes in. Here comes the double Kitsune. They're both going to pop it. There they go. Yubi pops the wall. He's going to block the high noon, but TVNT might die. He's saying gets the pick on the back. They lose the Diva. Quartz is going to have to make one of those plays. There's so much happening on the point. It's going there. CR's looking for the opportunity. They get 2, and that is going to be it. CR are your champions in one of the craziest matches I have watched in so long. No one gave them a chance. Well, I said no one. I'm over-exaggerating, being dramatic. But for the sake of it, everybody thought it was going to be Zeta. Everybody thought it was going to be Twisted Minds. And for a moment there myself, I thought it was going to be... What an introduction to people who have never seen esports and to people who always watch it. I hope you continue to enjoy. What a damn tournament I just watched. From the beginning to the end. That is why I love esports. And thank you so much for choosing my channel to hang out with me. I really appreciate it.